Ooh. Abba. Ba da ba da da bow. Fuck. Where's my fork? Where's my knife? You already know I love the game of life. It's the big Jew in the spot. You know how I'm coming. I'ma eat the Sonic food, man. You know I'm always running. Ooh, my food just got here, chat. What's good? What up, crack? Notification gang up in the spot, though, y'all. We got the World Cup viewing party about to go down. Drink some my juice. Ooh, lemonada. Yo, chat. I want to watch this. I was watching this already. I'm about to pause the music. I'm about to just start watching this, though. We could talk him.
And they have been very strong in terms of their.
We got some World Cup mukbang. What's good, Vanessa? What up, Keyshawn? What up, Extra Omari? What's good, YT Johnny? Obey Season. What up, Bill? YB King. What's good, James? What's good, Not Lewis? JTW. What's good, Nick? Jaden Swindles. What up, y'all? What's going on, though, chat? Who y'all got? I hope they put barbecue sauce in my bag. What up, Tyler? What's good, Tavia? Cavi? Carrier? What up, DeAndre, Trey? Woko? Let's go!
What's going on, guys? Jordan
This should be lit, chat. I can't lie.
Hill and Funk. We've got two remarkably
Where's my barbecue
gifted
sauce, bro?
duos here, which is fantastic. Nate, you are a bit of a
I got my money on Jew. Imagine. They didn't put no barbecue sauce in the bag. Wow. Should I put
high pressure as this while balancing the rest of your workload?
Should I put
I've kind of given that side of my life up for a minute.
should I try McDonald's barbecue sauce with Sonic food or nah?
For the past 2-3 months, so I guess there is no balance in between the two.
Hold up, let me load up my chat real quick.
For this.
Fantastic, thank you so much. And then the two of you.
Let's go! I don't know who the hell is gonna win, but I'm trying to.
While you've been training for this.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. I mean, we've gone over like routes and like
No?
and where teams are dropping, so we've been like studying everybody and seeing what our best like option is. So I definitely has changed since the qualifiers, and I feel confident for the finals.
Fantastic. Well, we're all very excited.
So what am I
to see you
supposed
guys
to
do your
do,
work.
chat?
It's gonna be fantastic.
Barbecue sauce is barbecue sauce. That's what I'm trying to say. Let me lower my mic a little bit. I feel like it's a little loud.
They're ready to play. They've been on the stage.
It's a little better.
They're confident in
Turn
their
this all the way
ability. Now, our next group has a number of players who you'll be seeing for the first time today, but you'll also be seeing
Nah, this should
tomorrow
be lit,
as they
chat.
qualify for the
This should be lit.
competition. We'll kick it off with the Gambit boys, Flexi and Letwick, followed up with
Need a
Crew
dry,
and
bro.
Chapman,
Barbecue sauce is
Daedra
barbecue
and Miz
sauce.
of Game
I don't
of
even
Origin,
care.
and then Nyrox and
Oh, I don't
Aqua,
got
some
no
of
more
the
barbecue
best pairs
sauce.
coming
Wow.
out of
You
the
know
Game
what?
of
Hold up,
Origin
chat. I'm
known
going to
for
get some
being
barbecue
very
sauce from upstairs.
aggressive, very pointed, and have fully qualified. So both of them playing not only together in the duos, but will be facing off in the solos competition. Crew qualified for solos as well. Chapek's just barely missing it a number of times. The Valhalla Vikings duo is incredible together. They are honestly one of my favorites in terms of the duo side of the competition and deserve a lot more credit and notoriety than they get.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Daedra and Miz as well. They played at ESO Katowice with Zayt and Saf that you mentioned before. They played incredibly well out of the French community. So we'll be looking out for them, the Gamers Origin boys. And then Nyrox and Aqua. More can you say about these guys?
Let's
These guys have
go.
been
What's
on
good,
the
Levita?
rise,
What up,
and
Michael
a lot of
Myers?
people are starting to realize how good they are.
Turn the stream
They
volume
are
up.
incredibly consistent
Oh,
in
hold
one
up.
of the toughest regions, averaging one of the best placements. And additionally, we will see
That should be
Aqua
good right there.
tomorrow as well qualified in the solo competition.
Uh-oh.
We have a chance to catch up with them right before they take the stage. Jordan, what do they have to say?
Drew had hella hookers
So
over
we've
last
got
night.
Nyrox and Aqua here. Nyrox,
fuck you saying,
you
weirdo?
guys have both been playing around with a
Let
bunch
me put
of
some
different
BBQ
duos for quite
sauce on
some
my
time.
shit.
What is it about this duo?
Some
this
Sweet
pairing
Baby
here
Ray's. Y'all
that
use
you
Sweet
think
Baby
has made
Ray's
it all the
barbecue
way
sauce?
to the finals for you?
That's what my mom be using.
It's a skill of Aqua.
That should be
that's made
tasting
it.
mad good.
He's really good in every single aspect of
Add
the
to
game,
call?
and that's probably
Alright.
why we succeed that much.
Just
Fantastic.
call
And
me,
what,
call me,
Aqua,
Derek.
what do you think makes this the perfect match
I'll
for
pick
you
up.
guys?
Yeah, we're gonna win.
Fantastic, great. Mechanically gifted.
Sweet
Comms
Baby
are fantastic.
Rays.
We're going to see a lot of that here in just a bit.
So that's exactly what you want to hear going into a duos competition is your teammate having confidence, and he knows Aqua's already qualified for solos as well. He's going to play there tomorrow,
there,
so
y'all.
we'll see that pair going forward. We're going to continue down on the floor with our next group. It's Cease and Elevate, Landjock, Punisher, Wishy DP, and Gustavox, and then Little and Jay. And then finally, Mega and Dubs, you can see on the left side of your screen right now.
And I just want to say right away, Cease and Elevate don't get enough credit. There's a post on the competitive subreddit about it. Cease across all of the skirmishes at the beginning.
Bro, I don't know who's gonna win.
Consistent eliminator above
gonna be
every
crazy.
other one of the quote-unquote more popular or better players. Cease was above all of them, and he has dominated.
I already have tickets for this. I could have went there today, but
also qualified for solos.
Yeah, and then Landjock and Punisher right after them. This is a duo that, again, also doesn't get enough credit. But, hey, there's 50 of them here today. Landjock, one of the people that a lot of the community thinks has the best creative 1v1 skills in honestly, the pro community. So we'll see whether he can convert that today. It's another stage. It's a lot of differences. It's going to go down to
$10 for a burger? What?
Smoking
cock meat sandwich if you think I'm paying that.
Maneuvers incredibly well. If you isolate from your teammate for a second, and we're talking one grid space, they will take advantage. And then Little and Jay, the original S2 boys coming out of NA West, who said, hey,
it was $10 for a burger.
We don't care who it is. We'll push you. We'll take your wall. We'll take the high ground.
Tomorrow for
We're
duos.
going to beat you. And then talking about taking the walls.
I forgot it's 3 days, right?
Talking about taking the walls. Mega and Dubs are in this group too, and there's so much to say about them, but we're just going to sit down and find out more about Dubs.
I'm here to watch greatness. I knew he'd be riding bikes. Them vans is crusty.
My name is Danny Walsh. You guys know me as Dubs. And I'm 16 years old.
16. God, please.
What I love about dirt biking is the freedom you have. It's like using a rift late game.
Way ugly ass.
Having freedom of going wherever you want.
Why would Sway be on
Time to get back to grinding.
Why would Sway be
boys,
on like
on
TV?
A day in a life
Not in the World Cup.
First thing I do is wake up at 12, hop in the shower, get some food.
What time are you gonna start gaming now?
Probably in like 10 minutes.
All right.
And then I'll do some aim training. This is one of the maps that I do. This helps with like AR.
Kovacs, bro.
I hop
He's
in creative, warm up my builds. And then scrim for the rest of the day.
I think he goes to school.
I was a skateboarder. I skateboarded every day. My brother, he taught me how to skateboard when I was young.
I guess he thought it was cool because I was doing it, and I would take him to all the different skate parks I would go to.
So I was 13 years old. Skateboarding at Woodward Skate Camp. And the first day I was there,
imagine being 16
I ended up breaking my
and not having to go to school.
Which I then had to go get a cast. I was in the cast for about a year.
Damn.
It was a long road back for Danny. He was stuck inside. I had to do something, so he
looked just
made
like
him
his
very
mother.
comfortable and got him a good setup for gaming.
He probably homeschooled.
That's how I fell in love with gaming, because that's the only thing I could do.
I really never got him back on a skateboard after that, and he kind of found who he was. He really just blew up
I got
overnight.
that same mic, bro. My mic is ass, though.
If I hadn't broken my leg, I would not be where I'm at right now. I'm a professional Fortnite player.
Oh my, you fixed it up. So the part below.
Solos is my strong point.
Okay, my heart's racing right now.
You can dominate by going for picks or playing for high ground.
I got B. Where you at, B?
The first time I qualified for the World Cup, it was crazy.
You told me, but I forgot.
People were shocked at what I had just done.
He was not with an organization. They were thinking, who is this guy? He's got to be cheating. Nobody knows who he is.
Yeah, I remember
He was on a mission to prove them wrong.
Dub said, look, I've qualified. I'm just going to come back and just flex on literally
I remember that,
the
chat.
entire region.
Everybody thought
To
this man
prove
was
them all
cheating.
wrong, I qualified 4 times for solos and once for duos and joined FaZe Clan.
Dub's consistently good.
I
Appreciate
play
that too,
with so
DeAndre.
much confidence. I just love the game so much that I just want to put every minute into
How much for a
grinding,
burger? $10.
so I can be the best player I can be.
Appreciate that too, Huix. I don't got mines in the stream. We got weirdos in here early.
I know it was stressful when it happened, but it has to be the biggest compliment that you are quite literally so good, averaging just inside.
Chat, I will
fifth
go
overall
into
with
the other
solo
Discord
placings,
with my,
that the entire
my friends,
community
but they
thinks you're cheating. That you are that much better, that everyone's there. There's no way, and you saw it there. Him
be
and
acting a
Mega
little crazy.
had one of the most ridiculous performances, racking up close to 50 points in the
$10
last
for a
2
burger?
matches to
No.
qualify.
I'm
And
talking about
it was nuts, follow,
at
but now
the
time to
World
get
Cup.
into the next group.
Yeah, let's go ahead forward. The first pair is XXM and Mende out of China. And then following them up is Airwax and Nikov, Hunter and Kinstar, Lenif and Kinton, SSK7 and Jamside, and then finally Volks and Parby on the right there.
And XXM and Mend were the only Chinese team to qualify through the open track, and then Airwalks and Nikov, and then
Altitude
Hunter
gang,
and
man.
Keenstar. The
All my
Solari
Altitude
brothers,
fans
the
about to
group
go crazy
qualifying
today, chat.
all within the same week, and Airwalks taking his repeat Pro-Am title yesterday with RL Prime,
Selma?
saying it was easy claps, 12 points clear of the South
Airwalks
Korean
and
duo,
Nikov,
and then Lanook and
Mongols,
Quinton
for
just
real?
recently being signed to Navi, representing them on the stage, looking to make a name for themselves, and they're hyper aggressive.
One of the duos I think a lot of people need to look out for, though, is SSK7 and Jamside, known for their aggressive style of play, always fighting for high ground earlier than most people, and then not giving it up. Nobody
Chat,
is going
today's
to
gonna
be
be
able
a
to test them
crazy
off high
day.
ground. They get tons of eliminations.
I'm not gonna
because
lie,
of it,
chat.
So we'll see if that might bite them here
Today's
today.
gonna be a
And
crazy
you talk
day. Should
about
have went.
insanely
Bro, I'm
aggressive.
not
Most people,
interested
you
in
need to
like
tag them and see
sitting
shields
there and watching when
broken,
I could just
or
watch it
maybe
here.
white damage to go after.
I'd rather watch it
Volks
here.
and Harpy, if you move and they see a pixel,
Watch it here
they're
and stream
going.
it.
They raise all kinds of chaos in NA East when playing in the Trios tournament, and now we're gonna get a chance to
Do you know how to
talk
speak French?
to the aggressive Oceania
Yeah.
duo down on the floor. Jordan, what do you have for us?
I know.
I've got Parby and Volks here, 2 of the most astonishing talents out of Oceania. You guys are coming all the way over from not only Australia,
Aaron?
but New Zealand, facing off against some of the best talent, not only from your region,
I got some
but the
mukbang
rest
going
of
on
the
for y'all
world. We've
right
seen
now,
that there are
man.
different play styles
Shoot
from
when
kind
they
of
talking.
everywhere. We all know this, but going into this, how do you prepare? How does one prepare up against these play styles?
Look at my boy
I just eat a
Parby
fruit
there.
salad. Just have a shower, get off, get some water, have a fruit salad, and then just try to get hyped.
Love it, regardless of the region. That's great. Fruit salad. You can take care of NA East and EU and everybody. Now, the
Doug,
most
I'm about to call
astonishing
you.
thing here is
I'm
this
looking forward already.
record, this elim record of 102 that you guys had, the single most elims in 1 week. I don't think anybody would expect for either of you guys to be super W key today because of what you're up against. But what is
Rather
your
show
strategy
love
going
in here
into this?
than on the
Just
4 channel.
play
My
slow
guy.
and
You know the
hopefully
vibes, bro.
Make it to end game and just get hot. That's basically it.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to see it here very soon. We can't wait.
I'm disappointed that that routine of 2 fruit salads in the morning isn't going to give them the confidence to continue what we know and love about them, the W key mentality.
I honestly thought he was just going to turn and look at Jordan and be like, W key.
background
Moving
is fire.
forward the whole time, but they know when to play intelligently and play for height. Let's get into our next group. Again, is qualifiers from NA East and NA West. We have Tetra
Harpy
and
dude got a beer
Eclipse,
gut.
Ronaldo and Ziff, Sean and Aiden and Roach. DW
My boy,
and
hey,
Lucy. Now,
hey.
I want to give a quick shout out to Eclipse in particular. I've hopped into his backpack a number of times personally when we had to do some tests, and they had a phenomenal qualifying week. And then Ronaldo and Zip averaging some of the highest placements in the week they played. They popped off at TwitchCon, came out of nowhere where people were like, who are you guys qualifying through in the
Aiden look
first
short.
run? Going to look to make
He
a run
is.
at it here today.
And then what more can you say about Sean and Aiden? I mean, this is a duo that we've seen time
Where's
and time
Sway at?
again. A favorite out of NA
Did
West.
Sway
That
qualify
weekend
for the
they came
World
out
Cup,
of-
Tyrone?
They clutched up and did amazing things.
Why would he
Both
be
of
on the
them took
screen?
part of our Pro-Am tourney yesterday.
And then Rohit, DW, and Blue Team, one of my personal favorite duos. They came together after week 4 saying, hey, we need to do something different. Rohit came onto the scene during the Winter Royale, qualified through the open format, and looks to punish people's mistakes at all points of the game. You talk about hyper-aggressive players early, you can't stop him from going, but the one person who does is Blue Team, known for his calm decision-making, kind of turning off all emotions and just making the right decisions. They have a fantastic pair in chemistry, and I mean, I'm excited to hear what they had to say leading into the competition.
What the hell did you join?
It's going to be just absolutely amazing.
Wait, what the hell?
Fantastic. We've got Blue T and Rote DW here, two beyond incredibly mechanically gifted players here.
Oh,
Blue
it's
T,
Ag.
you've placed consistently,
Oh, shit.
consistently in the top 15 over the last year from the Winter Royale qualifiers, the Secret Skirmish, and top 5 in the Share the Love event. How are the two of you together going to work to secure this #1 spot today?
I'm just gonna give this guy a bunch of call outs.
Okay, you need to get
make sure he's safe and alive, and once we hit late game, he's just gonna slay out.
Slay out away. We can't wait.
It's going to be so incredible to see if they can make that dynamic work on the stage. They have such great teamwork, and they really they have distinct play styles over the phases of the game, and if they can get rolling, they might be able to challenge towards that top. Now on to our next group, because we're excited to keep the introductions rolling. It's Item and Derox, Oslo and Bad Sniper, 4ZR and No Word, Red Rush and Snappy, and then Yu Wang and KBB. This is a bunch of guys out of Europe, and then the Chinese qualifiers coming out of the Tencent track. And I mean, some of these guys are incredibly skilled. Item and Derox with that ridiculous 41 elimination victory royale during the semifinals, and then they carried over the performance into the Sunday.
Yeah, one of the only times we saw actually consistency from the semifinals carry over into the finals. But another team that actually started breaking through in the finals towards the end, which led them to qualify as Oslo and Bad Sniper. I think something very interesting about this group, or this duo in particular, they're going to be contesting at Tilted Towers, and they are very proficient at doing so.
They will be in the fray, and if Bad Sniper gets a sniper in his hands, here's a joke. His name online is actually not Bad Sniper, because he hits all of those shots. Will be looking to make them pay. Now, 4ZR and Nord, also another very aggressive pair, but kind of just like to chill out at times. They find themselves on the edge, take the rifles. If they know they have an advantage, they go. We've seen them before as well in the Winter Royale.
Yeah. And then on the bottom right there, Yu Wang and KBB, they came out of the Tencent track, which was a competition that was hosted out in China. And so I think a lot of people didn't see those games and don't really know what these two are all about. Let's continue and find out more about them.
12 hours a day, they making bank from it. If I had the time to, I'd do it.
心情的话，非常亢奋吧，就可以跟各国的选手切磋。如果想跟一个队来对抗的话，我更希望是跟芒果那队。
要对游戏的喜欢，对吧？然后对游戏的理解，
还要有一个信仰，就是想成为冠军的一种念头。
Bro, imagine taking that trophy home.
就是要奔着冠军。
喜欢这款游戏，然后对游戏的理解程度，然后对自己的技术非常的自信。
心情就感觉跟做梦一样。
Like bro, whoever wins
这一切都是
like gonna be a millionaire, bro.
就非常的好。
冠军等着我们。
So happy to see their level of excitement and to be here representing China through those Tencent track. It was amazing to watch them play in those games. A distinct different style, but also very built-in rifle-centric. Will be one of 2 Chinese teams representing. And now into our last section of qualifiers. These were the guys who ended up qualifying in the final week. The last chance to be there is Slacks and Keys, Calculator and Macwood, Zone and King, Epic Whale and 4DR Storm, and then Vinny and Zexro. And I mean, so many of these guys we could talk about right now, but the one I want to focus on, King and Zone, coming out of Argentina. They are ridiculously aggressive, know how to go full send, and I think people will be surprised. They're able to execute on a level where if they get rolling, it's going to be very hard to stop them.
It's one of the same situations as
When it
the
start?
kind of
It
Chinese
start at
duo,
1 o'clock.
least at smaller extent.
Oh, it's 1.
Because a lot of these guys don't know how they play, don't know how to respond when the play style that they haven't gone up against is shown. But one duo I want to talk about
tired of
is
y'all
Epic
asking
Whale
where's
and
Sway at,
Storm, because
like he
this is one
qualified
of the
or some shit.
few
Like he
fully
even tried.
qualified duos. We'll see both of them tomorrow.
Y'all getting me mad
And
with
what
this
a
shit.
way to do it, because they came together at the last second as well.
There's
They
a
came
Mexican?
together
Why
in
you
the
telling me
final
this?
week, knowing it was their last opportunity, and they wanted to be there. They wanted 2 seats on the stage in each one of the competitions that have really separated themselves. But speaking of somebody who separated themselves, Zexro and Vinny. Zexro, the original pioneer of the My Wall Now. I'm going at you. I will win the game with 16+ eliminations, and there's nothing you can do about it. Him and Vinny broke through everything, coming over not only Zexro's wrist issues, but a little bit of kind of
Stop
turbulence
hating on
between
Sway,
them. They're
dude.
actually not
You're
even going
salty.
to be doing after this
Bro,
competition. So
what?
this will be a last hurrah, and let's see what Zexro and Vinny have to say.
Why would I be hating on
We got
Sway?
Vinny and Zexro here.
Because
very
everybody's
excited to see you guys. I know
Sway's
that a lot of
my-
people
that's
are
my
thrilled
friend.
and excited to see what you guys have planned for today.
You
both
guys
have
just
been
keep
competing
coming
both
into the
very
chat
well
saying,
in
"Where's
duos
Sway?"
and
Like
solos
he's
over the
going
course of
to
the
be
year.
shown.
How do
He's
you think
either
that the competition
qualified.
today is going to compare to the rest
These
of
are
the
people who
competitions that you have
qualified,
leading up to the
dumbass.
scrims, whatever the case may be?
For sure, the competition's definitely going to be hard today. Probably the hardest competition yet, but I'm very confident for us to succeed today. So.
Awesome. Well, we believe in you guys. Now, Zexro, you told us after qualifying for the last week of duos that you were suffering from some tendonitis.
Is it me or
preparing
do all
for
the
a competition
motherfuckers
like
look
this,
lame as
especially
hell?
at such a high caliber, there's got to be a lot of stress
we was
involved
talking
with that. How
we
have
was
you been
talking about this
physically
yesterday in
preparing
the
for today?
chat.
So basically, I didn't really play much, and then I would just mod review and everything. I would just play on the
We're not gonna
qualifier
talk
days,
about it
take
again,
a lot
but-
of believe, you know, and then it started going away at the end, and then we qualified, so we're chilling.
Fantastic. Well,
But
we're
I
all really
told you,
excited
bro.
to see you guys. I know that a lot of
I
people
told
are, a
you,
lot of
Trey.
TSM
You thought
fans here and all
I
over the
brung it
world.
up
It's gonna be a
yesterday.
great
We're not
day.
gonna talk about it, but I said it. Yeah, I
There
thought
you
I was
have it.
lying. I was
Proof
serious.
that it's not all about just grinding and playing all the way through. You got to do your VOD review. You got to take care of your body, get those wrist stretches in. That's Zexro's story there. We'll see how they perform today. We've got one final group of duos to let on the floor. It's going to be
What's good,
Serpent
body?
and Hype, Wolfies and Rojo, Skite and Vato, Borwins and Tux, Kluja and Thomas HT, and then finally Puzz and Ming.
I mean, there's so many players in here you can
I ain't
call
gonna
out.
lie,
Serpent
bro.
and Hype were the original. Can you translate it to Sunday? They won so many
These
of those
people who's
semifinals,
doing the,
and in the last week were able to do it. I got an
the
opportunity
cosplay,
to actually talk with
I don't
Rojo
care what
in the
nobody
back
tell
room.
me, they
He says
getting at
he's
least
excited to be
10,000
here,
from this.
wants to play, wants to get on the
3
stage,
days
and
and
knows
nothing
he'll
but
be able to
cosplay?
enact their
What?
game plan. He wouldn't tell me what it was, and I wouldn't leak
They
it
about to
anyway.
make 10
So the
bands
Scream
in like
duo,
3
kind of
days.
a
They
little
might
bit of
make
parity
more.
there between Vinny and Zexro.
You got Shorty over here want to be a bright bomber doing the.
able to overcome it.
Yeah,
I
right.
got to speak with him as well.
They
And he's
getting
like,
money
I'm
doing
just
this
happy.
cosplay.
I'm glad I'm here, man. And there was a fantastic post he did about it.
Yeah, he had that.
You see her there?
Where he basically went through how he lost his confidence because of
happy.
his wrist
She's about to
issue,
get bread.
and then gained it back because of the support of all you guys at home who supported Skite through his journey. The French community doing so as well. Moving on forward, Borwin and Tux, somebody I think is very
They all
interesting
scared to
because
talk
they
to
qualified
females?
and moved
There's
through
no females
the entire. They switched duos at the last second, so same thing.
And then you have
It's a
Kluja,
male
player
fest.
who qualified
Probably
as
like
well for the solo
50 people.
competition, and Thomas, his partner
And
from
they're all weird.
Singularity. And the final duo, Puzz and Ming, representing from South Korea. Unfortunately, there was an Asian team who was unable to make it. Puzz and Ming having won in the Week 8 qualifier where there wasn't an additional spot. And on top
Progressing
of that,
up?
their consistent
Yeah.
placements earned them
telling
that
you.
alternate spot coming out of the regions. We had an opportunity to talk with them and
What's
have
good,
a
Stoner
package
Girl?
set up. And
Sis
let's
just
see
made
what they had to say.
$350K for creative. Facts. Who you got winning? Bro, I don't even know who I got winning. Bro,
저는
I don't even
밍이라고
know.
하고 이제 아시아에서 진출하였습니다. 저는 퍼즈라고 하고 아시아에서 진출한 사람입니다.
My boy back at it again.
가장 좋은 성적을 내서 대체 선수로 뽑혀서 왔더니
Bro,
이제
that Hentel?
아시아에서 듀오 한 팀이 진출을 못해서
Hentel?
저희가 이제 좋은 기회를 얻게 되어서 이렇게
Alright.
진출하게 되었어요.
Yo.
온라인에서
I come back and
상금을
I see Hentel.
받으면서
Oh,
같이
what
경쟁하는 게 마음에 들었다. 유럽 선수들과 해보고 싶었어.
Oh shoot.
게임하기 전에 이제 계속 어떻게
those
게임을
glasses are
플레이할지
fire. You wanna
생각을
rock those?
하고
That's good gear.
하는 거죠. 그냥 연습을
that's you.
최대한 시간에 맞게 활용을 하고 최대한 많이 노력을 하다 보면
They should have did the anime pose.
I mean, I can only imagine
they
what
do
is
it?
going through their heads. First, taking the top spot in a week where
like
there
that.
wasn't a qualification
That should've been
spot,
fire.
and then having one of the most consistently best placements, then being chosen as an alternate, and finding out you're going to be competing,
dude, this is
having
about
a
to be
chance
crazy.
to
I'm not
represent
gonna
Asia
hold
and South Korea here,
Facts.
and they are very good.
It's
They're
about to be
known
my
for
fool
playing
about to be
aggressively,
here, too.
trying to
Yo, Lil
find a
Pooty,
side of
appreciate
the
that
zone,
spawn, so welcome
box
to the
themselves
family
up, and
during
get some
emos.
shots towards the
Damn,
side
I
of the
thought I didn't
rotation.
order
If
enough
they can
food,
get
but I
that
ordered
position,
enough food.
I don't expect them to not be dangerous, because they will make some waves, and that's the
I
competition.
thought I
Those are
ain't ordered
all the
enough
players.
food.
Those are
Let me go get my
the 100
milkshake.
best Fortnite players in the world, the 50 best duos, and now there's a duo in particular. We talked about it. The loudest duo when they're announced. They want to be the loudest duo when all is said and done. We have Mitro and Mongrel down on the floor. Jordan, what do they have to say?
We are all so
I know.
excited
Phases.
to see these two
Phases,
play, and
they-
honestly, to hear their
they have
comms.
me
It's
up
one of my
ahead.
favorite things when I watch these guys play. Now,
Mongrel!
competing
Oh
online
my
and competing
God,
on
it's
the land,
Mongrel!
it's two very, very different things, obviously. What is the preparation like going into competing at a LAN together?
Competing at LAN is definitely different. Personally, I like it more just because I like the environment, but online is easier, but I don't know, I just like LAN more.
Fair. You can't beat the energy in a stadium like this. A lot of people are really excited and stoked to be here, and especially to see you guys play. We can't wait.
Thank you so much, Jordan. And now, just those guys, they sound
Nah, it's about to
excited,
be
but that's
lit.
it. Enough from us talking. The 50 best duos in the world are on the stage competing for their share of $15 million, Ball. And I mean, 6
15.
games away from winning
Oh my
$3 million
God.
to the top duo.
Just think about that.
Do they got
6
more drip than you?
games, and then we'll find out
I
who is
could care
the
less.
best duo in the world. Hands down, no question about it, the best. 6 games. We're going to do that real soon.
The duos world champions will be crowned, but that's it. The pre-show is over. Enough.
What the fuck? My thing just froze.
Nah, that didn't freeze for me.
The
7,
hell?
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, this shit starting.
Let's go!
Oh shit!
Ladies and gentlemen, it
What the
all
fuck?
comes down to
shit.
this.
Oh
Millions
shit!
watching.
Wait, so is all 100 of them right there?
On the
Oh
biggest
shit!
stage.
Ju, yo, Ju, you ready, Ju?
Oh shit.
I don't think you ready, Ju.
An absolute gamer,
shit.
Jack. We've never
Oh,
seen
look at this.
anything
Oh.
like this.
Did any girls qualify?
Hell no. Oh, he hitting that. Oh. Now they gotta hold DJ Ju. Come on, bro.
Nah, he's going. He's wilding right now.
He's going crazy.
Oh my God! Mark did it by Oh! That could be the difference. There we go. The key to a door. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna lose my freaking voice.
It's amazing.
Nah, Ag
you
is
feel
nice.
so free, it's ridiculous. And then we just kind of watched
Ag is
like
nice, okay.
our names pop up on the screen.
Killing
It was pretty surreal.
Killing
It
it.
was a huge sigh of relief. All the hard work we did just finally paid off.
DJ getting
We were
bread?
going nuts.
Yo, DJ is easily getting 50,000 from this.
Go forward though, confused that change in elevation. He finds the first shot, can't find the second, and he does! Speed left. That is why he's a World Cup qualifier. This is it right here, the 1v1.
Now this is about to be crazy.
He takes what? Damage to himself and all of a
How many games is it?
complete chaos. What a win!
I don't even know.
8 games, right?
8 games?
Look, y'all, Sway right there.
Where?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from my hometown, baby, New York City. Where you at? Where you at?
Oh,
That's what I like to
They get
hear.
sick
That's what
game.
I like to hear. This is it, people. The moment that we've been waiting for. 10 weeks. of competition leads to this. I'm your host, Golden Boy, and I couldn't be more.
Nah, this crazy. It's about to be crazy,
here
chat.
because we're about to
Nobody's
see
What's good,
the
now?
greatest Fortnite players in the world go
I
up
think
against
nobody
each
can sit
other
over there.
in duos competition.
Nah, they can't.
Millions
Oh,
in
no, they
prizing
can, they can.
on the line, and most
Look, they're all up
importantly,
top.
what's right behind me, the championship, the trophy, and the first ever Fortnite World Champion. We're gonna crown that today, and it's gonna be awesome. And I wanna know if everyone here in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, are you hyped? Are you ready?
Nah, they gotta be louder than that.
You
Come
know
on,
what?
bro.
Maybe I can't do the job. I think this will do some justice.
Not
Put the
yet.
free
It's
on.
just- look,
Put the
they-
freestyle dance on. They're gonna go crazy. Imagine they did that. I would have got up and danced. I swear.
You would have popped out of nowhere.
What? I would have got up and danced if they ever did that, chat. Facts. What's good, Pluxon?
Now, I know everyone here is excited to get to the games, and we're going to do so in a little bit. The players are gearing up and getting
lit
ready
right
to
now.
go. You know that each and every one of you inside of this stadium, you're just pumped. You've had your opportunity to go out to the festival. You've managed to meet up with your friends and enjoy some great times here in New York City. And obviously, our players are here to win
You the
a
Tifu
world
qualifier? Yeah, Tifu
championship.
qualifier.
And
What's
the
good,
news
Habit?
is we have two players standing by with Jordan Fisher, who are looking like they can
Mark
contend
Rowley?
at
He
the
with
top of the
Mitro.
mountain.
Thank you, GB. You are a handsome man. Now, I'm going to be super
Ah, my
honest
boy
and
solid it.
very forward right now when I say that I've got two of my favorite people in this stadium right now that are competing together. Two of my favorite people to play with, two of my favorite people to watch and study.
At least
We have
Sean don't look
and
weird.
Aiden, one of the most dominating controller players in the world. And he's
Controller
proved it time
players.
and
Sean's
time
not
again
even a
with Sean on
controller
mouse and
player.
keyboard, one of the
Okay,
most
okay, okay.
mechanically skilled and gifted players in all of Fortnite. Now, with this combination of one of you on
Does
a
he have,
controller
like, some
and one of
type
you on
of
mouse and keyboard, there's got to be some pretty unique
Chinese in him or, like,
strategy
Asian
that you guys
or
can
some
pull
type of-
together. Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, our synergy is great.
He's Canadian, though.
Like you said, he's one of the best mechanical
Canada?
players. His
Yeah.
tunnels are insane. Like, it's just insane watching him play. And just, me being an aggressive player and having good aim, we really combo together well. And I'm hoping we're going to do good.
1,000%. Now, Sean, you both competed in the Pro-Am yesterday, which was a lot of fun. We all know that was a very sweaty lobby. But
I didn't even watch the Pro-Am.
Your
I was asleep.
thought process,
Yeah,
your
me neither. I
strategy
didn't watch
going
that.
into today. Tell me how that differs from yesterday and your performance there.
Well, I think yesterday was like super fast paced.
That man pants
I
tight.
need to get kills to place well.
His pants are fine. Get
today
off
we're
his
gonna go for
feet.
end game, play super slow, and just hope we can kill it end game.
Fantastic. Well, we're all so excited to see you guys. GB, what do you have for us?
Bro, he got a great.
Always
his
a pleasure
outfit
to
is
hear
calm,
from the
bro.
Ghost
That's a
duo.
calm
They're going to
fit.
look to go to the top, and they very well
He got a
might
calm
do
outfit
that.
on. Everybody
now,
else, bro.
I asked you guys earlier, I said, are you ready? So I'm
Bro,
going to
I
ask you
pulled up in
again,
some
New York
threes.
City. Are you ready?
I put up in some threes, some shorts,
Oh,
and a white
no,
tee.
no, I gotta take
didn't
the
even have my white
earpiece
tee
off.
on. I had my tank top on.
New
It was
York
too hot.
City, this is my hometown,
You
and I
gonna
know we
comment
can make
under
some
my
noise.
picture.
So I'm going to ask you one more time.
He gonna comment under my picture and say,
ready?
"So did you actually go to World Cup like that?"
The Fortnite World Cup Finals start now. Let's send it over to your casters.
What the fuck you mean?
Ninja.
This nigga want me to put on some Balenciagas, like put on a fucking Balenciaga suit or some shit.
It is time. The Fortnite World Cup
Shorts,
Finals
ass.
live
Jackie,
from New
you wear
York
black
City.
Air Forces
Everything on the line
no
here
socks.
today.
Stop
My
talking.
name is Jack
Game
Courage
tie, shit's
Dunlop.
mad tight.
And well, guess what? I'm joined by a surprise guest appearance. Tyler Ninja Blevins. I am so excited for today's action. Ninja,
Dude.
the emotion here is insane.
You have no idea, man. These guys have been playing for months, practicing, doing nothing but thinking, eating, sleeping, breathing Fortnite.
That's it, and it's all led to this. I know the nerves absolutely at an
Now, what
all-time
are they
high.
doing in
Yeah.
that?
I'm just casting. I'm
They're
not even
cracked.
playing. Meanwhile, they're paying for $15 million, but it's not your normal
cracked.
Fortnite rules we're going to be playing today. Let's take a look at the format, catch everyone up to speed. I know a lot of new eyes will be on Fortnite competitive
Do
today.
want you to dress
And
in
Ninja,
designer
here's
suit.
the
It's too
format
damn hot for that.
points.
Facts.
So,
First of all, it's
this
too
is
hot.
duos. If you
Two,
place in the top
there's 0
15
females there.
duos
3,
in this game,
I'm going
they
there.
earn 3 points. Top
To see
10,
fans?
they earn 5 points. Top 5, they earn 7 points. And finally, the Victory Royale, they earn 10 points. Now, those points cannot stack.
Take off stream
meaning
delay. I don't have
in a
stream delay
game, you
on.
can only get a max of 10 placement points. Also, 1 point per elimination. So finding that good balance between elims and placements will be very key. Here's the prize money breakdown in Ninja. You've been involved in competitive gaming for a long time.
Damn.
Have you ever seen anything like this?
Either way, you
no,
leave
I mean,
it
you're
with
looking
a
at first
bag.
place $3 million. I mean, heck, I'd even settle for third at 1.8.
settle for 1.8.
Bro,
I'll
either
settle.
way,
No,
you
no,
leave
we
it
just
with
playing
a bag.
We've
The
both
whole
been competing for
10
a long time, and I've been competing for almost
The
10
whole
years.
top
Probably
10,
never
what?
come
11
close
to
this. This is
50th is
Yeah,
100K.
absolutely mind-blowing numbers right there. This far, $50,000.
God damn!
Top 10. They want to
What?
that
I'm about to play
prize money ladder.
competitive.
Again, we are live right
The
now from
fuck?
the Fortnite World
I'm about to get
Cup
3
Finals.
mil for
There are
one
so many
day if I
talented
win.
players here today from
Bro,
across the
and you
world.
get
We wanna hear
50K
your
just from
thoughts
being there.
on Twitter.
What?
Hashtag Fortnite World Cup.
Bro, I don't even want to win. Just give me
You wanna
49th
you
place.
go
I'm
first.
good.
Who for you is your standout that
The
you're looking to see
fuck?
if they can take it home today?
Dude, man, I mean, I gotta give it up to
Bro,
Mongol and
just
Nicho.
Dios,
I think
not
they're
even,
gonna-
bro.
I think they're gonna
49th
definitely
place,
close it
bro.
out. They've been
Word,
really
give me
just
49th
super interested to see
place.
how
I
they
don't
play.
even
Been watching a lot of
care.
the World Cups after they've already qualified. Hands down, one of the most aggressive duos.
Bro, that's
throughout,
100K
the
plus the
qualifications.
50K you
What
get
are they
from
going to do that
qualifying.
here? Are they going to go for placement, or are they going to still
That's
W key like they've
150K
always been
right
doing?
there, bro. Holy
That's typically been their gameplay
Imagine
choice. There's
whoever
looking at it,
wins first
Mongrel
place,
and
bro.
Mitro, both
Oh my
qualifying
God.
from Europe. You see,
3 mil, bro,
last time they
split,
played in the week they
1.5.
qualified,
Bro.
their drop of choice was Loot Lake.
Yeah.
So will that remain the
Oh,
same
that's
today?
split?
These
I thought it
early
was like
game
a
battles,
person.
these fights for the different points of
Nice.
interest
It has to
will be
be
so
split between
key.
the duo.
You go with the European duo.
Yeah.
I'm picking a European duo as
Get it.
well. Another young squad, Mr. Savage M and Benji Fishy. Dude, Mr. Savage M is cold-blooded. Every time I met him, I'm scared of him. And they're absolutely insane, as you can see
What
right
the
here.
fuck? That's not Mr. Savage.
We'll get those pictures
And that's
fixed,
not-
don't worry. But either way,
What
these
the hell?
guys are two absolute tanks. And Ninja, you've watched all these guys. You're absolutely one of the best players in the world. But it's almost like these
That's
guys
Booker.
They are.
That's
they are.
Booker
I
and
mean, I've
somebody
competed
else.
against some of these guys in some other online
That's not
tournaments as
Mr.
well.
Savage,
And
bro.
I mean, literally watching Benji just slay out an entire lobby by himself in squads is. It's like it's art, man. You know what these guys do? It's art. So enjoy.
I know Mr. Savage M in a public match got like 40+ eliminations in Season 9, which is unheard of, all by himself, solo squads. There are so many ways you can watch, though, this weekend. I've been just looking at my phone already. I'm seeing
That's
a million
crazy.
plus of you guys tuned in
Yo,
on
Ninja is a
in.
great guy,
As
bro.
you guys know, so many ways to watch. You've got Twitch, YouTube,
Courage
Twitter,
would not be
everywhere where
doing
there's
this
live
if it wasn't for
streams.
Ninja
Also,
back
a
over
new
there at his first
Fortnite.com/watch
event
feature
in
that
Las
you can go take a
Vegas.
look at. You'll see
I don't know if y'all remember
feeds
Ninja's
there.
first
Yeah,
event in Las
that'll be a
Vegas.
Crazy unique way to watch Fortnite.
If it wasn't for
competitive the
Ninja,
first
bro,
time. I know everyone at
Dr.
home looking forward to
Lupo
seeing their
and
top
Courage
players,
wouldn't be doing
perform.
none of this
place
commentary
now,
stuff.
Ninja is insane.
Ninja's the
I mean,
man.
This is one of the most ridiculous arenas
He is the
I think
man,
I've ever
bro. He put
seen
all his
for an
homies
esports
on.
event, and I know people flooding on in
Right.
from the outside. I just can't wait to get it started.
Dude,
That's crazy.
this is literally what I've been waiting for for like 3-4 months.
Yeah.
The best of the best, all in the same lobby. All right, in the qualifying matches on Sunday, you're playing against, in a lobby, maybe like 4 or 5 of the teams who are actually here right now, but now this is gonna be all of them
game
in
by-
the
oh,
same
they're
lobby.
creative. Like, they're
Every
getting
single
cracked
battle is
creative.
one of the best players in the world
Okay,
fighting
easy
against
ads,
one
easy
another.
ads. What can I say?
I'm excited to watch the early
Oh, no,
games.
no, no,
when
no,
they're
they
landing
oh, no,
in
they about to
spots. I'm excited
start.
to watch the mid game during
Oh,
rotations. I'm
shit.
taking notes, and you guys should too.
Yeah, also other things that note to take to bring up. We're going to be playing on siphon settings here, increased material farming.
Favorite.
Do you want to explain for everyone at home
I'd love
exactly
to.
how that all works?
I'd absolutely love to. So unlike normal matches, when you get an elimination, all right, you're going to be granted with 50 health or 50 shield, depending on what you're missing. And that's also going to give you 1 point as well. They
Oh,
also
they
drop
all in
50
the lobby.
mats of each, wood, brick, and metal. So, eliminations are definitely going to pay off early game as you guys can stack up those materials.
Yep, and remember, that is when you get a full elimination, not
Yes.
when you knock down an opponent.
Correct.
So if I knock a player, you'll see in this, a lot more times teams will immediately try to finish that elimination, get the health, go pick up the materials, maybe secure some extra loot. There's a look at the lobby screen, and Ninja, I was laughing with you earlier when the players were warming up earlier today because they got some warm-up games, and obviously for many of them it's their first time in a major LAN event. They wound up going through and they were just sitting at the spawn island like they were right now.
Man.
I mean, look at the build battles happening on
about
spawn
to- I'm
island.
about
They're
to go
all
competitive.
editing, they're all aiming. None of them are
Yao
just
Ju
sitting
next
still.
door, right here.
The nerves running through them
Yeah, I'm
insane.
going-
The
I'm
average
competitive, man.
age in today's
Yao.
tournament, 16 years old.
Next World Cup,
some of these guys are going to walk away with $1 million+ this weekend. At 16, what would you have spent your money on? I don't even want to know. Why not even ask that? Probably
16, man. Just a bunch of candy and energy drinks, man. I didn't really.
So basically the same as today.
Exactly. Nothing really would change. Nothing's changed.
No, it's so much fun, man. Again, people flowing on into the venue. Looking at these duos, looking at these contested areas, right? Loot Lake has been a very hot topic.
Yeah, man.
You know, Aiden had been landing there throughout all of qualifiers. You see, you know, Mongrel and Mitro. I've been hearing some notes about, you know, Tilted Towers and or Neo Tilted, as it's now called, of where they're going to go. In your opinion, right now you play 6 games.
Yep.
You know how detrimental it can be to your mental
16, I'm dropping out.
One where you kind of drop right off spawn and get taken out.
Yeah.
What is your game plan here? Are you going for it? You don't care how many people land there? You just go and play your game? Or
I think
you shy away? What do you do?
No, man, these guys have been practicing. They know. They know that they're going to be contested. Yeah. They know that, and they're not, you know, if they're intelligent players, they're going to play exactly how they've been practicing the last 10 World Cup qualifiers. They're going to go exactly where they go. They're going to push where they're going to push. And, you know, they're not going to care who it's going to be. Now, me, honestly, I'd like to say that that's how I'd play. But, dude, in a situation like this, I think that if I saw someone contesting my drop, I'd definitely defer and try to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, you have one bad game. Getting over that, that's going to be a huge mental obstacle, right? You get knocked first. Yeah. That's going to be something that you're going to be thinking about in the second game, the third game. Oh, my gosh, should we change our landing spots? And then if you're thinking like that, it's over.
Yeah. And
this way you can have a dual partner.
Like,
Abraham
wanted to talk about this map. We have what the first map is going to be in front of us. But, again, guys, there's so many exciting things going on in the world of Fortnite right now. One of the new limited time modes that is actually going on. Prop Hunt, we watched a little bit of it yesterday. But, again, made by Stray Kite. It's a fun little, you know, hide and go seek game almost, Ninja.
Prop Hunt is the greatest thing that Fortnite has created from creative. It is amazing. It is hilarious. I mean, we were literally getting like angry and like, but also just laughing hysterically right when we're about to, you know, make it into the incinerator and get our points. It's just so fun. I mean, you could be a toilet. You know, you want to be anything. You want to be a pink flamingo, a bus. Go for it. Go for it. Just go for it.
Yeah, we've had some fun games.
Anywho, shout out to the 2,000 up in the stream, man.
The gameplay for free, Prop Hunt.
Y'all hit the like button for me. Let's get 1,000+ likes. And y'all comment down below who y'all guys think is going to be winning the World Cup. We got 6 games of pure craziness.
40 million competitors down to the top 200.
Let's get it, man.
To be exact, 178 because of the double qualified players.
Right.
Who can hold the spotlight?
Like your head, just how insane those numbers are.
I think it's just
can hold the spotlight.
And let everyone know that, man. Just Epic continues to change the game. Making these qualifiers online, it just allowed so many of these kids to be here today because they've been able to play it from the comfort and safety of their home instead of traveling across the world just to qualify. Yeah. So I think this is one of the first times we've seen something like this, a qualifying like this. And dude, I'm just
Chad, I wish I could play with my
the next freaking 4 hours, 6 hours. I'm ready to stay here all night.
I'm down to stay here all night.
My controller, like just like this.
The arena is as well.
So my
when you
face
talk
could be
about
right in the
LAN
camera.
events, right? You have so much competitive experience.
Too bad
You've
we
been to
got
so many across different games and genres.
Switch the keyboard and mouse.
The one thing that stands out to me, though, it will never feel the exact same as it does as playing at home.
Flying again.
So for these guys, what are some tips that you can share? You think that they should kind of take into account as they're playing, maybe on LAN for the first time?
Well, do what I always tell people when they're saying, you know, hey,
got a
Ninja,
big
going to
fat
a tournament,
ass,
any
and
advice,
your big
right?
fat
You know,
ass is just going to get
exactly
banned just like
what you
this.
do at home, all right? If
Get
you
the
wear
fuck
socks
out with your
and you
big
know no
fat
shoes at
ass.
home, that's what you're going to do. If you don't wear any socks at all or you wear sandals, you wear that. If you wear nothing but sweats and PJs when you're gaming and practicing, that's exactly what you should be wearing right now when you're competing, right?
Yep.
Don't try to change anything up. Drink what you normally drink before the
it.
games, water, energy drinks, whatever the case may be, or, you know, eat what you're going to eat. Do not change anything up. It's very important to get in that mental state of what you do and how you've been practicing the entire time at home.
I've even heard of stuff as far as like don't change your sleep schedule and what you're going to do for this. Like literally take it like it normally is. Now, again, we talk about how there's $30 million
I'm about to play keyboard and mouse like this, Chad.
Today and tomorrow, but there's already been $3 million in prize money given away this weekend. That happened yesterday at the Creative World Cup Finals.
Oh, it's Aiden's dad. Yo, you wanna know what's so funny, bro? Because when I was going there, like I was driving over there, right? And I saw Aiden's dad.
And we're
I'm
here
like,
in the player lounge
so
right now,
familiar.
joined by the winners of the Creative World Cup. First of all, congratulations. Now, Scissors, how does it feel now to solidify that title?
It's kind of awesome considering I love creative mode. It's thriving. It's awesome. I love it.
Now, Tyler, did you ever believe that you guys would secure the position here today?
Yeah, I always knew we had it in the bag. You know, we're the week 1 qualifiers. We're the most stacked team. There was no competition. Just when the last map was a death run, I knew we had that in the bag. We got some good players here. I knew Zach would clutch up, and he did just that.
You could tell he lifted the finger. He said, "We need 1 coin. Just grab this coin right down here."
I want Kitty's voice. It's so cute. How do you sound, Selma?
Oh, he missed it, but gets it with the trap trigger. You realize that one jump won this group here an extra $1 million.
It's unreal. Like, if you want to practice with
You
death
just
runs,
saved
you
the
need to,
game.
do it slow. Don't go in blindly. Like, try and change everything you do every time you fail.
That's crazy.
Suzu,
Imagine
can you see
thinking
yourself
that I
doing
could
even
make
more with
$3
creative?
million
The success of today. Will you continue to go and play creative maps?
a
I think I would
fucking
definitely stay consistent with
death
creative,
run.
because I feel like there's a lot of potential in creative still. And yeah,
Derek,
that's my thing.
they made $3 mil off creative,
Each of you
bro.
guys plan on doing with that prize.
I'll probably end up saving most of the
That's
money,
nuts.
maybe some investments.
He's 18, and he just won $336,000. What are you gonna do with the prize?
Rent? Rent. Yeah, I think rent. I'm gonna be responsible. I'm gonna save my money.
I am going to be responsible and probably just invest most of it and try and get even more money back.
All right, guys, congratulations again. Absolutely outstanding job. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I cannot wait to see what the future of Creative Fortnite looks
Scissors a
like.
snack? Would he still be a snack if he had on black Air Force Ones, Jackie? And the shorts that I wear? If so,
The Creative World Cup Finals.
I mean, if he
so
wore
much
black
fun
Air Force
yesterday.
Ones, then he'll be
Again,
just like you.
congratulations to Scissors and his team. $1.3 million won. I'm going to address the
What
elephant.
the hell? Trey Riggs is
It's not
there?
Tim
Why did I
Taman.
just see
You
that, man?
Didn't win that, Tyler.
That's correct.
Exactly happened here.
That's correct. No, we got 4th place, but the crew that I picked out, man, Tal, Taco, and Kaz, just a good bunch of kids, man. I mean, I think, and I also got to meet a lot of the creators, the ones who developed a lot of the maps, and just a lot of passion from these guys, man. And I was really happy that I was able to, not even me, together as a unit, we pulled in 300 or 295,000 as a team.
Dude.
I mean, little whips, man. We were just killing it, little ice creams. But that event was so incredible, and just another thing that kind of came out of nowhere again. That Epic changed the game with creative. You know what I mean? It kind of popped up out of nowhere. All these people, so many people. There were hundreds of people here because of creative.
Yeah. And again, I know I talked to Scissors about it too. He can't believe just how far it's gone from his original runs he made to now it kind of inspired one of the 3 maps yesterday for you. What was your favorite? Was it kind of the prop hunt mode? Was it the run?
Junkyard Juke, bro.
Okay.
Hands down, Junkyard Juke is the most fun game I've ever played. I mean, if you're going to go in with a crew of 32 people, if you can even muster up a crew of 32 people, I want that to be a playlist where I can just go and play Junkyard Juke, and it just fills in 32 people.
Hey.
It's so much fun, man.
I'm with that. What about, should we get the whole squad together or
I'm
not?
down with. Oh, we totally should. We should get a massive
now they're about to add
this
this shit, bro. Add back Cypher.
There's nothing greater when you're a little teddy bear and you're just walking around trying to make it in. It's amazing, man.
Hey, listen, it's all fun and games here. Obviously, the theme of this weekend. Things going on outside of the fan festival. There's also the Battle Pass redemption. Everyone here has got tickets, has the commemorative tickets. So many things to look back on and remember these moments. For a lot of people here, whether they're players or the individuals and fans who traveled, it's their first time to New York City. Such a legendary, iconic place to have this major event. You see again the crowd continuing to.
This guy asked
on
if I'm
in,
really Spanish,
just getting
chat.
some
What should I
final
tell him?
things set up for the games. We can get it all
See
launched for
me
you, but
more.
trust me, we're all eagerly awaiting the start as well. So many organizations represented throughout the weekend, and I have just received the word that we want, Ninja. The game is ready to go.
I'm ready. The first big
What's
one,
good,
man.
Mia?
Who's it going to be, guys? All right, I want you guys to scream out your favorite duos right now,
Yeah,
man.
go
Let's
ahead.
make some noise.
Who do you think's gonna win today?
You guys think
Scream
it's
it,
gonna win,
make it. I
baby?
want to hear. Oh, it's gibberish. None of it makes sense.
I think I hear Mongrel, Mitro.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The Fortnite World Cup Finals duo competition begins right now.
I'm back as a fun start. Jesus.
Yes, sir. They're jumping out the car.
There's nothing more.
Get a last one of my name. Get the job done.
nerve-wracking than the initial launch. Off the bus,
Who in
man,
a competition?
you're
Go to school.
Someone's going to die. Someone's going to be eliminated.
Don't you
Who's
have
gonna be
homework
the
to
first
do?
One?
Yep.
You don't want to be the first one knocked out in the World Cup. I mean, literally, I knocked him it was the first game in the Pro-Am, and that was just amazing. You can't live that down. I don't wanna be
Benji
the first
Fishy.
person knocking this.
You know where they landing at, the happiest place of them all. Oh my goodness, and you know they're going to be contested.
Savage, and they're heading right towards Happy Hamlet, a place
Oh,
they've called home so
man.
many times. And
Mr. Savage.
So you're flying
Happy ham.
the early game so key.
Oh my God.
Trying to put shots down range with that revolver, but area is contested. You see they're kind of split from each other right now. What are their comms like in this exact moment?
I mean, I think right now they're just going to be trying to hear exactly where these guys are, footsteps, any type of information they can pass off to one another is going to be very important.
Vorwin.
They've been practicing this landing. I'm pretty sure I watch these guys play literally every week because they're from EU, so they were before NA qualifiers. And yeah, this is exactly where they normally land. Savage and Benji, they don't always land on top of one another. And you're honestly at a disadvantage if you do land in the same house because you're going to be getting less shields of one another, right? Less chances of getting shotguns and things like that. And I'm just interested to see how they're going to play this out. Are they going to be aggressive? Or are they going to back down?
Well, we just saw the first zone has been revealed, and it is a northern side zone, so anyone in Happy Hamlet not safe. Polar Peak, Frosty.
I want to see Loot Lake, bro. Loot Lake is correct.
Not safe. So continue to keep an eye on this fight. 98 players remaining right now in this game. Now, we mentioned the increased material farming right now, so you're hitting a couple trees, you're getting 20, 30.
Oh my God, Dusty is lit. Three teams at Dusty.
Dusty Divot.
Yeesh.
Looks like Landjock and Punisher go out very, very early in this first game to Tetra and Eclipse, the new Rogue members.
They're wasting a lot of material right now. You can already see it. You've got only 100 maps left. That's 10 builds. These early game fights are always so detrimental. You have to be very, very, very particular with how many mats you're going to use when you're trying to ramp rush somebody, because if you make it there and they shoot you out and you have no mats, I mean, you're left with literally nothing to protect yourself with.
And look at the advantage that you now have. Tetra hasn't found
how that game look like they on console.
Because 2 eliminations come on through. He gets
it look
both.
like they
That's
playing on a
50
shitty
elim,
PS4.
putting him at max HP, and now he can completely change how he takes this fight. It's not like the normal games where you're still stuck at 100 health and you might second guess what you want to do. You might play a little more passively. No, because of those early elims, they now have Dusty Divot to themselves. They pushed out the Asian duo, pushing towards that top Dusty Divot side of XXM and Mend, and now they're sitting pretty. Divot all to themselves. They've got metal galore here, as well as wood. The one material that really be lacking is going to be stone.
Yeah, definitely going to be lacking stone. They can get a 500 metal, which is going to be their most valuable asset here, landing in Dusty. What I'm just interested to see is, you know, they have no rotation items when you're looking over there, so hopefully they find something that's going to help them rotate later. There are no balls that spawn in Dusty, so no ballers. It's going to be very difficult to make it to the late game if you guys don't have some sort of crazy rotation, shadow bombs, anything like that.
Here's another fight going on towards Fatal Fields, and with how little materials there are, you got to think these players down low who are already just on white HP are in a tough spot, and there it is. Scarlet and his duo, Bell, get the quick elimination onto Brush. And that's going to push back Brush's duo into Fatal Fields and try to hide for a brief moment.
You just chilling?
The rough start right there. So much stone in Fatal Fields. I feel like Fatal Fields is a underrated landing spot.
I think you can get everything at Fatal Fields. You definitely get wood and brick very quickly, and then there's definitely some metal that you can gather around. You know, there's a bunch of cars and things like that. Some tractors there in the sticks. But listen, man, I'm really curious as to why they're not pushing Sizz.
Well, it's kind of a double-edged sword too, because yes, Sizz is by himself, but we've all experienced how easily you can hide in that brush there in the cornfields. And Sizz Lucky, these top players who land Fatal Fields know how to actually navigate the loop.
He's trying to creep around the bushes so that he could pick up his he just wants to go and pick up his card.
Right, he's gonna go for the reboot. But there's a certain path you can go on, and Sizz Lucky will actually be able to go back and pick up Brush's card. So this is key.
You think you should go
reboot
for it?
Vans, remember, when you get brought back, you only had 100 HP and a
oh yeah, he could get this. They're out of here.
That will bring a lot of attention over. If you are Scarlet and Bell, are you sprint back over that fight? I think so. Now across the map, though, an engagement going out between KBB, Yuang, and their duo up against Vinny and Zexro, and there's the knock right there.
Drum shotgun's very powerful.
Vinny's
it's definitely
out
underrated. You can get inside somebody's 1-by-1 right there. I mean, there's another knock with a drum shotgun, just absolutely wreaking havoc. Yuang trying to take this wall. I think his teammate is not going to be able to stay alive, so it's going to be Zex and you. He's got the shield advantage.
You guys all have the same ping. There's no way. If you take somebody's wall, they just ass at this point.
So just needs to spray it out and hopefully find a chance to take him down. But
like I said, is a box fight even like worth it? You don't have a 0 ping advantage.
Back the full shield, and Yuang now in a tough spot. Do I try to go?
Zex definitely can interrupt this now. He took too long to start going with the res, but it looks like he's just going to be going for the reloads, taking his time, and he might be dipping out, maybe trying to. He's definitely staying aggressive, but he's going to get the revive off, and now it's a 2-on-1 again.
Zexro staying confident, though. Knowing right now still At over 150 HP, the teammate has to be at 30 health. The wall comes through, trying to spray it, and it's not gonna happen. And you see Zexro right there, hands right to his head. Some solid damage done, but Yuang dropped down to 59
Did he pick him up?
HP, but with that elimination, we'll bump back up to over 100. Very, very close.
I don't even know if he picked him up.
The drum shotgun.
Very important is checking out the storm right now. A lot of these players, there's a lot. You guys can't see the screen, but there are plenty of people who are outside. They're going to have to start their rotations in. And this is actually where a lot of very talented players with their aim can clean up a lot of kills. This is actually my teammate and I's reverse. Our strategy was to try to get in those spots where you can beam people who are going to be flying throughout the sky using a lot of streams and just taking advantage of, your incredible accuracy.
Oh, they're going to get some great loot.
They did get the reboot in Fatal, so they're both back in play. Look at how slow this lobby is going, folks. 92 players left.
92 players, oh my gosh.
Here. Nate Hill and Funk of FaZe Clan currently set
endgame
up
is
near
gonna be
Lazy Lagoon.
crazy.
And Ninja, this is your landing spot that you went to with your duo reverse. What are maybe some little tips and tricks for players at home who like to land here?
Yeah, all right, so there's, if you go on the boat, on the ship, every single one of the masts is like worth 200 wood, so you definitely want to go for those and easily get max wood in arena in probably less than 10 seconds.
Bro, I think the key is to not take early game fights,
in town.
wait for end game and pop full.
300 metal, which is, like the most.
Yeah. Like early game.
I mean, but you have the challenge. Some early game fights you have the challenge if they try to contest your landing spot.
I was going to let that be a bridge when we cross it, but
because 91 people left, I mean, how soon is it going to be?
We're going to have Storm Surge in every game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be like.
But you also gotta push people because
Storm Surge is basically the people in the team that has done the least amount of damage is going to start taking damage until
Storm Surge is going to be nuts.
Yes, and it tells the players on their screen what the damage threshold is. If you're used to playing at home, you probably have never experienced Storm Surge in a normal game, but it is very common in competitive because everyone wants to last until late game, earn those extra points, and wind up getting those placement points to come on through. Watching Letwick and Flexi right now, it's so scrappy, Ninja. It's not your normal game where you get to loot up and freely grab everything you want. Here, I mean, look at the inventory. A common heavy assault rifle, 2 heavy bullets.
Yeah, I mean, people are not going to be able to.
It's really a RNG game at this point.
Spot is definitely going to be contested, or have talented players who are surrounding.
Storm Surge bug, hopefully.
Worried about getting
I forgot about that bug too. That bug is bad. Somebody's going to die because of it.
Dinked twice with an infantry rifle, and boom, there goes 160 health, man, just like that.
89 players left now in the lobby as Twiz and Cover H, the duo, do get cut down. 45 duos remaining. The second zone has just been revealed, and again, Storm Surge will begin after that. I absolutely think it's going to happen. That will be for 70-plus players. So you keep that in mind as this goes on. Players who haven't really done any damage
That's
will
how I be
know
trying to
that
have
they're
my
going to be at a
customs,
point where
but
their hand is going to be forced.
So
they're going to have to put on a little bit of aggression. You're going to see the game pick up just a little bit here. There's Snappy and Red Rush. Already in the next zone, they're more than happy to just farm up this metal structure and claim it as their own.
They're actually very centralized as well.
Yep.
I mean, a really great strategy that you're going to see a lot of people going to be using throughout this weekend in solos and in duos is to just try to get in the dead center of the second zone and honestly just kind of pray that the circle is going to continue to rotate in your favor. I mean, I'm still looking at a lot of these guys' inventories. One guy just gets knocked in front of him, like going to try to save his teammate. It's not going to happen. But there's not a lot of rotation items. I haven't seen a lot of shockwave grenades. I haven't seen a lot of shadow bombs. I don't see any launch pads in anyone's inventory.
Yeah.
It's going to be such a, the rotations late game are going to be nuts. People are going to get lasered out of the sky.
And Letwick now all by himself in a 1 versus 2 as his teammate did go down. You see Parpy and Volks.
My boy Parpy!
Still quite healthy between the two of them. Over 140 HP for both of them. Parpy still playing the slow ground, trying to spray out the opponent. And look at the material count for Volks, 135 total builds. It does look like Letwick just kind of ran away, but I don't believe Letwick was able to grab his teammate's reboot card. So will basically be by himself for the rest of this game.
You know, it's going to be almost impossible.
Oh, there go that Storm Surge.
There's the Storm Surge. These guys are 106 above.
Appreciate that
sponsor,
Draco.
which means that there's somebody who has 106 damage less than them that is currently below the threshold, and they are going to need to hit some people, deal some damage, and that's actually the beauty of Storm Surge, right? You don't necessarily only want people kind of just lingering around in their 1-by-1s, praying that the circle moves to them. You're gonna see some fights that are going to be forced to break out because players need to get above that.
Everybody hit the like button real quick, Chad. Let's get 1,000 likes.
Now moving towards the dusty
Drew looked like he about to fall asleep.
diner.
I'm just highly interested
You see
right
Clicks
now.
and Skeptic. Yeah, the very young duo from NA East, and you just said yourself, I didn't even know you could farm this.
Didn't even know you could get down there.
This is the beauty of it, right? These are the top players in the world showing off the little things that they know that really no one else can pick up on. Many teams already stacking here as there's so many materials to be farmed up. And for a lot of players, Ninja, once they get maxed, they don't just stop there. They keep farming to have an excess for more if they need to expend a lot of materials quickly. Yes. On the bottom right of your screen, you see a fight going down in Salty Springs. A lot of grenades being thrown right there. That's going to be Serpent and Hype.
Serpent and Hype in a pretty decent spot. I think if you guys can look on the mini-map that we're staring at, every single team is now in the safe zone. Everyone is safe in the next circle. It is moving in. And double heavy sniper is in play. For those of you guys who do not know, a heavy sniper will take out a metal wall. It'll take out pretty much anything. It does 1,500 damage to structures. So if you have two teammates who have double heavy snipers, they can see a team, line up a shot of somebody hiding in a 1-by-1 and be able to take them out.
And that changes the game completely. Once you hear double heavy, you can no longer sit still ever. Or if you know where they're at, you have to make sure you have at least 2 walls of cover on that side to protect you from the inevitable double snipe. And when we say double snipe, it's as far as 1, 2, 3, shoot. And they both fire at the same time and catch you off guard.
There's absolutely 0 time to react. And one thing you guys we've talked about are the rotation items. We got 6 shadows for this guy, and they have a baller, so they're sitting pretty. I think these guys are in a great spot.
Absolutely. And you see the zone did just update towards the northern side of this current storm. Storm Surge is now in play, so players beginning to drop. 80 players in total in this game. They will just rotate on out of here. Hype and Serpent no want to fight it. That's Jay, now quite weak. With Storm Surge beginning to tick in. Quentin and Lanouf now having to push a fight as Storm Surge is affecting them as well. And you see it just kind of smites them down to the heavens, and there they go. Getting dropped by Storm Surge. Unfortunate for them, but again, with not enough damage done, they do fall below that threshold.
That's crazy.
Jeez, man, Storm Surge really does just force people into some pretty tricky situations. But again, man, it just goes to show a lot of aggressiveness is going to pay off for teams, man. You don't want to be put in that situation where, you know, you have to desperate and push. Maybe a duo that's better than you in combat. You know what I mean? And Airwax and Nikov
that's a replay.
Was that a replay? They just went down.
Airwax and Nikov are winners. Well, Airwax at least are back-to-back winners. The Pro-Am does go down. Airwax double qualified as well. Tough first game for them, as they do go out quite early on. 71 players left in this game, 38 duos. Again, it's a slow crawl as everyone begins to drop. Have you ever seen anything like this in competitive
No, I think that the only time that we saw numbers like this were when the circles they didn't really chunk that much and they were more centralized in the beginning of competitive. So really no one had to rotate that much and no one had to fight. So now that these circles are really just kind of moving around the map, you can't really predict them. I mean, you're getting these players who have, again, the great aim, and they're just beaming people who are focusing on trying to rotate into the circle. Now look, there's so many people coming from the south right now. And it's just free kills if you guys are in a top position with solid aim, man. You're going to Texture right now, already getting beamed. He's spamming the spacebar, trying to make it as difficult as possible to hit. He sees a lot of, look at it, already trying to figure out right now, where's he going to land? Look at all these people who are already boxed up. They're already creating these tunnels. More shots coming down. And he's going to be able to make it. 8 grenades. So that's going to be, I mean, if he can get in a position where some players are already getting focused on the outside, 8 grenades, he might be able to clean up those kills too.
Yep, that's right there. They do box up in time. Did take some shield damage, but thankfully they have some minis to replenish that in just a few brief moments, as there's Eclipse now using them. He's got his teammate right next door as well. Medkit, looks like they're going to pop that too. Every little bit of HP matters.
What up, Jessica?
Saving the campfire for the late game, it
so
appears.
Laggy?
Definitely got to save the campfire.
In the elimination feed right there. Here's a look at Mongrel earlier with his duo, Vitro. As they're set up currently in this zone, 68 players left.
Love watching this guy play, man. I'm serious. I mean, here's, you just check his inventory. Only got 2 guns right now, which is inventory rifle and a combat shotgun, so he has no spray guns. All right, spray guns are, you know, anything to an SMG, tactical assault rifle, SCAR, anything like that. You know, we've got to have a gun that can shoot pretty quickly to kill players and hit players through their 1-bys. You know, very difficult. Look at that healing too, though. Yeah. 5 slurps, 2 slurps, 5 chug flash.
They already have a slurp ticking. This is insane.
Super close to the zone as well. They don't have to move too far.
Yep, and material-wise, look at that, 135 total builds. They're in a fantastic position to make some noise in game number 1. We'll definitely keep up to date with them. The slipstream slowly inching towards where it begins to shut down Ninja, but with so many slipstreams still available in this current zone, a lot of players are going to use that to rotate on in freely without using launch pads or the shadow bombs. There's your whole map right there, the eastern side of the zone. None of these players really going to be into play. They're going to have to inch a little bit more towards Loot Lake if they want to be safe.
Some of the best, I mean, look, these are the best players in the world, and look how close they are to one another, man. I'm so excited when they actually have to force into these fights.
I feel bad for Nix. My boy don't got no shield, and his teammate
I'm sorry, man. I just can't, man. You guys notice also, Stinks, man, these players are so talented. It's going to be so hard to spray through their walls and actually deal damage to them. So you need things like grenades, like Stinks, right? Little fart bombs is what I like to call them, to force people out of their 1x1s and try to shoot them as they're rotating away and trying to build new 1x1s to dodge the Stinks.
You see the Stinks right now going down on Mongrel. And Mongrel gets immediately ripped in two as it seemed like the lobby began to focus him right there. His duo is still alive.
That's crazy, bro.
Rotation, luckily.
Definitely has a bunch to, to be able to play with. The next Storm Surge has begun to kick on in. Metro, 12 damage below, will have to begin to put shots down range. The zone pushing as well. So in this position, with the zone at their back, Metro's goal, spray at players who have to push from the zone. They have one way they can go. They can't afford to take storm damage. They've got to push right at him, and Metro knows that. Now begins the fire. Dubs just below as well. One of the players who qualified multiple times through solos and then once in duos.
They also have some great rotation. 2 ballers still intact.
Come on,
Here's the thing that you just mentioned, all these players who are going to be rotating in, being forced to rotate in. Everyone knows that.
Very little ammo, though. Look, these are the last 9 assault rifle shots in Dubs' inventory. It is getting scrappy, folks. And there's the split. Still, though, only 80, meaning combined between the two, they really only have about 150 shots to work with. The zone still pushing. 61 players left. Reminder, folks, this is game number 1 of 6 today in the duos competition. Dubs does go down as a player got that back wall and he wasn't quite ready for it. Mega frantically backing on up, trying to create some space. Will he be able to go?
He's going to go for the pop that slurp. He's got
the storm surge on.
He's trying to be aggressive. Oh, he's still below, right? He's going to need to be aggressive. He won't even have time to revive his teammate. His teammate got finished, actually, so he's got all the shields in the world. He can get back up to full health. Storm Surge is still ripping him apart. That slurp is barely keeping him alive.
Hitting him for 25 damage every time it winds up ticking. There it is again, dropping on in. Mega's hand is forced. Some big damage right there, still below.
He's still below.
As players are continuing to drop all around, but Mega doing a solid job of keeping himself alive right now.
Storm Surge is ass, bro.
Fantastic composure. Again, one of the young players on this stage looking to try to secure the title of Fortnite World Champion.
Can be like, let's keep
no more Dubs. The duo
still
down.
Now finally above. Finally above, and guess what? The most important thing to realize, guys, look at that rotation. Yes, he's alone. Yes, his teammate's down. But he has an incredible kit to not only make it to late game, but maybe even clutch this win out. He dropped the shotgun. Okay, there you go. Got the combat shotgun, one of the greatest shotguns to have late game. Does incredible damage, long range and close range. And all the guys, the circle just rotated now into the storm. Massive amounts of distance needs to be covered.
This storm surge is insane. It's still going on.
Finally taking out 52 players left. And this is where things are about to get
not
serious.
Really lack of
Thomas drops some ammo right there for his teammate, Inclusia, and you see Thomas. That
you gotta remember,
we're in
New York.
Favorite weapons.
We get
what is so good
times.
about that assault rifle?
Good over there.
100% rewards pinpoint accurate players, right? There's no bloom necessary. Your marker, your aim is right on their head. Boom, you're gonna get that headshot. You're gonna get 80 points of damage. And there's now the upgraded versions, the legendary and the epic, have 10 shots instead of 8. So I mean, it just packs a punch, man. It can really catch players off guard, and that's exactly what you're going to need when you're playing against these top players who will literally build and protect themselves when they shot.
Folks, there are 45 players left in this very, very small zone. We are now on our 6th storm. You see it's about to begin to move, and players will frantically have to go across the map. Zayt and Saf right now discussing exactly what they should drop, pulling up their map, looking exactly where they have to go. 44 left in this one.
We already got people using shockwave grenades, guys.
Very
far rotation for the second movement circle. So this is actually going to move very quickly. These people are going to potentially get stuck on their launch pads because there's so much frequent building. It's going to be nuts. And who's going to try to take the high ground? Because after this first circle goes, this is where people start to only try to use the high ground.
And we know high ground is everything in competitive
Bro,
Fortnite
whoever
late
has
game.
high, bro, they
Everyone
got
frantically moving away from the common enemy of everyone, which is
Whoever's
that
high.
storm circle.
Stay inside.
Macwood taking
I think
zone
stay
damage.
inside on
Daedra
high.
as well. King slowly bouncing on through with the shadow bomb, and does land. Yes, but taking no storm damage, just playing right on the edge of it. Yeah, right on the edge of the zone right now. Will just stay boxed up for a brief moment. As now there's 36 players remaining, stomping the elimination feed. Arkram now goes down as well. You can see the elimination feed on the top left to keep track of your favorite players. There's so much is going on. This is what tunneling is. When you hear players mention tunneling, this is it right here. You move with the zone, you tunnel your way in, give yourself cover, but not a lot of materials left. Only 22 builds, and this zone is stacked. But look who's on the high ground. It's Mr. Savage and Benji Fishing.
Oh, man.
That would be your 2 picks, so good for you. All right, I have to owe you a bet there, man. That, all right. Bongo, unfortunately, Mitro's still alive. I mean, listen, people are dying left and right, being eliminated. More Savage just using another shockwave grenade. He already had high ground, though. The question is, are people going to try to take it? You know that if you really want the chance to win this, you're going to have to try to take the high ground or have a rocket launcher to just take him out of it.
This is so weak. Mr. Savage just looks up and beams the player out of the air. It's all Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage in the elimination feed right now. 24 players left in this one.
Oh, Benji made it back. Benji was in a storm. He was down below. Oh, he just got beamed. Damn,
Mr. Savage goes down.
It's up to Benji. And listen, Benji's been in this position before. We know he can handle it. Mitro's still in the game as well. I just saw him. He looks incredibly healthy, but now taking some storm damage. Benji's just going to try. Look at the materials. Not a lot left. They're only using their shadows. I think he has 1 build left.
Yep.
That's it. That's all he has.
He's got 10 total builds.
10 total builds.
He's just trying to outlast as many players as possible. Remember these placement points. We've made it into our top 10 duos. Now into our top 8. Zayt and Saf now. Zayt and Saf now on the high ground.
This game.
One of the few, the only duo left. This has a Zayt and Saf win written all over it. Mitro, Mongrel's duo. Was all by himself very early on, still alive in this one. 40R Storm now getting beamed. Can the North American duo of Zayt and Saf close this out? Raining down fire from up top. You see the frantic builds coming in. Benji Fishy goes down. Mega, Mitro, and Scarlet on the low ground. Shots still coming on in. Zayt and Saf just sitting pretty.
Mitro's
just
not
got a double, I think.
playing.
5 limbs. Tries to get it done. Not
Nah,
enough.
that's good for
Zayt and
Mitro.
Saf,
Hella good.
2 versus 1. Will they take game number 1? Yes, they will.
Zayt and Saf had the high ground, and they used it the entire game. Rain fire from above. We're able to make up 5 elims plus 10 placement points. That's going to be 15 points. Game 1.
Talk about a monster game number 1. You saw the immediate reaction. They know how key that was. And I've watched so many games of competitive Fortnite.
I know
Ninja.
Robbie is going
they
crazy
were the
right
only
now.
duo left with still like 18 players remaining. When they get the high ground like that, they send 1 player down to get close. Scarlet was already weak, and there's just no shot. In the end, the veteran players of Zayt and Saf take game number 1. And you know, Ninja, that was a big topic of conversation. Players with LAN experience, players who've been around the Fortnite competitive scene at these major events for a long time. Will they let the nerves get to them? Guess what? The answer is no. Zayt and Saf take game number 1.
Kept their composure. It was absolutely incredible to watch, man. And seriously, these guys have been absolutely dominant in the World Cup qualifiers online. And it's only fair that they continue to show their dominance here at the actual World Cup stage.
Brilliant performance. You know that their game plan is always last as long as possible.
Absolutely.
But the fact that they made it through those storm surges, even with them not getting very aggressive, they had 0 elims down to those final few moments. Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, we have to talk about them for a second as well. The European young duo, they were on the high ground. It was looking good, Ninja, but so many players focusing them, the shockwave grenades as well, and they had no healing left.
It's unfortunate, man. We have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayt and Nap did at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief
Incredible,
for those 2.
Incredible first game. And we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition, in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you'll want to stay glued to the streams. here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send a Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What do you look?
Man, we have a group full of these players who are literally the best in the world. They know exactly how to win, right? So if they don't have the high ground, they know that whenever there is a moment that they have to shoot the high ground out with rockets, shockwave grenades. I think that's actually what happened. I think someone shockwaved up and knocked them off the high ground.
Yep.
But when you have shield like Zayd and Nap did at the end there, and that high ground, I mean, it's over, man.
What a sigh of relief.
Incredible first game, and we're only just getting started.
We're only just getting started. Remember, 6 games being played today in the duos competition, in which $15 million will be rewarded. Tomorrow, we do it all over again, except with solos. So you'll want to stay glued to the streams here for the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. Get involved in the conversation. Send a Ninja and I your thoughts after game number 1. Who surprised you? What are you looking forward to in games 2 through 6? For me, other things I noticed, man, you've got to be on your A game when it comes down to taking note of where you are with the storm surge.
Yo, chat, let's get 1,000 likes up in here before this next game starts. We only 100 likes away.
I've honestly never seen Storm Surge affect the game so much.
Yep.
Because here we are having 80 people left after the second circle. So you know what I mean? Like, and these guys, they're not going to let you hit them. You know what I mean? And if you want to put shots on these guys, it's going to be when they're flying in the air, rotating, which you also expose yourself to a sniper shot. You know.
Absolutely.
High risk, high reward, man. Right?
It's
Let's see how these guys change. I wonder if the guys who did get hurt a lot by the Storm Surge, are they going to make changes in the second game? Are they going to be a little bit more aggressive and trying to deal some damage as they rotate?
I'm chilling.
That's
what I want to know.
That's a great way to think of it. I know there were so many
How
people
did I forget to
that
like, bro? I don't even know.
These games, but over
I'm
at
sure half of y'all
Island,
forgot
we
to
got our
like,
very
man.
own
We only 9
Sundown
likes
with
away
his
now.
thoughts on game 1.
Thank you so much, Courage and Ninja. In the first match of the duos competition is over in the Victor Royale's experience.
And we 12 subs away from 185.8, 186K tonight,
chat. And GoSaf and how they've been playing so long together. And that end game was a prime example of textbook Zayd and Saf. We're going to re-roll it one more time, and we're going to break down kind of how they were able to keep the control. Now, pay attention right away. You can see on the backside, Saf has one angle while Zayd is going forward, and they're moving back over the tarps they've already established, but the angles they take make sure they're covering everything. They hear the shots below, they're putting the fire down towards them, and Scarlet is able to pick up Mitro, but doesn't have enough to get out. Zayd and Saf, 5 eliminations, Victory Royale, 15 points, showing that their competitive experience, their experience on stage and at major LAN events is winning out right now. They say nerves, what nerves? We might as well be playing at home on our own stations because they are just that good. Match 1 is over. Time to get back over the stage for match 2. Ninja and Courage, take it away.
Thank you very much, Sundown. Great stuff as always there from Unreal Island outside of the venue, enjoying the event themselves. But again, game number 1 in the books. Obviously, so many updates to see exactly where we stack up. In the end, those final moments can be so hectic. So before we hop into game 2, we will have a standings update for you all at home. Who do you think's up top of it right now? Well, guess what? It's Saf and Zayd, but
and Benji, Mr. Savage, man. Just an incredibly clutch solo.
Mitro got some great points on Marco dive.
Both of our predictions.
Both of our predictions. And they're still up there. Guess what? Imagine when they're healthy.
That was a mega
actually get good rotation items.
Wait, Mitro's from the United States?
Late game, man.
Placement points so key. You did a great job pointing
Yeah,
out
he
Mitro
changed
at
his
the
flag
end. Not only does he stay alive, not only does he perfectly use his materials and his movement items, but he somehow finds 5 more limbs, putting his team from probably an abysmal game 1 to top 3 in our leaderboards.
Who can
Again,
hold the
here are your
spotlight,
standings from game number 1. Dubs and Mega, they wind up making it through as well, and that's because of Mega staying alive too.
Absolutely, incredibly talented duo, man. Honestly, I'm looking forward to seeing what Aiden can do, and Sean. So hopefully they step it up in this next game. Game 2 is about to get on its way, man. Are you ready?
I am ready. Ladies and gentlemen, in this sold-out arena, are you guys ready for game number 2? Oh yeah, they are. Oh yeah, they are.
All of the games is going to be this fast? Because I'm with it.
5,
Let's go, Hydrate.
3, 2, 1.
Because all of them other tournaments, they be taking mad long. Let's go. That means what time is it? 158. This could be finished by 6 something. I like that.
Again,
I mean, by like 4, 3, I go to sleep, wake up tonight, chat, and we running sponsor Saturdays. I mean, we playing with sponsors again too because my internet was messed up yesterday. So I told y'all, it's sponsor weekend. It's sponsor weekend, y'all.
And man, I just look
at
these llamas on my screen. I'm just hoping that they find them. There's nothing greater than finding the new upgraded llamas at 350
That was
mats.
despicable.
Dude, they're insane. And they're everywhere. And look, wait, can we look at the map? Look at the north side. You've got 3 llamas in a
Go to World Cup tomorrow.
area.
You in New York?
And many players have gotten better at spotting llamas.
I wasn't planning on it. I got tickets. I already got my ticket,
I
but
mean, you just, the one thing I tell, you know,
I wasn't
my
planning on
teammate
it.
Malachi, I was like, listen, man, sometimes you just actually have to tell yourself, hey, we should probably look for llamas as we're flying in because, you know, usually you're looking for players who's going to be landing next to you. But if you actually keep an eye out for that adorable pink, purple, and blue llama.
And there's one.
I mean, look, you're just going to get rewarded with shield, rotation. There's shadow bomb storm, campfires, minis. I mean, these are incredibly valuable.
And remember, materials get capped at 500 of each type. So when you get 350, it's done its job for you. You can spend much less time looting and, farming, and much more time looting. And look at Zate perfectly using the Shadow Bomb Ninja. For players at home who are wondering how he just used it for way more than the 6 seconds it actually lets you use it for, explain a little bit of staying on the side of the mountain.
Yeah, all you have to do is just continue that jump animation. That's going to trigger the double jump. And as long as you don't touch any solid ground, you're going to be able to continue to double bounce back and forth, man. It's an incredible use of the shadow bombs, and you're seeing it. You're probably going to see a lot of players do something like that.
Every landing spot, somebody going to be there.
People's builds, and which is way more difficult to do that off a mountain, by the way.
For sure, as we now take a look. That storm is landing side of the map, and this storm is very far. Great point to bring up there. We can see on our side, the zone right now basically gets cut off at Dusty Divot and Neo Tilted, and the rest of the north side of the map are in play. So everyone near the middle and south side will have to move, and you see in the elimination feed very early on, Elevate does get cut down. So a tough start for the duo from 100 Thieves right there, as you've got to wonder if Arkram's still alive. Either way, though, Daedra and M11Z
looks like they have players
down in Loot Lake. In Loot Lake, Lucky Landing, and they do have a duo nearby.
Looks like they're trying to obviously back away, continue to farm up. Lucky Landing is not really a 4-person landing. When more than two people land here, one of them is going to be leaving a little bit handicapped. And Yu Wang in a fight right now, popping that last big shield, so all of his damage that he will take from now on will be permanent unless he gets an elimination. And gets
track that snobby.
And look at how good these stink grenades are right now. Scram and Mexi have lost so much HP off the start of this one just from getting ticks. The spray does come on through. A third party, though, beginning to shoot down on a Yu Wang. So another player putting their attention towards this fight.
Trying to line a side.
Snobby, but KBB does go down. It's now Yu Wang all by himself, and no materials left, Ninja.
He can't even take a wall.
They're really, this is an abysmal position to be in. Yu Wang knows that. Trying to fall back to his teammate to maybe sneak a revive, but I just don't see.
A lot of these players really are kind of hesitant. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily want to push. There is a third party now. They don't have a lot of shield.
Are they going to
get
off
the right play?
They're going to push forward.
Yu Wang no shield, and he's going to get the double. He's going to get the double and the revive on KBB. And there was some delicious shockwave grenades that just slid down the ramp.
Yu Wang takes them down. The 4 builds left. I believe there was some help. The shots that came in from that third team getting nearby, which weakened them at first. Yu Wang gets the cleanup on the last one right there. What a swing for the duo. Shot does come in onto Keys, though, as another fight going down just outside the desert side of the map. Keys and Slacks up against 2.
Running out of materials already, and guess what? These guys are at the farthest point of the storm.
Yep.
So this is not, they can't afford this fight, right? The longer this takes, they're not going to be able to get materials. They're going to be burning all the materials in this fight right now. So they're definitely going to need these elims to make up for it.
That was
and he took the knock on Landjock.
And Landjock and Punisher went down early last game as well, and it looks like Landjock will suffer the same fate here.
Upgraded combat shotgun, you know he's going to take that. Punisher trying to make some plays here. Still, now it is a 2-on-1 situation. Just need to play the numbers advantage. And again, Storm is about to start moving, so they're going to have to make some plays sooner rather than later.
No ammunition.
7 builds.
Very few builds. No shield. This spells disaster, and Punisher goes down, and there's the frustration in the player camera.
It's like once your teammate goes down, bro, if you don't got that ice, it's over.
You mentioned they can't afford to do that.
You got to have
so
that
much time in that
ice.
fight. They got to go very far still. Now over to Neo Tilted, Clicks and Skeptic. In a fight.
Got some shield. Doesn't necessarily want to use this mini to only get a 10. And he's looking to just trying to obviously take Small's, help his teammate out. He's he's getting taken. Couldn't get the knock. Unbelievable, incredible place. Bad Sniper goes down, and now he's continuing to branch out. When you guys are in fights like this, you always want to do exactly what he's doing right now, which is branch out, continue to build these little 1x1s with pyramids, try to confuse your opponents of where you actually are healing up.
Skeptic just 8 builds left. They're trying to stay alive right now. They do have the number advantage. Clips has time to pop 1 mini, and it looks like they're going to go for it right now. They made the conscious decision to try to build out, but no. They back up for a moment.
Finally gets a shotgun.
Yep. Shotgun picked up. Grenades now as well. They want to go for the second elimination. And
oh my God, we got some
trap on L in real life. Did he just take the L in real life? Homie, this is land. This dude's going to come over. No, I'm just kidding.
40, but the sticks coming in.
No.
Sticks coming in, 22 health up, campfire down.
Bro,
he has.
and
look who's here. NA puts up the take the L, and EU says, no, no, no. This is the World Cup, baby. I'm going to show which continent is best. Mitro and Mongrel, full HP, and they storm roll through.
Duel ins for Mitro,
Clicks
still
right there.
Oh my God.
Wow, incredible. Look at that kid. Gold scar,
No,
gold combat,
bro.
heavy shotgun, I'm sorry, heavy sniper rifle for taking opponents' walls. Look, they're just stealing and bum rushing, and that's going to be it.
Oh my God.
There's no shot right there.
Bro,
Skeptic.
worldwide, bro.
You
Well, what did he
saw
do?
A putting on a show.
Bro, he
I
put-
love it. The man does
he put
YouTube
the
for
L,
a
like,
reason.
he
But then
his
also
finger, bro, he
a
did an L,
fantastic
and he
player
put it
and
in
speaks
the
a
camera
little
when
bit
he
too
took
soon.
that.
Aiden now.
And then as
on
soon as he
screen.
did that,
Does not
Mongrel
one.
couldn't battle
Hasn't
down.
finished the elimination yet, so still will gain 50 HP if he can get the full. There it is. Now a 2 versus 1. Aiden and Sean. Look at how weak Sean is, though, Ninja.
Sean has absolutely no health. A little bit of shield.
Yo, Salma, it's not that serious, to be honest.
Being the good team that he is, I'm sure he's calling it out right now. But it is also a 2-on-1, and they don't know, we don't know how weak this guy is right now, but if he is weak, they're going to look to try to trade, and there's the double shotgun shot for over 21 white. Players no shield left are going to try to put the pressure on. Sean has little health, and look how aggressive they're being. They're both one hit. They get that trap.
They're going for it. They're saying, you know, you would have thrown the trap down by now. And there it is.
That's one thing about Aiden, I'm not even gonna lie. It don't matter if Aiden got 200 HP or 1 HP. He gonna play like he got 200 all the time.
There was 2 big shields.
I do the same
Aiden's
thing.
at the full health.
That's incredible, man.
See the stats so far this game. Aiden has done 434 damage, has taken 312, and he's near backup to max health. I know Aiden is a crowd favorite here. Every time the camera goes on, there's a big cheer from this sold-out arena.
For those of you guys who do not know, the Storm Circle is about to update right now. We just saw our second one, forcing everyone out of the north and east side of the map. And also, guess what? Every single llama was found.
Yep.
All 5 llamas have been found, so we have some probably high material players right now.
A lot of rotation.
Oh my God, I can't even. Freaking out, man.
You're getting into it.
Looks
right
like a
now.
lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, we're looking around. They're all gone. There's
Yep.
only one airdrop that's left, which means a lot of players. It's very difficult, man. Going for airdrops is super risky, but it looks like everyone at the World Cup here is taking their chances.
And what's kind of funny with this zone, as you see it on the bottom right side of your map, the slipstreams are there to basically help everyone get from the southeast, east, and south side of the map easily into this zone. So if you kind of sit outside and wait for players to move in from the slipstream,
Aiden
you might
looks
be
so
able to do
tiny.
a lot of damage. And remember,
Yeah,
you
he's-
might
he's,
think, oh, well, there's no way
skinny.
to get that elimination. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying free damage for
Like a
Storm
little
Surge
baby.
when that comes into play, because it is going to happen very, very soon here. We're about a minute away.
It literally looks like we've been watching nothing but action. But there's 84 teams, 84 players left still.
Yep. I guess that's a testament to our
Oh, yeah, I'll
observers
keep them.
backstage.
I'll
Great,
keep
great
them,
stuff to
yeah.
them. Says Lucky. Does take a bit of storm damage right there. Chug splashes in the inventory. And Ninja,
like a dolphin.
Chug splashes have came into this game and they've completely taken competitive by storm. Are they the best healing item currently in this meta?
I think that, there's a lot of items that get added where, not everyone is all unanimous about it, right? Some people do not like it. But let me tell you something about these splashes. I don't think I've ever seen more positive, reactions from an item being added than when chug splashes were added. I mean, nothing but positivity on Twitter. It was absolutely incredible. I woke up to some delightful posts. Delightful posts.
Yeah.
Those of you guys who don't know what they are, each one splash, they come in packs of 2. You can stack up to 6. They give you 20 health or shield, whatever you're missing.
And they're instant. You throw them down the ground, and they can be used to heal you and your teammates around you, as well as, if you really want to be a troll, your enemies that you've knocked. Here are Mongrel and Mitro in the zone, and you talked about this inventory. I'm going to come out and say it right now. There is no way someone in this lobby has a better inventory than what Mongrel has right now. And when you come into this, they were already in your top 3. So they're in a position right now, Ninja, where they have a pop-off performance right here. With only 6 games being played after the first 2, they could be your leaders.
Absolutely. I mean, they were only 2 points away from first, man,
Yep.
and they didn't even win the game. And Mongrel went down early before placing points were even rewarded. So, Sean and Aiden in another fight with Quentin and his squad. Sean trying to take some walls here. And he's out of light ammo.
Out of materials.
He just shot
He's out
Aiden.
of materials. So he can't even spray right now. The one thing you do is spray an AR, and that's not really going to be effective against top players if you're actually trying to take walls.
Our boy Sean just
Well,
shot
they're trying to drop a
Aiden.
trap down low to bait Aiden, but Aiden does not fall for it. This seasoned veteran trying to cover his back. Players beginning to spray on through. Stink bombs dropping, and there's one of them. Another shot comes in.
Gets his shield. That's why he went for the thirst.
Yep.
And grabbed the mats. 365 mats now. He is, or more than that. He's got.
Get out of the stinks. They've got to get out of the stinks.
So weak 2.
Look at how weak they are.
And don't they can get both Sean and Aiden. They got. I think that's exactly what they should. They split up. Now he's trying to take them one by one. He's getting pushed by more than one person.
Quick reaction from Aiden, but this looks like it could spell disaster for the duo. Damage dealt 639. He does go down, though the quick edit comes
Making
through.
plays. Now it's up to Sean. Can he clutch it? Only 2 HP. Got some minis. Picked up some ammunition now for his minigun. But looks like Spades is just way more healthy. And obviously there's 3 other players who are around him as well. So what's he going to do? Looks like he's going for high ground. Smart play, but he's out of mats.
Oh, no, he does.
He's got wood. He's good.
Yeah, we both freaked out.
Going to put himself in a nice pyramid. For those of you guys who don't know what a brick or a metal pyramid.
Big thing to note. Look at his zone. He has to push. That's it. He has to push. He has 52 health, but the zone is right at his back. He's got to go. Don't even worry about Storm Surge. They're 446
aside as well. Has a shot, and he's going to be taken down. I mean, that's just the worst position to be in any competitive game, is being weak, low materials, low health, and being forced to push in.
Every time you watch Aiden, and whoever he's playing with, they are always the most aggressive, it appears.
Yes.
If you remember the famous moment, I think for me, arguably one of the most famous moments in Fortnite competitive history was the Nick Merckx and Aiden duo, where they made it into the big bonus about a year ago.
Oh my God.
And a crowd popped off. Well, they're always scrappy getting into eliminations. Here, the stat popped up for a second. Aiden and Sean had done 680 damage in the game. The average in the lobby was 80. They were 600 above in this lobby already. Unfortunately, though, when you fight that much, there's a higher chance of you going down. Speaking of potential fights, here's Sizzlucky and Brush, who we saw earlier on in the last game at Fatal Fields, struggle to stay alive. Now in another tough spot, as they're both low on shields and low on health.
Decent rotation items, 2 shadows on the launch pad. Again,
Mitch and Mongrel don't win this game.
You guys have some launch pads, even one shadow. One shadow can get you into another zone.
They got mobility
hopefully
too.
Get you those placement points that you need, or even put you in a position to get some eliminations.
Oh my God, Mitchell's loot is
yeah, as you said,
crazy
Aiden,
too. Bro, they got 2 golden scars, bro. They get high ground. They have 2 launch pads and grinder.
We can say
they
that
get
Aiden
high,
squad
like,
is not doing
you're
anything
gonna
different.
pop
They're being incredibly aggressive. They're putting the damage down, and unfortunately, there were just too many players who took advantage that they were weak.
And that was the top 5 leading into this game. You see it updated again right there on your screen of where the leaderboard is at the moment. Mitro and Mongrel.
Who won match 1? Zate and
holding this pyramid edit, and for people at home who might not know,
bro, Mitchell,
he's not exposed right there, right, Ninja? He's peeking through his build.
Correct. As you guys are peeking through a pyramid, you hit edit on it. You cannot be seen, right?
Benji just died? Oh, man.
Very amazing feature. Fortnite Battle Royale.
Fortnite Battle Royale, the ultimate Battle Royale experience.
Ultimate Battle Royale experience, man. Blue T is in the storm, taking damage, a lot of damage, and he's still going to be rotating. Road taking damage as well. Thomas going to have to make some plays. And there goes Road. He actually just got knocked. 66 players remain, and this storm is kind of moving a little bit away from Pleasant Park.
Oh, he got a whip.
Once you have a high ground mountain in play, I mean, I'm wondering if it's going to go north.
There's 3 high ground mountains in play, and
really mixes it up late game.
A drone ship that people can wind up going on top of, and those are brilliant to use.
Oh, absolutely. If you guys can get up on top of those, guess what? You have ultimate high ground on the map without having to place any mats.
Yep.
It's incredible. You can't get sniped from above, and you can deal as much damage as you want. Also, it's incredibly difficult to shoot players that are up there. It's important to know that after the 5th circle closes in, those air vents will stop working. So if you don't have any rotation to get down, glider redeploy, anything like that, yikes. That's a massive yikes. So you have to pray that someone puts a launch pad down underneath it somehow.
Yep.
And go for it.
Yeah,
just risk it all.
Most of these teams won't mess that up. Now, we talked about our Game 1 winners, the team that took home the Victory Royale, which is
why your
10
mods
placement
most girls?
points, the max you can get for placement in
Cause,
these
bro,
games.
if you're a girl in the chat, you get a mod. That's
Saf,
why.
and they're currently
I like
set
girls.
up in this zone for the moment.
So
Did they just get the zone as well? Are they?
Duh.
Are they the yellow team in the mini-map? I mean, they're close enough for sure. I can see. I think, no, actually, no. They got to rotate a little bit.
About to have these
4
kids
shockwave
make
grenades.
Yep.
Big,
and they'll be all right. They'll be able to make it happen.
Airwax and Peacock, man. Here we go. They have to rotate the
Just to
farthest.
get
Look
mod.
how many stack players are on this side of the lobby right now, and they're all going to have to move very soon.
Yeah. Arkram and Falconer have a tough rotation ahead. Slacks
Good op marks.
Watch them fight a little bit earlier on against Landjock and Punisher.
Those heels till his teammate comes in.
Yep.
No, he missed one.
What up, Crispy?
No, teammate's full. Teammate's full. Don't
Okay,
worry.
it doesn't matter. Geez.
Teammate's full.
You know, I was playing with Myth the other day, and he was using a lot of chug splashes without me, so, you know, I'm really sensitive on it. I'm still really sensitive.
We'll let you and Myth handle that one as, again, it seems like some tension.
Everyone's on it so far. Yeah, it's definitely
in this
interesting.
fight. This is game 2 of 6, folks. The matches will be going on throughout the day. 62 players left in this one, 35 duos.
My boy Borrow.
You see Arkram and Falconer. It looks like they did a duo shockwave to try to fly across the map together.
Good teamwork.
As the frantic rotation begins to move on in, more Storm Surge will soon begin.
Kayla thought it was that
to
easy.
play as well.
Jack, I have a question for you,
Silly
man.
rabbit.
Yes. Once
Tricks
these
are for
circles
kids.
Start closing in, they're so small. What do you think is the play? To rotate in right away once it's revealed if you're far out, or to wait and be the last team?
For me, it completely comes down to what you have left, what you have in your inventory, where you are at
pickaxe
the
Derek's
leaderboards as
in
well.
Arena the other
If I'm
day,
in a
but it's
position
easy for you
where
to-
I know I
I
need
didn't
to make
expect
some
it.
ground up on the leaderboards. I want to rotate early and try to begin to spray back on the opponents to get some free eliminations.
Yes, yes, yes.
If you get the zone on you, you begin to just build on up and get that height so you can spray on down as well. In this one, though, again, all comes down to rotation. If you have nothing to rotate with and you're far away, I think you play late and hope someone else drops a launch pad near you and use that community pad to your advantage.
Yeah, and we're looking over here at Yuang, 3 eliminations, sitting here with some very good materials, and definitely a very delicious loadout. Anyone with a heavy sniper and a blue SMG in a combat.
And remember, he started the game in Snobby Shores with that clutch when KBB did go down,
God.
so they're still in this one
He
because
still has
of the
that
clutch
beautiful
Yuang.
blue combat where he clutched it with, man.
Yes, he does, and all the materials he could ever ask for at nearly 100 builds in this one.
You see they're marking right now. I think they have a double heavy sniper combo.
They're either marking double heavy or they're saying, focus this, the zone's closing there.
We're gonna find out soon enough. It literally looks like he's marking exactly. He's trying to look and see. Yep,
Oh, they do have
a double heavy sniper.
And Ninja called it, the man knows, they see someone.
And
no!
You guys saw the pyramid. This is exactly what Jack talked about earlier. You need 2 walls, 2 layers protecting you from one of those walls so that double sniper will not take you down.
But they've got the tools, the key to open all doors, as I put it. And this zone, Ninja,
it just moved over a mountain.
It just moved onto the side of the
safe zone is right now. It's moving in towards Pleasant Park. Guys, this is absolutely insane. 51 players still remain, by the way, in a circle this small. They're just trying to get as many limbs possible as people are rotating in.
Mitro on the bottom right of your screen with that minigun has 631 bullets to spray down with Mongrel in a fight. Gets 1 player ring, but does have to back on him.
Didn't get the clutch. Someone else stole the kill from him.
Mitro gets shot as well.
Still have a launch pad, but again, when you're in a situation like this, low ground, they're getting sprayed with nothing but grenade launcher shots and frag grenades, and they're both going to be eliminated, and Mongrel also, sorry, Airwax just went down as well.
And you see Cease in the elimination feed. Does look like, remember early on, Elevate did go down there.
Zane and Saf are
Zane go for it. Zane and Saf, do they do it?
Do you go for it? There's a launch pad there and so many materials.
This is game-changing loot right now. They've got the builds to go for it if they want.
They're going to do it.
They're going to make the play.
A gold combat shotgun too, man.
Zane and Saf uncontested. That's one of those risk versus reward plays that can help set them up for 2 victory royales in a row.
Yes, bro.
And we know that was juicy loot.
They're making a statement saying, listen, we're from NA, we're here to play.
They got hella
taking out the, you
mobility.
didn't know they took them out, but they're definitely taking their loot.
Yeah, for sure, as they are still above this
Still great rotation items too. They both each have a launch pad, both have 2 shotgun grenades, and they're gonna go. He didn't get it though. They try to get both at the same time. Gonna be flying, and this is it. Another massive rotation gonna be taken to the center of Pleasant Park. They're 167 damage above the threshold, so they're looking pretty good right now. The question is, are they going to keep mid ground, go for low ground, high ground? What's the play?
They didn't get the full launch pad. He might have to use his own. Yes, he does again, and that actually works out. He hits his head on something, which takes him down from having to, fly all the way up and float and get beamed. As they're going to challenge high ground right now. Zane and Saf looking to do what many would think was impossible, which is win back-to-back games in the stack lobby. Just saw Falconer in the feed as well. Arkram with an elimination too. 19 duos left as we're moving towards the placement points, Ninja, and these duos know exactly that. 3 points if you make it in the top 15, which could be the difference between first and dead last.
What are they gonna do? Are they gonna prioritize rotation in and not taking damage, or are they gonna try to play it a little risky and go for the limbs? If you're gonna be going for the limbs, definitely open up to a lot of spray, shotgun shots, AR shots, someone suddenly taking the high ground on you. So
trying to get these people that got them.
it all depends on how their play styles can unfold, man.
Many more duos remaining in this game.
Bro, they're gonna get high again.
Safe with another elimination right there on a KBB. We've
going
got
for
Snappy
it.
and Red Rush on the high ground, and Sav over the play. The high ground. Tank, will he get it?
He's gonna get it. He has it.
Zane's got high ground. Zane has high ground as they go to try to push for 2 victory royales in a row. Saf is there as well, but Snappy just appeared right behind Saf and shotgunned him down right there.
Wellin. Stop playing with my boy
Zane right now is
Snappy,
gonna
man.
have
He
to
said, "My
concede to the high ground, giving it to
Max
Snappy.
down.
And he's just going to have to stay alive as long as possible, try to get some placement points. He is obviously a talented player, top player. He can definitely make something happen, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do.
Cease has been by himself since the first moment of this game when Elevate went down at 98 players remaining, and he's somehow still alive.
Snappy got it.
There goes Mega. You've got Darox and Item on the low ground. Vorwin getting chopped down as well. Zate with about 100 HP. Uh-oh. Here comes Vinny and Zexro. They're trying to challenge for the high ground.
Keys right now being held in the storm with 5 limbs. He's going to be eliminated from the back. Zate taken down as well. Snappy still with the high ground. Zex and Vinny and TSM crew looking good, and they're going to take it. They just took the high ground. Snappy gave it to him.
And they just got the high ground. Great use of the shockwave as well. Vinny as well as Zexro on hype for the moment. 5 eliminations so far. They're putting their names in the hat for potential victory royale in this game.
Go down, right? They want those limbs.
Forward now with eliminations back to back. 4 players left in this one. Zexro and Vinny spraying from the high ground. It's a 2 versus 1. The player right on the edge of the zone. The shockwave into the air. And he's going to drop on down to hype for the moment. The spray coming on in. It's not enough. Zexro
Come on, boys. Zexro that
takes game 2 with style. Both alive. You love to see it.
The victory royale.
He didn't give him a dab.
He was stunned.
Thinking about food.
Oh my, you know, Jack, it's
he didn't want to give him a dab.
Game 1 and game 2, and honestly, I think they would all say that the teams hyped up the most have been even. Guess what?
He wasn't going to dap him
They've also been performing well. They still have so many points from elimination.
He grabbed his hand. He just
what a great shotgun shot. They were perfectly in sync. They were even jumping and shotgunning at the same time. Vinny pop off, man. You love the pop off.
Zexro's about to prank a 90s with default dancing in the lobby.
Literally, what are they going to do? I've been in this situation and took it for himself, man. That's a top teammate, man. Great synergy.
What a start to today's competition. The energy in here is insane. I am looking around, and there are thousands and thousands of people
look at
filling
Zexro,
up the Arthur Ashe Stadium live from New York City. Again, my name is Jack Courage, and I'm joined by Tyler Ninja Blevins for what is the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. $30 million on the line this weekend. Millions will be tuning on in from across the world. So many ways to watch, and we're just 1/3 of the way done with today's action, and it's already been fantastic.
Be here all night.
I'm live right now.
Incredible. Yep. And just listen, if you guys are watching, you guys want to be here. Right? You guys
but be honest though, you rate them in section 1 of the 10.
Watch these players. Watch how they build. Watch the fights that they take, the way they rotate.
What?
And we'll see you guys here next
week. Them in section 1 out of 10.
Game number 2 ended with style with the North American duo of Vinny and Zexro taking it. They're on the floor with none other than Fisher.
Thank you so much, Courage. I appreciate that. NA showing up and taking care of business. Games 1 and 2, Vinny and Zexro with a fantastic in, both together, which is an incredible thing, right? Walk me through the just in-game for you guys.
So the comp's kind of hectic because of the noise, but we're just really good at playing together. Like, we're the longest duo that have played together, so yeah, we're just not
Great. Fantastic work, guys. Back to you, Ninja and Courage.
Vinny looks good.
Thank you so much, Jordan. The duo of Vinny and Zexro. You know, they've always been known as being so aggressive. Yeah. From all the times we've seen them
Damn,
in
bro,
these
them
competitive
kids are so
tournaments.
consistent,
While there
bro,
might
they
be some
play
younger
good in every
players, they've
tournament.
definitely been around the block here in competitive Fortnite.
Again,
I
you
think
can
that
see
he
them,
and
just
Seth's
like a
still
lot
number
of
one,
other
though.
talent here, always at the top of the duo qualifiers every single week. Even though they already qualified, they continue to keep playing, and practicing. Guess what? They just took game number 2. You got to be pumped right now, man. Once you win one of these games, you can't let up, though. Again, and that's why I love that energy. Zex was immediately just, I felt like he was just talking about, what are we going to do next? Hey, man, good job. We won that. Let's do it again. Yeah. Right? How are we going to change? Maybe even do better somehow. Get more limbs in game 3.
No, for sure. And they know that. They're not going to take their foot off the gas pedal. Folks, we have our standings after game number 2. Where are things playing on out? It is still Zayt and Sap at the top. Dubs and Mega at 18 points in second. Zexro and Vinny with that performance go from 0 points up to 17, Ninja. And that is the beauty of how this plays on out. Anyone can have a pop-off game and come right back. Mongrel and Mitro still in your top 5, as well as Serpent Height, Derox, Item, Forwin, and Tux, Snappy, and Red Rush all there. While Zayt and Sap through a nice little lead right now, nobody is safe from the rest
you
of
could
this
be in
lobby,
last
I'll tell you that
place,
right
bro.
now.
I mean, just take a look at the points, Courage. You got 11 points, right? Benji and Mr. Savage, they fell out of the top 10.
Selma.
But
His
look at
hair
that.
is
Storm and
Ninja hair is fire, bro.
Daedra,
Ninja could do any color and it's still gonna look fire because he's just.
All they need is 2 or 3 points, 2 or 3
man.
extra eliminations right there, and boom, they'll move up 6 places. You know what I mean? So it's still anyone's game, all right? 2 pop-off games, 1 pop-off game, boom, you're already in the top 5.
Remember, if you get 50th place or 11th place, from that whole time in between, you win $100,000 as a duo.
Still.
But if you go from 10th up to 1st, it jumps all the way to $3 million. So everyone, eyes on that top prize. We are just 1/3 of the way through the action today, but I know we've had a lot of fun up here, Ninja. What an absolute blast. Ladies and gentlemen,
Happy to be here, man.
can we give a round of applause to Ninja for hopping in for some guest casting? What a great job.
Thank you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Pleasure to be here.
That's going to do it for us for now up here on the caster desk, but I know Zeke is down on the floor with some notes for you all.
Thank you guys so much, man. What an awesome first 2 set of games from Sap and Zay locking down the lobby to Zexro and Vinny just coming in super clutch. And of course, guys, you've been here. We got to see Ninja. He got to go ahead and commentate some games. So what I want to know from you is, have you guys had a good time? Have you enjoyed it? If so, let's just let me hear you. You know, that was so-so. Let's pretend I didn't ask. Have you guys been enjoying yourselves? That's what I'm talking about. Obviously, we've got quite a bit more games left to get through, but
Man, we gotta miss Jew. We gotta
if you've
Julissa,
been watching
bro.
for a long time, you know I'm a big fan of everyone that loves Fortnite. It's all about bringing people together. And I like to say Fortnite fam, that's my thing. That's what I do.
It's just crazy how you can win so much money in a free from a free game. Facts, right? Like it would have made more sense if they paid $60, right?
What better way to give back to you
That's
guys
crazy.
and to teach
Imagine
you how
if
to say
Fortnite
Fortnite
was
from all around
$60.
the world.
Would you have bought it?
So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at a
I
video,
know
and I
damn
can't
well I
wait
wouldn't have
because
bought that
this is actually
shit.
the first time I'm
Fuck
seeing this.
no.
A lot of work went into making this happen. So I can't wait for us to
They couldn't even
watch
get me
this
to hop
together.
on this game for free.
Let's take a look.
If this game was $60, would you have bought this, chat?
I mean, in the beginning, nah, but like later on.
여러분들 안녕하세요. Riyaz Fortnite TV야.
Yeah, I would. So you telling me right now? Yeah,
What's up, Fortnite fam?
포트나이트 팬 여러분들 안녕하세요.
What's up, Fortnite fam? Hey, John, Fortnite fan.
What's up, Fortnite fam?
Was geht, Fortnite-Freunde?
关注等着我们。
What's up, Fortnite fam?
Yo, what's up, Fortnite fam? Are you trying to do the floss? Sorry, I'm texting.
What's up, Fortnite fam? What's up, Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
E aí, galera do Fortnite.
Whoa, was that a whoa?
What's up, Fortnite fam?
Oh, nah, there's no way that was a whoa. His whoa was too fire.
Bonjour, comment ça va les fans de Fortnite?
Good day, Fortnite fam. Cheer up, Fortnite fam. What up, boys?
If that was a whoa, that was
That
fire.
was even better than I thought it would be. Just embrace it. We, as a collective, are the Fortnite fam. Get used to it. We're here to stay. Now, guys, you know, there's a few more things I want to take a look at before we hop back into the next game. One of the things to kind of do if you're here or if you're at home, you've been watching, Ninja actually had a pretty dope hoodie, a World Cup kind of exclusive hoodie. Would you like one of those things? Would you like one of the crazy World Cup shirts that we have? You can totally get your hands on one. Head on over, retailroad.com. Get yourself a nice shirt. We got some hoodies. We've got hats. We've even got the little drone that's the battle bus. It looks amazing. The top balloon is actually the drone, so you've got the bus that's literally flying around. You best believe I'm going to pick one up and mess around with my family. They're not ready for it. But there you go. There's some on your screen. Also, that Drift shirt, by far, my favorite piece of merchandise ever. Those of you that really do know me, you know I love Drift. He's easily my favorite character. But just some cool things. If you're looking to get some World Cup exclusive thing, go ahead and take a look. Now, for those of you who have also been watching kind of all 10-week qualifiers long, you know we love Golden Boy.
Retail got a website that's cracked.
Specifically, he was kind of
about
telling
to get me a
people
Retail
as
Road
we were
shirt
going
and
through
drip it out.
interviews, and that was, hey, when we get to New York, you're going to be in my hometown. Let's catch up and get a slice of pizza. Now, I know you're thinking, wait a minute, Zeke, what about like everyone else? Why is it just Golden Boy? Well, he's a Golden Boy and he's selfish and he wanted the pizza all for himself. Get called out. That's right, now the world knows. But a few of those players actually took us up on the offer. They went out for some pizza. They had a night on the town. So let's take a look together and check this out.
New York City. We got the Statue of Liberty, Central Park, the Empire State Building, and the first ever Fortnite World Cup Finals. I couldn't be more excited about the greatest Fortnite players from around the world coming to my hometown to duke it out. But before the action started, I took
aware
World
of the
Cup qualifying
closing
players
doors,
Aiden and Chinkin
please.
out to show them the Big Apple.
See, only
starting
New
with
Yorkers
PC
know about
Gaming
that.
Cafe, Waypoint.
Stand clear of the closing doors,
What's up,
please.
boys? Welcome to Waypoint.
Y'all don't got that where y'all live at though, Chad.
All right, fellas, let's go and grab a drink.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please. I just realized why you was doing that shit.
In my hometown, New York City. Thoughts on it so far? Chinkin, we'll start with you.
Hot, a lot of people.
Yeah. Hot and a lot of people. I'm sorry, but also, welcome to New York. That's kind of the way it is out here. Where are you from in Austria?
Austria, like I'm here.
Bro, what the
and the population?
Yo, what the back door
I think
say
it
when
was
you
like
on a bus? What that
40,000
shit say
people in
again?
The train that you were in on the way here.
Please, wait.
Yeah, so
Please,
now I want to talk about the competition.
Oh yeah,
because
please move away from the door.
This is going to be the biggest opportunity, I would imagine.
Please
of your
move away
lives.
from the
You're
door.
going to be playing in front
What, them
of a
school
massive
days, them
crowd.
shits used to
Is
be
there a way
crowded
as
as
a
shit?
player that you propose
All the way in the back.
think, like,
Please
there's a way
move
to,
away
like,
from the
prepare for
door.
Yeah.
But try to like calm down, not to get
And then-
nervous, not to shake
And then when you're trying to get in the bus, but then
should
the
be
people
good.
like in the wheelchairs
It's still
gotta
crazy
go in
having like
first.
a live crowd.
Yeah.
I
They
try not
gotta,
to
like-
take tournaments like too seriously. If I play relaxed, I feel like I do better. I remember when everyone's like, "This guy looks like he's just chilling on his couch at home." The casters.
No
and
sponsors
it was like,
in this?
I was just relaxed, you know, and
Yeah.
just I feel like I
Of
played
course,
better.
no sponsors
Okay.
is in there.
So
Where my
gentlemen, we're going to
Fun.
be heading off to some different sites
What's
around
up,
the city.
Chad?
We're going to go to Washington Square Park. So
Let's start.
let's go and
Let's
check it out.
Let's start a sponsor train up right now, man. Let's start a sponsor train up right now. It's sponsor week, and I'm playing with sponsors all week. Let's start a sponsor train up. Look at my guy. Look at my guy Aiden. though. My guy Aiden got his camera out. He about to send those vlogs to my guy Rain. You know the vibes, Rain. You know the vibes,
I
Rain.
don't know what these pieces would symbolize. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Is it like king or queen? While we have this here, let's talk about competition.
Yo, Nels, no lie, Nels. You got to sponsor up, bro.
Have you thought about
Because you remember, bro, you thought I forgot. Hold on. You remember that $25 that I gave you back in the days when Maserati said, no, who was it? It was Maserati or it was Maserati or Bad to the Bone. You were supposed to sponsor, and you ran away with that shit. You ain't never sponsored. Yeah, I remember that shit. You didn't sponsor. You did not sponsor. Stop capping. No, you didn't. You did not sponsor, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. You took 25 and you ran. You took 25 and ran, bro.
nobody know about. And
You ran away with that shit. You got your nails done
I'm
and some
going to dive
shit.
more into that, but I think it's time to get
He
a
did not sponsor. It's no info. Bro, you got to sponsor up now, bro. It's $2 now. It's $2. You got to sponsor.
2 giant boxes of pizza. Say I won't, Paula. Say I won't.
And I kept telling people, hey, I want to get a slice of pizza with you, all the players, and they all ignored me, So thank you guys so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Obviously, this has been an incredible journey for you all. You're now on the precipice of one of the biggest events in the history of all.
Nah, you got now. It's $2, bro. You got to sponsor, bro. It's cheap. You got to get it while it's hot.
No exposure, but if you're good, you get in the tournament. So yeah, I'm just really thankful to be here, and I'm gonna enjoy my time here.
Yeah, we just try to make our fans happy. I'm really looking forward to play on the stage in front of 100,000 people.
Do you feel like the fans and how they've been supporting you all on this road to this, do you feel like that adds a little bit to this pressure?
Honestly, it's just more support for me. I feel more happy to be here when there's all these people, whether they're rooting for me or other players. Fortnite's grown so much, and I just can't wait to see all the crowd, and I know it's gonna get bigger and bigger every event. So,
fellas, best of luck at the Fortnite World Cup this weekend. Seriously, nothing but the best for you, but we're in the thick of things here in New York. So I think we got to get some more pizza. You guys down? All right, let's do it.
New York's got everything, and this weekend, most importantly, it's got the Fortnite World Cup.
What up, Tanner?
Now that these two have had their slice, let's see how they handle the competition.
Good guy, Golden Boy. You gotta love him. You can't not. He's just the best, and it's really cool that he got to go out, hang out with Aiden, get some pizza, and just
Nah, chat. The back of my head right now is really spinning.
Guys, there is actually
Audio is low. Yeah, I know.
duo that we want to talk to. We actually have Jordan Fisher standing by. He's going to be chatting with Nyx and PF Zin. These guys qualified back from the Brazilian
Back of my head right now
got some things to say. So Jordan, let's go review.
Thank you, my friend. I've got Nyx and PF Zin here. Nyx, you have been absolutely dominating in the last few weeks, especially where the solos and the duos are concerned.
World Cup?
Being the
because
first
I didn't play
Brazilian player
one
to
of the
qualify for the World Cup. Can you talk to me a little bit about the dynamic that the two of you share as partners?
Nyx, você estava dominando nas últimas semanas, principalmente para os qualifiers da World Cup. Você pode falar um pouco sobre a dinâmica de vocês?
Eu e o PFzinho costuma jogar bem agressivo e tentar pegar o máximo de eliminações possível.
PFZ and I, we try to play as aggressively as possible and get as many eliminations as we can.
As you should in the name of Battle Royale. Right now, PF Zin, you seem to balance out the fiery kind of loose cannon nature of Nyx, who is obviously a dominant player, kind of helping him set up for a solid end game. What's it been like to work with such a young and fiery player like Nyx?
PFzinho, você parece que você consegue contrabalançar o estilo bem incendiante do Nyx. Então, como é que é isso para você fazer esse lado mais balanceado da
Better than Spanish.
Basicamente eu tenho uma role de suporte, então eu meio que fico nas backlines e ele vai na frente. Quando a gente tem o high ground, por exemplo, ele tem a função de ficar embaixo matando todo mundo e eu controlando high ground. Basicamente é um lado mais estratégico, enquanto ele é o lado mais agressivo.
Basically, I have more of a support role.
Brazilian?
Whenever we're in high ground, I'm just more in the background supporting him. He has a more aggressive role.
Setting him up.
Yeah.
To fire the loose cannon at the end. It reminds me of the very W key in a West that I play on all the time.
Y'all bought the fish stick?
Really, just got me out
of
my 90s on
and the World Cup girl with your code.
Courage.
Let's go.
Back to you.
Tag me on Twitch with it though, so I can follow you back.
Whoa. Jordan, it's back
I gotta
to
switch this real quick, chat.
Just found the chicken parmesan.
We now have 608 sponsors.
Also,
608 out of 650, chat. We're on that 650 grind.
Hi, I'm Nyx.
We trying to hit 1K sponsors.
So I talked a bunch of stuff, told him much I loved
1K sponsors.
Turns out he didn't understand any of it. So I had to get a translator and tell him that I love him. But that's how things go.
It's gonna be
now, of course, guys, I know what you want. You want more games. We have 4 more on deck. So I think for now, we're going to send it back up to Golden Boy and Monster. They're going to get us into these games. So how's CJ Mike Realm? Play us in.
Oh, he's cracked. He's using emotes. Stop playing with him.
All right.
Why you started going crazy like that, though?
Mike spinning ones and twos here at the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Golden Boy alongside Master Defense putting one boys back at it again, looking to bring you the fun as we have games 3 and 4 on deck. And so far, this has been one of the most exciting events I've ever been to. That game 1 was ridiculous. Game 2 did not disappoint as well, Monster.
No, it didn't. I thought for a second there we're going to see back-to-back performances from Zay and Sap. And I mean, we honestly did. Everyone that was in the top 10 contestant, even Miz and Deidre, they were performing. We saw them cut it all the way through. And it's that level of consistency that's going to cut the difference and making it all the way through the top 10.
I don't know, Chad. I feel like if I was a commentator, bro, I'd be so good.
Page, top 10.
International hold the spotlight.
You got the Japanese players popping off, European players popping off, players from New Zealand. Everyone's putting in every little bit they can. But folks, it's now time for game number 3. The players are all loaded up in the battle bus, and we are about to take off. Let's see who's going to get that much closer to raising the trophy and being your Fortnite World Champions of Duos. Here we go.
Entrance to
keep it going, Golden Boy, because we are jumping into game 3 as these cameras populate your favorite competitors are here. They've made it this far. It's the duo competition. If you were nervous before, hopefully they kicked the bucket over this little break here, and they're back, and they're recuperating.
I know I practically kicked the bucket after won game 2, man.
Oh, nah,
I was feeling it, man. It was nuts. And there they are on your screen. So the drop for the bus here, it's going to be a north to south one going right over that ice biome. It's going to cut pretty much center of the map there.
It's a little too loud.
And Vinny and Zextro, I'm very happy that they're performing this well, Monster. This is a duo that had so much success. Even going into the World Cup qualifiers, we all were like, yeah, this is a duo that definitely should make it. This is a duo that, hey, they could even win the whole thing.
Yeah.
Then tragedy struck as Zextro had a few problems with you know,
that would actually be a million video right
Make sure I'm getting that right.
I commentated the World Cup.
And I'm just bummed out about that. Good to see them here showing up, man.
Oh,
that's
man,
huge.
I mean, that's what you expect of our competitive veterans, specifically Zextro, Vinny. They go back to as many of the LAN tournaments that we've seen, as does Zay and Sap. But anyways, in here we have UN KBB. He's going to take down Mexi. Is Scram close by? Is he close enough? And this is a battle going down in Snobby Shores. So off the rip here, we have players getting dropped. That's actually going to be our first elimination. Lucky for us to catch that one. But there's shots coming in from the Viking Island right up above. And he just kind of turns a corner, sweeps him up, catches that full elim there. So that's his now. Got a little toe-to-toe action here, Golden Boy.
Very way this guy knows here with Zextro now looking to engage in this one. Potentially here is.
No hablas English.
We're gonna go over to his POV now. Kind of get it's a little wild, man. It's like just getting the bearings all together here. I think for the players as well, that moment where they can just have that conversation. What are they gonna do? How are they gonna just implement their strategy going into the next game? What is that strategy going to be? Do you mix it up? Do you change your drop spots? These are things that are going to be so important for these players. The time that they can take to just communicate with one another. Now Scram looking to be potentially in a world of hurt here.
Did you ever
we heard from Nick's PFZin earlier on.
I haven't done it. I'm going to do that
Brazilian
today.
duo.
I got more stuff coming in today, though.
They know that. Yes, Scram, they're going to be on the hunt for him. So they know that he's around here. They're just trying to sniff him out.
Yeah, and if you were in the Players' Lounge, you could feel the tension, specifically when we brought up the Brazilian duos, the Brazilian players. Nice. These guys qualified, and they qualified with heavy elimination. Nyx especially being one of our only players to like literally qualify as hard as you can in the, for the
He was at it each and every week. You constantly saw him at the top every single time. It was so impressive, and also qualified for solo. So we'll be seeing Nyx tomorrow. And then you got Scram.
You think there's going to be a World Cup next year?
but he's just hiding this one out. He hears them making all that ruckus, all the noise around him. And Scram just does not want to give up his position. Perhaps he grabbed his teammate's reboot card. He's maybe looking for that play.
I'm literally brushing the back of my head. I can just feel
they have to have an idea of where he's going to be located here.
Yeah, he does not want to give up his position here. He's actually just hiding in the basement right now, hoping that these guys just kind of blow by like dust in the wind right here. As Nick's and PF's in, they think it's clear. They think it's all good because they came in. They just wrapped up one of the other players. They actually didn't initiate the battle against Mexi and Scram here. So Scram might just get lucky and be able to kind of sneak on by as he hears this powerhouse duo, this Brazilian duo, kind of loot their way through and make their way to the zone soon.
And loot they definitely will, because they're getting a lot of resources out of this. Scram over in the distance, he's going to be out of there, but now we're making our way over to the action. It's happening with 7SSK7. Got Spades and Crims now looking to push on for this fight here, potentially. Got some shots going off. Crims is going to play that overlook position, getting challenged there, and try to use that advantage from the download, a little bit of that right hand, right? Just see if you can get a peek in there. Does get tagged up, Crims. Guy does back away there, does manage to build out. And Spades is going to force him out. There you go. So they're just right now playing for that positioning, and I like the fact that they're using these, the natural high grounds, right?
Everyone who's playing already got money here. They got 50,000, right?
Don't really focus too much on just trying to get in their face quite yet. Give yourself that moment of opportunity and really get a lay of the land, and then go for the engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. The best duos will try their best to isolate their opponents, really force them into, very weird situations like this, force the 1v1s, and hopefully get those free shots, and then pursue the push here. So again, look at how now they're split up again. So Spades and Crims are doing a great job here pressuring and isolating their opponents right now. And so far, they're definitely dictating the pace of battle here.
Yeah,
that's what they want to continue to do.
They're suffocating them. Plain and simple, right? Not let them get any kind of movement there. I mean, Jamside and 7SSK7, they're having a conversation of what the play is. What is the movement going to be? But Crims and Spades are not going to allow them that opportunity to breathe. That's going to be the down there. Crims managing to knock down Jamside. He's looking for 7SSK7 around the corner, and that's going to be the elimination registered. Both players are going to be out of there. And a big win there for Crimson Spades.
What a clean push right there. Crimson Spades have so much to prove here, because when they qualified, they were kind of looked down on, like, wait a second, was it luck? Was it not? No, they're here to show it off and show why they're at the World Cup Finals. But now, hopping back with Miz and Daedra, we saw them have a great game one, came out top 10, and they're still in the running. They're in about the top 10 right now as well, based off of eliminations. Not necessarily picking up too many placement points. They're heavily dependent on just piping up these players at these points of interest, and looks like Lucky Landers is theirs right now.
And they'll have that, but let's see. Miz and Daedra. They linger about it. I love the fact that you go to this hot spot here, so there is going to be a bunch of free items that you're going to be able to pick up on. Also, you're going to have that circle advantage. It's right there. So you don't got to worry too much.
You want to know what I always wondered?
Focus on looting.
I don't know how this game.
Miz,
how do how do people who sell accounts? How do they get
right next
money?
to him, trying to get these angles?
So what they have to do, they have to stick together. Looking for the sound cues right here.
Oh, they buy it for a
opponent,
certain price
catch a
and
nice
sell it
little
for
low
more.
ground peak right here. Low ground is definitely underrated. If you can just kind of peek out, catch a big shot, you're almost guaranteed a headshot, which is a big multiplier.
Yeah, players don't really think about that, right? Like you always see Fortnite players go after the high ground. That's the bread and butter for a lot of players that play this game. But you know better than most that the low ground can pay dividends for you if you know how to take advantage of that positioning, and maybe some overzealous players to try and get aggressive on you. You got Gustavo.
He's still going to be doing YouTube.
I'm actually very interested to see if Gustavo's going to lead this push here, because specifically between these two players right here, this duo, this Brazilian duo, Gustavo doesn't necessarily lead the pushes. It's Wishy. Wishy's the aggressive one here. So he has the ultimate high. He's always looking for the shot.
And the people that be like, yo, what you gonna do when Fortnite dies?
Yeah,
just a nice
I hate
standoff.
that when people say that.
And that's this whole event, right? Players have just been very cautious about what they want to do. They're not trying to get too aggressive in these fights.
You can't just stop doing YouTube. What the fuck?
In prizing is on the line. You do not want to make a bad decision. Be one of those teams that are eliminated out early on. But Gustavo's going to be putting shots down. Focusing this player, forcing him to actually build up. He has no builds to work with as well. 19 HP remaining and just a hope and a prayer, but unfortunately for him, that was not going to be enough there. Gustavo's out. Wishy isn't going to happen for him either. And Miz, he's feeling it. That's going to be 2 elims for this duo.
You gotta love the snarky little smirk right there on his face when you get those 2 points.
Smirky.
Feels so good.
It's really good.
My
Feels
boy
really
Parpy
good.
gang.
And then Volks and Parpy. Look at this. Parpy actually dealing with this battle. And this other player that actually got the high ground against him was focus firing on Volks. Parpy pushing back here. I wonder, you get split up like this, but Volks and Parpy, they love playing a very aggressive style. They'll get in your face. They'll box you out if they need to.
Yeah, without a doubt, this duo was unmatched.
What was that one question that he asked, Chad?
In the qualifying rounds, they had the most, actually, and even pulled off a consecutive 5 victories in 8 games to qualify for one of the weekends. Volks and Parpy, another kind of reference to game 1. They had a great game 1. We saw them picking up duos, but we haven't seen them necessarily make it through to end game. All they have to do is kind of slow it down here, and that's what they're trying to do, but being split up is terrible.
Also, in the distance, I just want to make note, Wolfie's a very aggro controller player. He's another one. I think that we've seen a fun mixture of players that look to get that safe approach to the game, and then others that just want to take early fights, get some points early on, because maybe they're playing that early game strategy rather than like focusing so hard. Like if you get late game, that's great, but you do want to rack up a few eliminations. Look how low the points are that have been thus far in games 1 and 2. Get yourself a few elims and
these
then
commentators
maybe manage to make it to that top 15, which is very hard given how many players have stayed alive in this game. Games 1 and 2,
that's not
like circle 5.
The college
for
commentating?
Sitting at like 45, 46 players.
I don't know if you go to college for that.
Waiting for me.
I don't
and
think
that's where that storm surge
Cuddy had a comment there.
Players that feeling back. Crew and Chapels, one of my picks to watch. Had sort
you
of
can like
struggling in the
practice
format so far.
I
guess when the real pressure's on, you know, the environment shifts, right? Everything's
right. That's right. Everything changes here, and Crew does manage to get that shot off, or attempted to, with that tactical shotgun. It was not going to get the connection necessary there, but it did put the fear in the player to have to back away. Both players respecting the space from one another. The stinkers come out. Crew and Chapix having to get out of there, and
that would make sense.
They're going to use those, I believe, the shockwave nade to just fly on out of there. Didn't see the purple over their bodies there, but they were able to fly on out of that fight. Could have gotten real risky for them.
I was going to say, that was a respectful disengage. You only got 6 games here, 2 of which have happened.
Yeah, that's
they
right.
need big performances. They have to push towards placement and end game. So good on them to kind of back up. And when you have stinkers, there's no defense against it. You get chunked down right through your builds. It really is annoying to go against. And speaking about the stinkers here, Epic Whale's under pressure right now, and that's just going to chunk him down. They force him off of the campfire, and we'll see if he returns to it. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, you're only going to get so much time with that campfire. Epic Whale along with 40R Storm. This is a Week 10 qualified duo. Last moment you could possibly have it happen, and they managed to pull it off. Maybe this could be the game for them. Another dominating duo in the scene, Airwalks and Nikov. Airwalks winning the Pro-Am yesterday 2 times now. This is a whole new ball game. Best players in the world in this lobby. It's not going to be a cakewalk, and he knows that. It hasn't been the best run thus far for Airwalks and Nikov.
Yeah, and it was their last final games there. Notice the text right there. The fast track Airwalks and Nikov qualified for the Fortnite World Cup in their final 7 games. That's intense. They were struggling so close on the cusp every single weekend, so close to qualifying. If it was 5 placements, they were 6 or so like that. It was that
boy box,
jumping in here. Crew is going to put some pressure down, and it looks like his teammate has been traded out as well. He's already gone.
Also going to see some eliminations over in the feed as well. You got Crew who just cleaned up on Volks, but Septic took out X-Mend. And then I think I saw XXM pop up there on the receiving end of a shot there, so we'll be out of the action as well. Crew by himself has 1 elimination. Going to be looking to get as many points as possible. Now we're going to be sitting with 40 duos left alive. We're going into the
Whatever happens
next
to Friday
circle here in just a little bit.
Friday,
it's going to start to
Fortnite?
collapse. Salty Springs.
I think
over
over the weeks to finish with that, right?
For all of our players
I don't
here.
know.
Got a lot of bodies that are going to be lingering outside. Some that are even as far out as Dusty Divot, like on the northern end of it, sticking around there. So maybe trying to get some last-minute loot, perhaps. We'll have to see.
Here is Parpy looking for that peak. Volks and Parpy always tend to stay together, but wait a second, that was a tricky little shockwave right there. He did try to sneak his way into the build. He takes the wall. What are you gonna do with it? Crew's still looking for the replacement here. He gets it on land, takes the wall. 184. Crew's excitement, you can feel it from here. That was a huge shot.
Damn.
With the new tactical shock
Crew
in the
want me to,
legendary.
Parpy,
That's
bro.
right. When you're feeling it, man. He went right for the fight. Ambitious, the young player there from Sweden, 15 years of age, man, and he's playing for millions of dollars. So many of these players, they're just young ones. We have a lot of young fans here in the arena today. Maybe next year this could be them. And then you got a few of the veterans. Zexro, Vinny, saw Nate Hill, as well as Mitro. Aiden there in the corner of the screen. And back over to our Game 2 winners, Zexro and Vinny. No eliminations to their name thus far. I mentioned Wolfie's the aggro controller player. He went right for Nyx and just take him out on that one.
Yeah, I definitely want to see Wolfie hopefully catch some more highlights before the weekend's over. Touch base with him. He's a great kid, definitely enthusiastic about being here at the World Cup, and he feels totally prepared. He's ready to represent. He's one of the few controller players to actually qualify for this weekend. This is a big weekend for a lot of players, obviously, clearly. Here you have Cease and Elevate. They haven't found the rhythm.
They've been a little quiet, man. They won WSOE, a great duo that has had success in the past, but this has just not been their game so far. Got to get something to turn it around. The talent is certainly there. I think I saw someone on the Fortnite competitive Reddit mention, why is no one talking about Cease and Elevate? And I think it's just important to note that in order for us to talk about it, they got to start doing some things. And I think games 1 and 2 has not been their game.
Yeah, and I mean, we were there in the warm-up rounds. A lot of players were not necessarily revealing strategy, but whoa, that's a huge shot on Ziff right there as Mitro sends one flying down the field right there.
Sent him packing. Dear me. All right, so back into the action at hand. We're going to have 36 duos left in this. Notable names, obviously, Mega and Dubs. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage. A lot of people in the crowd popped for Benji Fishy when he walked out, as well as Mr. Savage. For due reason, this is a stupendous duo. The double snipe combination from Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Big shot right there. These double snipes, you gotta be careful.
That's what you get for
There's
cheating.
no standing still in a box here because you might eat one right there. They line up another.
Right.
Not quite successful that time around, but hey, all damage matters. Storm Surge, you want to be dealing damage. You cannot stay idle. There are no free passes at the World Cup.
Look what happened in game 1, man. The Storm Surge claimed a lot of victims. You have to be engaging in fights. You cannot stay still. There's Fwexy and Letwick on the move. Nyrox right behind him. Cooler.
Of course, Sway's playing. You don't see him. We got high ground right now.
Just saw that one off on the side. Mr. Savage now.
You won the first 2 games,
that engage on him. Gonna get built above. He just needs to wait this
I'm
one
the
out
only
here,
person
but
I'll
Benji
like be
does
mad
get
if I
cleaned
got
up.
a Milskin and World Cup.
Yeah, that was gonna be Fwexy.
And that was such a sneaky ambush right there. He
Facts,
used the shadow
bro.
bomb.
I thought I was the only one.
Benji was kind of
I won't play this
overpeaking,
team.
harassing
I won't play this
that
team.
sniper.
I won't play this
You
team.
cannot hold down
I hate
scope
playing with
right there.
Milskins.
He
Like,
ate
I
a
be
shotgun
seeing
to
people
the face, and that's
with
why Benji
Milskins.
goes down. And I love what
Nah, I
Savage
won't
did
play
here.
this
He just
game.
went
I
for
won't-
high
I
ground.
play
He had to
different.
immediately get
I
out
don't
of
know,
there
it's weird,
and leave
bro.
his duo behind. So what can Mr. Savage do? One of the best mechanical players here today. What can he do by himself?
Benji, the fishy.
It's not going to be easy. Not with a lobby like this. At this point in time, he's really just looking to play the keep-away game. Maybe he can pick off a player with that heavy sniper, get an elimination for himself. They only have 1 point right now, and they're nowhere near getting the placement points currently. He's still looking to harass some players.
Got high ground, though.
Put some pressure on them. Now you see that half-in, half-out circle. Only 2 duos are going to be inside of there, so everyone's going to have to start to move over to that east side. It's going to be a struggle for so many players. they're starting to make the moves right now. They want to try and gatekeep, prevent these players from getting inside.
This is a team we want to watch right now during this rotation. Mongrel and Mitro, they are masters at executing, especially when they have mobility like this to cut across the field. They are on the hunt right now, and there's no reason for them to rush. Once they spot out someone, they're gonna pounce. They're gonna jump on that target.
Yeah, they're gonna wait for you to make that mistake. And with the nerves at an all-time high here, players are certainly gonna make that error in judgment. Saw it happen in scrims when we were looking at players just getting warmed up. So much at stake here, but there's the launch pad. It's going to go out now. Need to be wary of just getting beamed in the sky. So many times you think that you're just going to be sailing away with no problem, not a care in the world, and then you just end up losing all of your shields, all of your HP, and then that's it. You're done.
I've seen it countless number of times. People tweet out, you know, you fly across, you get taken out the sky, but it's all about timing. Neither Mitro nor Mongrel were shot once on that rotation, and it was masterfully done right there. And whoa, it looks like they're tracking so beautifully. Catches someone trying to just kind of rotate on by in a shadow bomb, but that was not enough.
You are not safe from the shadows there, buddy. Another thing, too, was that when they were out of position for a brief moment, the way that they were able to just get back together, right? That patience with one another, the communication, you need to have it. When you're getting down to these final moments, 25 duos are going to still be standing here. You got Calculator and Macwood. They're going to have that high ground up above. Shouldn't be comfortable just yet, because anything can happen here. Look at where that next circle is going to be going. Moves need to be made.
With that RPG, I mean, they can basically take high ground at any given moment that they want nor choose. Calculator looking around. Already on 4 eliminations for Macwood. Macwood did say he's the fragger of the duo. We'll see if Calculator can keep up right now.
I
am just poking good fun because Calculator loves to talk a big game on the social medias.
He really does, man. He's a character without a doubt. But right now, there's no fun and games to be had. This is Game 3 of the Fortnite World Cup Finals. It's time to put up or shut up for a lot of these players.
And look at that, wasting no extra mats. They do not waste more than they have to.
This was earlier on. An elimination onto Mongrel and Mitro. There you have it. Out of the game once again. That duo, European powerhouse, gonna pay there to Dubs and Mega.
Yeah, FaZe killing FaZe.
So good. Macwood again just holding this positioning right here.
He is qualify solos, right?
Accidentally, but it's all good. This is still his ground to control right now. They have clear control of the skies here.
And they have a ton of builds to work with as well, Monster. 4 eliminations for Macwood. A great game for him thus far. That's 4 points for this duo, but he's going to be taking some shots. Have to be careful there. There you can see the lay of the land, Monster.
Yes, the placement thresholds will be divvied out soon. There goes the Storm Surge already bringing down on players. Jay has to make a big move. Doesn't matter. Zate is going to wrap up right here as Keys goes down as well. And the shots are flying. And you can just look at the overhead, the chaos that's going on in the mid-round specifically.
And look who's still in this, Saf. They're going to be in first place. If they keep this going, another dominant game for them, another high-placing game could be the difference maker to keep them in that first place position. Up on the high ground, Calculator and Macwood putting down shots yet again, not giving players any moment to be comfortable whatsoever. Look at the names that are here, though. The Rockets now starting to fly by Wolfies. Wolfies having to defend himself. Zate's going to be out of this one, so now it's going to be up to Saf. And Saf, he had to see his teammate go down, but his back's going to be to the Storm there. Now looking at Mega, who's waiting this one out. He knows on the right side of your screen, you can see it down low, that these players, they're going to try and force their way into his box.
They got an RPG too. Calculator, they won this one.
And there's Saf, who just lost his teammate Zafe. Now he's going to be running this one solo. And then up above, it's Macwood and Calculator. This whole time, they picked up 3 eliminations from that whole exchange, Monster.
That's exactly where you want to be. They're still putting this pressure down. And Zaf is looking for one, but it's Vinny who's going to take him out right there. So Vinny's going to find his first elimination, and he has so much health. He is in the game right now, although by himself, because Zexro is down. And now Oslo, Bad Sniper, one of the few duos that are still left in this game right here. Arkham somehow, with a masterful rotation, he's still in as well.
even. Bad Sniper got 4.
11 eliminations with Aslo here.
Damn, that's
Unreal stuff. Bad Sniper is going to be out of this one. Macwood and Calculator still owning the high ground on the mid. Down below, Dubs and Mega, one of the premier duos here at the Fortnite World Cup Finals. Could they get the high ground and wrestle the control away from Calculator and Macwood? Oslo waiting for Vinny. You can see that engagement down low. But we got to focus on what's going on above here, because Macwood and Calculator, they have their eyes on Dubs and Mega, and they do not want to give them that freedom to dictate where they want to go. They want to try and pinch them. Arkrum just eliminated Vinny on that, and it's going to be Oslo and Arkrum down low, but you're going to have a clash, a 2v2 in the high and in the mid ground, and Dubs and Mega feeling that pressure, needing to just dial back here, wait a minute, because I think what they're doing is they're just trying to see if they're going to run out of builds potentially. I mean, the play here certainly has just been defense, defense, defense.
Yes, that's right. Oslo's now left by himself. All he has to do is time this fighter fight, so long as he doesn't bother them. But Dubs and Mega try to go for the high ground and make a fatal error. They fall to the low here, Golden Boy.
This isn't looking good there. Mega and Dubs, they have the low ground, the ultimate low ground. Oslo's going to be outside, but they get the elimination. Calculator and Macwood, they're holding the high ground, and that's the victory royale. Macwood pops off in game 3. 7 eliminations for him, 2 for Calculator, 9 total, plus the victory royale. 19 points for that duo. Crushed it.
There was just something about the loadout. Seeing that RPG once they already were holding the
Clicks
best
is going to do better in solos.
ground.
He's not really good playing on other people to me.
Pressure, and that's what Macwood did there. What was it, 7 eliminations? Hey, shout out to Calculator too. He got a couple at the end.
Yeah, he had his back. Most importantly, Dubs and Mega constantly playing that defense. Credit to Macwood and Calculator for the way that they continue to apply the pressure. And then it was the shock, sending them down low, forcing them into that engagement. Credit to Oslo now, who threw traps instantly to see maybe he can get a cheeky trap elimination. Didn't work out for him there, but a top 3 placing for him. Certainly got to be happy with that one. And then it came down to the final moment when Calculator and Macwood together were able to push his player with their combat shotties. Boom, that's the game. And look how happy they were there.
So good. Gotta love their reactions right there.
Whew. What a game that was. had a little bit of a slow ramp up, you know. But that's what Fortnite would do to you. You're just talking, you're having a conversation about where the positioning is going to be, and then out of nowhere, boom, you're in the action, you're in the fight, and things start to get wild. Great game there for Macwood and Calculator. Calculator winning on the world stage, man. Look at that. Eat your heart out, Reddit.
I gotta say, you know, I'm sure he's proved a lot of people wrong, and you have to respect it.
Yeah.
But Golden Boy, I want to see where we stand here.
Where are we right now? So at the top, it's still going to be Saf and Zate with 38 points. They have that victory royale from game 1 and 16 eliminations. Mega, Dubs, 2nd place, looking pretty. No victory royales for them thus far. You saw Zexro and Vinny do the same thing, but it's Calculator and Macwood that jump up to 6th place. They have 22 points total, 12 eliminations in that game. They're finally in that top 10.
I want to take it one step further. Bad Sniper and Oslo jump up to 13 total eliminations. They didn't have anything up until this point. They just had one great pop-off game. And suddenly they're in the running here. It is anyone's game in the top 10 because you have to be consistent. And again, there's always those wild cards, those pop-off moments. And here's a look at page 2. Any of these guys are still in the running right now.
You got Bell and Scarlet, who've been wrestled out of the top 10. The Japanese duo who had a premier game in game number 1. Benji Fishy, Mr. Savage saw their demise earlier on. They're going to have 13 points there, but you saw the standings, and we're in game 3. And these games are going to be so critical. Games 3 and 4 really set that tone, because once you get into like game 5, a lot of players are going to be down low. Like, there's an opportunity for you to try and get your way into that top 20, which is where you're really going to start to get a lot in the prizing. But for the folks that are going to be sitting in top 10 right now, they're going to be feeling very nice about their current standings. For game 3 to be in 2nd place, Dubs and Mega, and then Saf and Zate still performing so well.
And that's the crazy part. Dubs and Mega, everyone has been rooting for them. They're like that wild card that came out of nowhere, and they really swept the competitive community hard lately.
That's right. So I did get word. We have Jordan standing by with our winners.
Oh yeah, that import.
Jordan, take it away.
They would have got high and won the
NA
game.
really showing up and showing off today. It's amazing, seemingly tapping in that nail on the coffin. Such a please pardon the pun, I have to say, calculated game here from Calculator and Macwood. Guys, well matted, well utilized. You dominated high ground, seemingly all of that in-game there. Walk me through that process of getting that high ground, attaining, and then dominating for the rest of the game.
On the sticks.
Well, we were able to pick up 2 lucky eliminations on that outer circle of 4th zone, I think it is, and we were able to use our mounts to build up. We were lucky enough to get half and half, and we were able to just beam people out of the air, hold high, and got lucky with a couple zones.
Amazing. Well, I mean, again, you only 3 games left to go. The strategy, is it going to continue to shift around a little bit, or are you guys going to maintain what you've been working on thus far?
I didn't hear the question.
Strategy, maintaining thus far. You guys have a very calculated and very patient game, seemingly leading all the way up to the end of the end game. Right, walk me through your strategy for the end of the next 3 games.
Shoot them in the head.
Shoot them in the head. You heard it here first. Back to you, GV and Monster.
Nah, I'm not good with PCs.
Calculator gets one opportunity
about
to
power
show the world his prowess and knowledge of Fortnite. He just says,
oh, speaking of him, I'm about to get another PC, chat.
Some people, it's just that simple, and hey man,
Yeah,
maybe he's just wired that way, right? We're all wired a little differently. Calculator has clearly got his head on his shoulders. He's ready to just shoot things.
Yeah, but Macwood was the one doing a bulk of the shooting in that last game. 7 eliminations for Macwood.
My little brother 13, I know he be cranking that ball. I don't know what he be watching
the young Calculator to be the one that leads the charge on slaying, but Macwood, man, holding it down. And let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I mean, you know, Macwood not that much older, right? But it's just important to note that you have to have teammates at any point in time to just pop off. Like, you need that. It's so necessary. Got to trust in your teammate. That's what makes a lot of
when I was 13.
Yes, I mean, we've seen it from the start of every round. Some teams
are
just more aggressive than others, and they know how to stick together.
A lot of great moments in that game, and good news for us that we got Sundown standing by to break it all down. Sundown, over to you.
Thank you so much, Golden Boy and Monster. Now, we talked about Safe and Zat. We just got to talk with Macwood and Calculator, but Dubs and Mega had an incredible game from the early into the mid that they transitioned into a top 2 performance. So let's dive right on in and see what allowed to make them into the top 3. First, notice the elims in the bottom corner, but the rifle fire together. The second they see the shield is down, able to pick up 1. Mega is the one who is leading the charge here. He picks up all 4 of their first elims. You can see Waller plays down, and the trap is so intelligent. Double ticks going through, places the ramp so it's phased. Knowing the yellow is there, pushes in 2 more elims, chug splashes. Dubs stays up with just barely enough HP, and you can see he's trying to trap the floor every single time. Gets the mid-ground control. 5th elim for Mega. We talked about how high their ceiling was, unfortunately using the shockwave to go down and end up at a low ground disadvantage. Calculator and Macwood able to ride it out, but now Mega and Dubs have pushed into that top 3, challenging to be the first ever World Championship duo. The team who has possibly the highest ceiling, full qualified solos and duos. The question is, in the last half, the last 3 games, what about Brothers in Atlanta? Will NA stay on top? Will Serpent and Hype represent Oceania and upset the apple cart? I'm about ready to see some hype myself. Let's throw it back inside for the last 3 games, gentlemen. Take it away.
Well, if you want hype, got you covered, baby, because these games have been incredible. And if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome to the Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. We're in the Arthur Ashe Stadium. Game 3 just concluded. We had 3 different winners across 3 different games. This is our duos competition. These players are playing for a lot of money in prizing. So much on the line here. Lives will change forever after today. For those players that are on the stage, and some of the folks you're seeing on your screen right now in, well, I would say in different situations than they would find themselves in. You got Vinny and Zexro, they're right there. Satan Sap.
Oh, Sway right there. Y'all saw Sway?
It has been wild stuff. Welcome, I'm Golden Boy alongside with Monster D-Face here, and it's been a great day. It really.
Oh yeah, I missed Sway. He was right there with Banks.
And as I had mentioned before, the prizing, the money that these guys are battling it out
Do you have
for.
any sisters?
This is
Nah.
it. First place will take
Plants versus
home
Zombies is
$3
lit.
million.
I mean,
Second place gets $2.2
you his
million.
age, man, so I wouldn't be
That's
surprised.
Just absurd. You get in the where it is here.
4 millionaires.
You be playing Plants versus
4 millionaire
Zombies
duos before the
and
weekend is over. Not to mention all the fame and clout
shit
that
like
comes
that.
with it. So
Oh, yeah.
I think you'll be pretty well off at that point. But everyone's a winner here. We're here to celebrate all of the
Make your
competitors
mic louder
that
and the
made it
stream
this
lower?
far to the
Nah.
Fortnite World Cup final stage.
chilling.
Because those 10 weekends of qualifications were not easy.
Yeah, when you get into 10th place, that's where you really start to rack up the coin. But game 4 now about to begin. Here we go, folks. Let's see who's going to come out on top. We've had 3 different winners, but our top performers have been consistent through and through. Are we going to see a repeat winner? Are we going to get a new one to add to the list? It's now time. The battle bus is loaded
there, I would've won.
Let's start game 4.
And you know what? Every
If I was
game
there,
so
bro, I
far,
won.
we've
I would've
seen
popped off,
a
bro.
new winner.
Every game, bro.
I love that. Same thing with the
Yeah.
Pro-Am. There was always some new duo showing that, hey, we've been playing this game. We're ready to take a victory. Everyone here has the potential to come out on top. And
Wait,
you see it
is
unfold in those final
Aiden
moments.
the only control player
Throughout
that
the weekend,
qualified?
we've been doing interviews,
there's, like,
meeting with fans, and
other
talking to people, and a lot of folks have asked, who do you think is going to win? And I know it sounds like a cop-out answer, but I'll be very real.
It's like, there's barely though. There's like
because it truly is up. It's up in the air. This
With
is a
Nick
battle royale
30?
game.
Did Nick 30 even
Point
play
in
all of
time,
the
you can
qualifiers?
have Macwood and Calculator
Not even.
just
I think he
having
did,
the
but
game
he
of their
just did
lives
it.
in game 3, and now look, boom, they're going to be sitting in the top 10.
I mean,
how do you even predict that?
We nearly saw it with Zay and Zap. I
crashed
think
last night,
anyone with good logic can
Told y'all if
really
it
put their
crashes,
money
what
on people
happens?
that have had prior experience, but even that is not enough because Macwood and
You
Calculator showing
qualify?
that, hey,
Oh.
you know what? We don't even need that. We're here to slay.
Dubs and Mega, they're in second place. They made their names
Yo,
in
babe,
these
please appreciate that
qualifiers.
sponsor.
led us up to this point. They did not find themselves in land. This is the first time these young men are up there playing on this stage. When I was there,
Who the hell just said was good to me?
And they're doing it, and they're doing it with style. And then to make
Hey,
matters
hold on,
worse for
hold on,
everyone
hold on,
else
hold on,
in the
hold on.
server, they've been so consistent, deadly through.
Somebody in my Fortnite
Yeah, that's
game? Let
right.
me get up out of there.
They're in second place, no victory royale. So
Somebody
just
took my
showing
some-
that
what's good,
if
Ju?
you
Y'all heard
step to
that?
their box, you're gonna get hurt. We saw Mega with the masterful, and I mean beautiful performance under Storm Surge pressure. He didn't even blink an eye,
cracked for that
still
one.
fighting other
Who
players,
was that? I don't
fighting
even
his
know,
way
bro.
out of that desperate situation. Volks and Parpy, let's just hop into this duo right here. We'll talk about him a little bit. They are known for sticking to the hip in PvP.
Yeah.
Earlier today, we saw
My
Volks
boy
get traded
Parpy,
out, but
man.
it wasn't just like an easy trade. They were actually winning the engagement up until that point, just showing that they have the skill. And that's the OCE region, right? One of the most
Like, look
feared
at the skin
unit,
Parpy got
feared
on. Like,
regions here at the qualifiers
what?
because of
Nah,
the fact
imagine
that you just had to get a ton of elims.
Bro,
You're
that's-
number one in the region.
When talking to
Nah,
players,
bro, I can't.
I would
I
ask
would
them,
leave the lobby.
what are you looking to avoid? And every time, if it was, you know, the NAU players, they would say, I'm just trying to avoid OCD
so
or
Click,
Brazil. I
Skeptic,
don't want to have to deal
Parpy,
with that.
Volks, and
Because they
Metro and-
play the hyper aggro style,
Holy shit, so
and they just don't care who you are. They're going to go for the fight.
I mean, you saw Scarlet and Bell in that first game. I truly thought they were going to take the whole thing. It was so close.
Even Sinnoh in the Pro-Am yesterday, another top player
He finished
in the Asian
second.
region, finished second. And he was just, I know it's a Pro-Am, obviously with different
I don't know why people
competition
go to
there.
the place,
He was just
go
going in the
watch
box.
them.
He didn't care. Not a care in the world for them.
Sit at home
Now,
and
Volks
watch
and
them on
Parpy,
YouTube.
you find a player.
A lot of people want to beat their favorite streamer.
He hit him once for whites already, so that means there is no shield
gotta
on that
remember
player.
that.
You can have up to 100 effective shield. That player's
Like,
dangerously weak, and
people who
folks
didn't
just keep an
qualify
eye
and
on
stuff,
him. He doesn't know if he's slipped out
some
already and
people-
says, you know
you
what, I'm
gotta
going to go back to my
understand there's
teammate.
different
It's a
reasons
little
why
too
people
risky
will
getting
wanna
split
do
up
it.
here.
One,
Play for
people
the
want to see
mid
their
to late
friends.
game in this situation. Now, but
People wanna actually
7SSK
meet
is
their
going to be
friends for the
dealing
first time.
once again with
Two,
Spades and Crimson. It seems like a
people
want to
get
constant for
content
them. They
for
cannot
their
seem to
YouTube
win
and
out
stuff
on
like
this
that.
fight. Crimson's going to be down,
Three,
though, so the advantage could be going
some
in
people
the
just
favor
wanna
of
watch
Jamside and
Fortnite.
7SSK. Spades going to have the
different
high
reasons
ground.
why
Now
people
having
might
to deal with a
wanna
1v2. Does he have what it takes to pull this one off? He doesn't own that wall. He has no more builds to work with as well. They're going to push out, and Spades couldn't deal with it. And that's going to be the win there for those two.
You would think for Jamside and SSK, like, hey, you know, we've been landing here, haven't been successful. Do you mix it up? They say, nah, I'm going to stick to my guns here because everyone's a winner regardless.
The VP boys coming out on top.
VP boys, yeah.
Mongo versus Parpy.
Just need that game, that one game. So many of these players.
Come on, Parpy.
That
Come on,
catapults
man.
them into the top 10.
Come on, man. Show
Then the
me
momentum shifts. The confidence starts to rise up. You think to yourself, I am capable of being able to do
Grog
this.
out on his fire.
Mongo looking for it.
Fire, right?
Here.
Yo, that kid is
Love this dual perspective right now. Mongo's actually looking for a side angle. He's going for the offense, pushing out.
I imagine they
Is he tracking this player down? It's really hard to tell. They're getting into, really just going deeper into Neo Tilted. If you hang on the outskirts or by the slips, you're at huge risk for getting dived onto. It looks like they say, you know what, we're just going to continue to push on through. Those guys dive off, and those markers are actually the trackers. They say, hey, you're going this way. Mongo still wants a piece of this.
Keeping up with where players are moving in the crowded Neo Tilted, a new area that was introduced just a little while ago. Some players made Tilted Towers their home. This was a drop spot for so many, the likes of Nick Merckx, Aiden, right? But ever since it changed, you started to see players second guess whether or not they wanted to go to the new Tilted. Talking to Aiden earlier, actually when we went out to go get pizza and stuff, he had mentioned like Tilted's just a whole different beast now. Just not something that he really would want to deal with. That's why you don't really see him going that way anymore.
Yeah, it's just a different lay of the land as things start to shift, different comfort.
That's crazy, Chad. Ever since this, I don't think I landed at Tilted 50 times this season.
A push down right now, and they have the positioning, they have the high ground, and it's just a matter of do we want to dive down? They don't want to give up their angle. They know this duo below them have
50
a
times?
Nah,
that's
can do so much damage.
I don't think I landed at Tilted 50 times this season.
Minimal's gonna hit you for about 80.
I think I landed Neo like at least
New
30
Zealand.
times.
We had a chance to talk to
Let's
them.
get Strigo. What up, Jason?
I landed more at Salty
to
than
see
I
that
did
friendship, the communication that they'll have for one another, something that a lot of these duos that came together for the Fortnite World Cup duos portion of the finals.
I feel like I landed at
that chemistry that these two will
my
have,
most
right?
drop
That
spot
same-
this
that
season
Sap
is
and
probably
Zeke
Dusty.
would have as well.
Crazy to think there's 89 players in the lobby and
I don't like
48
Salty.
duos, so a lot of this
getting used to it.
a lot of solos out there right
'Cause of
now.
that.
Keenstar and Hunter looking to defend themselves right now, and it's just a cat game right here, cat and mouse game. What are they going to do? They actually
Storm my side and I'm
shockwave on out
down.
of
Need
there
a good ass snap. You better
so
get
just
your
let
ass
they go.
to
They're
sleep.
out. They're trying to get away. That
You know
was
we
a
in a
shadow
jams
bomb
later
right
too.
there, and
Sponsor
he's gone.
weekend.
Yeah, I was a little worried about
No
that.
sponsor
duo that was
Saturday
coming in,
this
but
week.
the
I
storm
said
is
sponsor
creeping up
weekend.
now. This is
So if y'all trying to get in the
only
jams
phase
this
one.
weekend, y'all already
Nyx
know.
Gets knocked by Zexro.
See, I got a matter of fact, while I'm doing this right now, chat,
Just a second ago, Item and Derox
fixing these sponsor
out
badges is
wide
definitely
open.
way easier, bro.
Looks like actually they saw Mend right there
I-
building
'cause-
by
'cause
himself
I can't
in a
add bronze
one-floor
spots. I
wooden
can't add
shack,
bronze
and they're
sponsors.
pushing the shack now.
I
So
just
Twins
can't
is gonna
add
hear
them,
these
bro.
shots
It's
off in the
just too
distance,
much.
but looks like we're hopping over to the Loot Lake area
get
where it's
bronze badges.
Macwood and
Can't get
Calculator
bronze sponsors,
going against
silver,
Daedra and Miz. This is a top 10 contenders right here.
And it's hard for them to
Game
get
three
in the
winners
games and
now
let
having to
them
deal with
a
Daedra
flat
and
score
Miz.
in order for them to play.
Shots as well. Snipe
too
shot.
much.
You just heard that one.
So I'ma
Squeak
just
by
do-
Daedra. Need to be
If
careful.
you want to
There's
get an
some
ad
more
and
shots
play,
being laid out.
you got to be a bronze.
Disengage
you
as
got
well.
to be silver and up.
And they're just
So
really
all silver and
pushing
up
them away
sponsors
from
get
you
added.
because got to get to that safe zone.
Bronze
Don't want
sponsors,
to have
you
to
can play
deal with the
customs.
storm, obviously. It's still early games here, so
Bronze
you're not going to
sponsors,
be
you get
ticked for
sponsor
too
roles
much.
in the customs and play
You're
customs.
really
like,
looking for
play customs damn near every
this
day.
next
So
zone. Where are you going to start to move
Shit.
here? And this, again,
Raggedy.
the game is going to be so slow in the start because as you get closer and
That's
closer
not
to
bad,
the end,
right?
game 4, critical game, Monster. So many points you can earn from this. Flying into the top 10 potentially if we have a new winner that was outside of it. This is where players start to, I guess it really sets in on them that they're going to be playing for $3 million in
gonna
prizes.
upgrade platinum.
Yeah, if it hasn't
Oh,
already,
platinum.
I don't know what
Goddamn.
world they're living in, but here it is. Twiz goes for the shockwave overhead, and it's Derox who eats a chunky one right there. Cover H looking to chop this bad boy down.
Not
It
bad
comes
at
the
all.
Sinkers. Is it going to be enough, though?
Not
The
bad at
pressure
all.
is so
Makes no
real
sense.
right
Yeah,
here.
you know what I'm saying though, because like,
doing it not only for themselves,
the
doing
last
it for New
sponsor
Zealand, their
Saturday we
families,
had
and everyone watching them at
we
home.
had AMT
and that is
adding
going to
people,
be
and I felt
one
like
elimination through. I
there
saw
wasn't
that
really
one pop up.
bronze sponsors that was probably able to get in. So
The challenge comes in, and that's the win there. 2 elims total. Twiz
you just
gets
gonna make it if you want to play.
Tried to get out there and play the trap play, but it was not enough. 7 SSK and Jamside have rotated in from Paradise Found.
Oh no.
Oh no, down comes the build. They should be close enough. Yeah, he is going to be able to catch himself in a build. Battle goes off, Golden Boy.
Coverage is going to be down. Jamside, 7 SSK7. You're looking at Jam's perspective here. He's going in for the fight, and after winning that one out, it's going to be Jam and 7 SSK7 that get the better of the boys from New Zealand.
They found their stride coming into Game 4 so far, and that means they're in the running right now. 4 elims is enough to put you on just about page 2, top 20. And we talked about it. If you can make it to that top 20 bracket, you're still in the running so far because there are several more games left before this thing is over here.
All right, so listen.
Calculator.
What can I add for some
Find
silver
himself
sponsors?
very high in the sky right here. He's got a nice little base. They're just waiting.
They're waiting it out. Norwood's going to be beneath them. And those are the players that were forcing them out before.
Silver sponsors may add me.
Starting to hear the explosions. Knocking him out.
Wow, he actually sent a shot when the Splode came in and hit Cease with that? What? How was Cease knocked right there?
Play 2 games.
Again, when it comes to Fortnite, you never know what you're really going to expect. Your players will always pull something out of the hat and surprise you each and every time. I was looking over at Macwood, who's playing defense.
Post
Calculator.
updates regarding the stream.
Now really
events
having
in the
to deal with 2 players angling shots at him.
And
Macwood
sponsor
back into a fighting
contest,
position,
which is
a fighting posture to help his buddy out.
I couldn't put giveaways, it didn't let me, so you know.
They were just about to push to seal the deal on Elevate there, and that third party up on the mountain ruined that push.
Slows things down. Elevated Seas having to deal with the Stinkers will be moving out of the fight now.
I love it right there. He uses the Stinkers to back him off, and since he doesn't take friendly damage from it, he pushes right into enemy territory here. He's so offensive. He's on the enemy track. Macwood gets owned right there.
Not what you wanted to see happen after winning game number 3, but Elevate and Cease, we mentioned them before. They just need that moment to pop off so everyone here in New York can see what they're capable of. Such a great duo, but now having to deal with another fight. But to Elevate, what a shot there. On Calculator, sending him packing.
Read more
Calculator did a great job, though. He did win his straight off against Cease. Ronaldo and Zip are just nearby, though. Looks like they've heard the commotion. They're getting closer. And it's Norwood. Norwood's lurking about. He was like, you know what, getting closer, trying to see what he can do here. And Zip's going to fall
Bronze
down here.
Bronze don't get nothing. Bronze is paying $2. What do you mean? What are they supposed to get? You want Bronze to get ads and everything? That's what you trying to tell me?
Zip and Ronaldo.
If you think that's about to happen, then I'm going to have 500 friends. No.
Do they manage to get this wall, just get ownership of it? But the ramp is going to be placed, giving him time to
There's nothing you really can do if you can't add them.
And Norwood actually used all of his shockwaves there.
We play sponsored customs every day, so I mean, if that's not good, then I mean, hey.
By yourself, evidently.
At least the viewers can't get in them.
And that's Norwood. Norwood tried.
And Bronze get emotes. What do you mean? You get sponsored for $2 and get 26 damn emotes.
Engaging in the fight, not taking any damage.
Such a good job.
That's like that at any stream, bro. You gotta pay for what you want.
He is trying desperately to get to his teammate here. This is great teamwork. Now they have the pinch lined up.
Expect to get
and the
some
trap is down.
godly
That's a
fucking perks.
siphon for Elevate right there.
That siphon could be the difference maker for
Yo,
him.
Jado, appreciate that sponsor. Welcome to the family. Enjoy emotes.
Take a moment to just pop the minis.
I've been cussing your ass out all day.
A little bit of a reset here.
He's still in this too, so he didn't get knocked. He's not full eliminated yet.
Which is rough. You don't convert the Elam, you don't get the point either here. As Elevate is doing a great job on defense, but the Campfire heals down players as well. This is actually really smart of them to sit on the Campfire right now and just wait and buy time. Well, he's looking to set up the phase through right there, trying to get through the build. Some shockwave comes out and close but no cigar.
I wouldn't even thought that you played Fortnite, to be honest. You probably don't even play Fortnite.
These two.
Oh no, someone thirsted.
Snappy, he went for the shot from the distance. There you see him right there along with Red Rush. And then Zip down low on this island, using not only the rocks, but also this metal that he had just built up for himself to get out of this.
Zip is the target of the server at the moment, as everywhere he moves, he cannot seem to catch a break, but he is going to find a little bit of that high ground real estate right here and hopefully ease up the burden, but nope, has to change layers again.
Who are you calling a little boy, though? You can't be talking to me.
And now let's go ahead and take a look.
I like to fight.
Oh, and Zip is out of here. Funk, it's... I think I could have sworn I saw Funk there, but no, I think it was, that was
everybody started cheering when he died. Yo, that's crazy.
Why did I like Funk?
There. Moving on now,
it was
taking a look at the other side of the map. We have Stompy and Shinken still in the game. Mongrel and Mitro, Benji and Savage, Aqua. All of these duos, very, very powerhouse duos here.
Yep.
Close by right now.
4 eliminations for Benji Fishy. 36 duos remaining. It's going to be a loot late circle.
Yo, Sean, we trying to do some water. Some Mars so
players will just have to build over. Nothing that these guys can't handle. Oh, a lot of open air though. Lots of open air.
We got to teach me some
Benji's at 4 eliminations here.
So I could do it to myself. So
He's been having a good game. They've been playing well.
Playing very good. 4 elims.
Just the final moments, right?
This early in the game to have 4 elims is actually huge, and I love what they're doing right now, just fishing for damage because Storm Surge, you never want to be under the pressure of the Storm Surge. They know that with 50 players in the lobby, dependent on the zone, Storm Surge will activate, excuse me. So 4 Stinkers is the perfect tool, perfect utility to have.
Can take some damage down on any of these players, getting comfortable inside of a box. Now looking at this, got Vinny down low in a campfire. Saw Aiden and Sean there too. Had a few good moments for Aiden and Sean. It hasn't really been.
I'm a Twitch sub in a sponsor. What can I say? I mean, what can you really say though?
Yes. Having 6 eliminations already. Take a look at this stat right here. Damage dealt 842. The match average, every other player on average, 176. That's not even enough to take out a player with shield and health. So they're doing a lot of work on this lobby right now, and they are here to play. Looks like they're going to find themselves another spot. This is actually an interesting spot, but it's all good because they have launch pads. They can get up and over this cliff lip right here, and they're backside safe. So all they have to do is protect their forward angles.
I understand we did.
I just want Mongrel to win so I could be a happy kid.
Mongrel earlier on is he's trying to see where players are going to start to make some moves. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. We'll come back and see where they are currently.
Oh my, I'm dead. Nice! Nice! Oh my god, nice!
That's why this is one of the best duos in Fortnite. Way to clutch up in those moments, man. The nerves, they have to be shaking there. But Mongrel, just a steely stare. Love it. Love to see it.
Get out there and get yourself a duo that's going to clutch up for you today in the Fortnite game.
If your friend ain't doing it, drop him. You don't need him.
That's right, but you heard him. He said we're going to win loud and confidently. Mongrel and Mitro are here.
And they're here to win this game. That's the mission. But everyone else, all 33 duos that remain here have that same objective in mind. Luckily for them, I think that circle does work out for them just a tad.
And there it is, Storm Surge. It's now live.
And it's going to hurt some people.
You either have to do damage or less than 50 players have to be in the lobby. So 6 players, 6 individual players right now are under it. Yep, that's it. Gustavo gets owned right there. Is Wishy going to be able to do something about it?
Storm Surge in effect. Dubs and Mega once again. They're in 2nd place in the leaderboards. 3 games have worked out very, very well for them.
And they can see that effect. You can see the Storm Surge around you.
51 players. Only 1 player needs to be eliminated, and that will be it.
Says, you know what? We balling. They out. They're going. They're trying to get that zone plan for placement right now. And do you blame them? Why not? They're in the lead right now. All they have to do is consistently skate through. They've gotten through the hardest part, the beginning. They're warmed up.
Bro, this is crazy.
As Mega is trying to fish around here and get a good spot in. Looks like they give themselves a little bit more real estate, but the pressure is in because the baller players come in.
Right in front of them, too. More defense having to be played here. It's kind of shades of Game 3 when they were in a similar spot, but this was from the high ground. This time, we'll be right in front of them. The action has cooled, though. They can take a moment to reset.
Definitely did cost a fair amount of metal right there. Mega now on 300 metals, trying to inch his way to that fence nearby. Just doing a little bit of a material swap right there. Back to Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy with the minigun. The minigun's so good for pressure plays.
Spread out a few of those materials. Get ready for the potential movement. Snaking is what you would hear players often mention. They tunnel out, give themselves some coverage. You need a lot of materials for that. Then the artillery strike from up above, a new item that was added. You can build around and give yourself some defense, so really it's just waiting it out rather than having to move out of the blast area. 5 elims for Mr. Savage.
Steve, you in a World Cup?
6 for Mitra and Mongrel. It's certainly been a dominant game for EU thus far.
Yeah, for sure. As Yuang takes out Rote right there, EU player is gonna go down. Rote gets the trade out though, must have been the zone here as we are cutting across here. Mitra's trying to find some real estate here. Is he gonna be able to set up? He's going for the high ground. A little bit of a build-up, but Mongrel's got it under control. He's got the high. Who's putting some pressure down? Yeah, he's getting the shot straight across here, Golden.
Yeah, there was a duo right on the other side there that Mitra was concerned about. So he goes low. Then really, wherever you go, there are going to be players looking right at you. And sometimes you just manage to incur the wrath of the entire server. Luckily for Mitra, that did not happen quite yet. Saf, I just saw Saf get dropped. Zate's going to be separated from his teammate there across the side. And that is the circle creeping on forward. It's going to be open air, open space for them, so the ballers will have space to move around and try to survive here. This is
the board just bumped him.
Final moments monster for a lot of these players. The pressure's on.
Yeah, Saf has already been taken out, so Zate is left to fend for himself here. Can he play for placement? We already know Mongrel Mitro were split up. Can they find themselves amongst the chaos here? Aqua and Nyrox are holding up the high ground here as well, and that's a scary duo. Way up top, uncontested.
Not someone that you want to have up above you. Mitro, 6 builds remaining. After this, doesn't really have much left to work with, and the builds go away pretty much instantly. Zate gets eliminated, so that's going to be the end of the duo that's currently in first place in the standings, but Mega and Dubs. Dubs is out as well. 4 eliminations for the duo, the bottom right of your screen. Mega very capable of being able to clutch this out by himself, but it will not be easy.
Yeah, Mongrel actually just slips into the low ground too right now, so he is trying to stay alive here. Jumps into someone's box. It's Voron who gets taken out right there by Mongrel, so he's still in the running. Mega goes up and gets traded as well. Vinny's still here too. So many solos remain right now, but there are still several duos in the game here, Golden.
And the scariest duo is going to be up above. It's Aqua and Nyrox.
Yeah,
they're carving this up, and they're putting down shots wherever they can. If they can get a few more eliminations, a few more points, that will jettison them up the leaderboards.
Elevate has 7 elims as well right now. He has 7 already. Rojo jumps out of the box.
From him.
Wolfie's still in the game.
Controller
good
player.
for Aqua in them.
Talking to our boy Christian earlier, he mentioned he loves to get in the faces of players, and it has worked out for him thus far. Elevate is out of the game. 7 eliminations for him, 7 points, not bad at all, and you're going to get the placements to boot. Still, Aqua and Nyrox up above. Then you got Benji Fishy in the game. 5 eliminations for him, 6 total with Mr. Savage's 1. Oh, there's a player in front of him. He pops up in front of him. Oh, that's so scary there. But Benji Fishy is eliminated by Sky.
Who's this?
Sky has been around the competitive scene for a long time, and for good reason right there. Nyrox now owning from the high ground, putting that pressure down.
Is that a girl?
Shockwave was initiated right there, but it's not going to be enough. This is their map to control right here in the final moments. They're the only duo standing, Golden Boy.
This
is their game to win. The cooler duo. Is this going to happen? As they're putting the pressure on these players down low. They're synergized, they're communicating, and they're ready to pick up this victory royale in Game 4.
He only has 10 builds, though. This is very intense. Both of them don't have much here. He's going to put all the splashes down. Is that the decision right there to commit? Looks like the Shockwave is going to cause an eruption in the high ground, and now they're in the zone here. What's going to happen here? This is so close.
5 players remaining. Few left as the Shockwave is going to send him all the way up. Nyrox takes out Falconer down low, and he's wrestling with everyone, but Nyrox is out. Oh no, he does manage to get the elimination, and in the storm, he gets the victory royale. 7 eliminations for the duo.
Shockwave play in the final moments right there. It's going to propel him to the high ground and allow him to work top down. But not only that, it chucked everyone into the zone for a couple of seconds right there. So it truly was the ultimate disruption right there.
The Shockwave at the end of the game will just change everything, the complexion of it all. And it's just everything that had happened right at the end here. Look at Nyrox, he just went down low. He wanted to get scrappy with him. He goes down. That's Sky and Chapix. And then it's Aqua who follows it up. Flew up right into the sky there. That was actually cool. I also like looking at the player's face at these moments because the focus that he has. Oh man.
To hit your shots, you must hit your shots. Look at that. Stompy, Jinkin have talked about Aqua and Nyrox as players to look out for. They're scary competitors on the scene, and good to see them take a victory royale.
Yeah, in EU, right? So we've had 2 NA, 2.
My camera came. Oh. We live.
Hey, that is the game, right? You never know what you're going to get. Saf and Zate still hold on to first place, but it's only going to be by 2 points. Dubs and Mega, they're looking for that victory royale. If they're able to get it, hey, they could find themselves in first. Vinny and Zexro in third place currently with 35 points, 5 shy of first place. Saf and Zate have to hold on to their title as the kings of the mountain. And in that last game, they just could not put it together. These last few games for this duo is going to be critical given how close this gap is between all of the players in the top 10.
That's right, and take a look at your next page here. We saw plenty of Spades and Crims winning that Paradise Palms kind of early interaction, but one loss sets them way back to the second page now because you have to continue to accrue points here. But look, Epic Whale still here as well. There's a lot of players in the running.
Yeah. Wild stuff from game 4, excuse me, as we've had the EU duo, the cooler duo, managing to get their win on the world stage. I know that we're going to have Jordan in a little bit with the winners. He's getting everything together. I want to hear from these players, and good news is we are going to do just that. So let's send it on over to Jordan, who has our winners standing by.
A massive shift for EU here. We all know that Shockwave grenades can absolutely shift the balance of in-game, especially allowing you to propel yourself up and work your way top down to dominate and control what was the most exciting final moments of in-game here today. What is your plan going into these next couple of games? There's a lot of kind of hanging in the balance here, right? There's a big momentum shift for you, and you have the opportunity.
Ooh la la. Yo!
Spot and going for consistent placement points.
Consistent placement points, that's key and can absolutely take the Vic Roy home as you saw just now. Back to you, GB and Monster.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that one, and stay the course. No reason for you to adjust anything. If it worked out for you there, clearly you're doing something right, Monster.
Yeah, absolutely. I think these competitive players know best.
When you get that?
Stubbornness is in their name. You saw Jam Side, 7SSK say, hey, I don't care if I lose the first few times here. We're going to master this. We're going to turn it around. And they did. They had a great, at least, showing at some point at the last one. So players are going to stick to their guns.
Early engagements, man, that is just, I love seeing those fights with the gray weapons, right? You really can tell who can figure it out with not much to work with. That's always the challenge that players have to deal with in the beginning of a game like this. Now, I do understand we have Bala standing by to break it down.
So
what we saw on the
street
is
with these damn
yeah, well, Aqua and Nyrox.
I gotta buy mad SD
Aqua
cards.
and Nyrox definitely showed up here today, and the resurgence of EU is maybe starting. We've got 2 more games to go, but I want to talk about Mongrel and Mitro and what they had to do in this game here. They actually ran into Zexro and Vinny. We're gonna start off. GB, you were talking about early game engagements. This is one that's been going in the duo of Mongrel and Mitro's favor against Skeptic and Clicks and Neo Tilted Towers. The pressure here from Mitro to find out exactly where the first player is. Mongrel up above, targeting on both. They try to get into the same box at the same time. They go down and just continue pushing forward. Mongrel and Mitro, it's the second time that they win this engagement.
Dang, so I gotta go to the World Cup tomorrow, Chaz. What you telling me now?
They continue forward onto Volks and Parpy and just try to
hunt down everything.
Nose? There Clicks is trying to escape as well. And then this snipe here from Mitro.
This is for the boogers.
He actually, not only did he hit that, and they get right into it onto Zexro, he hit Vinny coming in with a drift board right before this. So 1 elimination there for them. And then they had the engagement that we saw earlier. We're going to go ahead and run it back because this clutch puts them perfectly in position at 4th place right now. A reminder that this was with Mitro down after all.
Isn't that for the boogers in your nose, bro?
There he goes down, and
I used to use this when I was
right on cue. He does not let his teammate go down. You heard the reactions earlier, and it continued because Mongrel got 1 more elimination in this game.
Oh, to clean what does? I just got the boogers out my nose with that thing. Well,
so this game, not only did they take out Vinny and Zexro,
so I heard this is the best camera in town.
They stopped
Cameron G7X, my camera king, Derek.
So they are inching their way closer. They're now in 4th place. They actually have the most elims out of everybody in the tournament so far on 20.
What,
so
vlogging
2 more
camera?
games to go. We're going to see where they can leave themselves in the
no,
end.
that's what camera king.
Back to you guys.
Can I set this camera up so that I could like
Thank you so much,
stream on it? Oh, imagine, Chad, I can set it up to like a streaming.
You can.
Oh, I do that. I'm litty. I'm gonna have the best camera quality.
It's happening.
Oh,
This is it.
man.
It's happening.
It's happening, right? Now, there have been
Take your
also
little brother.
have been the
Nah,
talk of the town, but one duo
my little brother's
in particular
lame.
that have a lot of fans excited are Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage, and we did get an opportunity to catch
I'd rather
up
take
with
my
them.
little brother
They're
because he
currently
likes
in 8th
Fortnite,
place.
and the
Can
little
they
stuff
climb
that I
up?
could do there, I
Go
could
ahead
do with
and
him.
check it out.
All right, let me turn this thing on.
Uh-oh, this is a scary duo. Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage.
Our communication is probably the best in the world.
I'm gonna rift us.
Yeah, go. I just think we're on another level.
I think I gotta charge it.
Double RPG, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm probably gonna go with my friend. I'm gonna pop out with my friend.
This dual
We out? You paying?
Our lives.
You paying to get in now?
Been able to accomplish so much more together.
If you paying to get in, then we'll see you there.
I encourage him. We're best friends. We're dual partners.
John's expensive. What, the camera?
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Is it expensive? Nah, not really.
We're Benji Fishy, bro.
My name is
Not really
Martin
too
Anderson,
expensive.
and I go by the name Mr. Savage. My name is Benji Fish, and my in-game name is Benji Fishy.
One of the most terrifying duos.
Buddy still
coming
alive?
out of here, period.
Yeah. Nah, Nell's not in Queens, but I guess he'll pop out. Alright, wait.
We live in different places, but we talk every day online. I live in Oslo in Norway, and Benji lives. I live in Surrey in the UK. And I travel to England to like meet him, see how he's doing here. He has my back. If I ask him something, he'll help me out. We don't actually just play Fortnite. We play other games when we just want to have fun. We have a lot of the same interests. He's always really humble. I love his personality. Yeah, we're great friends. Alright, yeah.
Aw, aren't they so cute, guys?
I'm too good for you. Oh, there's a guy northwest of me.
You playing for after World Cup?
The reason
Silly
why
rabbit,
we're so
you
good
know?
at playing duos
What type
is
of
because
question?
we both have
I'm going to
super
sleep.
mechanical
I didn't go to
skills,
sleep
good
yet.
chemistry and communication.
Okay, 120.
Sleep is for the rest of your life.
Everybody knew in the community that Savage was one of the best players in the world. He knows the game really well, so he makes really good calls. Benji's just so insane at just eliminating people.
Benji Fishy is
What's good, AJ?
right now.
He just follows me perfectly. He fills in the gaps that I can't fill in.
You'd think a fish out of water would be harmless.
Yo.
This fishy. Not today.
People were definitely scared if they see some fishes running around Happy Hamlet. You'd think fishes weren't really that scary, but Fortnite, it's quite the opposite.
How do you
We're in a
charge
really
this
good state
instead?
right now as a duo. Let's just cross the lake. I think there's people on the other side. We're playing super well.
How do you put a dead camera in a box? That's corny. At
We've
least
been
charge it for me
practicing.
first.
It's really
Dumb
nice to finally
motherfuckers.
be able to.
That's the least you could have did is charged it.
I think we're just gonna show people how good we are.
Like, damn. Now I gotta charge it myself. That's mad corny, right? Like, damn, you couldn't charge it for me, bro?
Hey, look at that right there. Some fans of Mr. Savage and Benji Fishy, they were diabolical in the online qualifiers. And maybe, just maybe, with these last 2 games, they could pull it up and get themselves into top 3, maybe even first place. How crazy would that be?
Let's be honest, we've seen them do very well so far. Maybe not the performance they were looking for. I know they want to pull a victory. They have everything it takes. They can muscle up from 8th. They'll be up there.
It's going to be a challenge for not them, but every single player. But we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, games 5 and 6, and then we crown our first ever Fortnite World Champion.
Maybe I forgot to put the battery in.
The other side.
Wait a minute. I think I forgot to put the battery in, guys. Here it goes. Wow. Despicable me. Alright. Let's find out where this battery goes. If I can find out where the battery goes without putting the directions in, I'm nice. Only one way to find out if I'm nasty.
Expecting you'd win 2 in a row. Can you walk me through those
Rey
final
Mysterio.
moments?
Felt really good. I don't think I would
goes
have
right
won
here.
if I didn't have him.
Now, RL Grime, you were holding your own, you were keeping up, you were staying alive, you were getting eliminations. How did you change your playstyle from last Pro-Am to this Pro-Am?
I think we learned a lot from the last one. Just that you focus on late game a little bit, and I just sort of let him lead the way and made it happen.
How did it feel to play with a potential World Cup duo winner?
It's amazing. I'm actually going to come tomorrow and sit in the stands and cheer for my man Airwalks, yeah.
Maybe make an Airwalks sign and wave it in the air?
Maybe a 98 bot sign. I'll hold it up.
Good luck on
Woo!
the event
It turned on.
Congratulations on winning.
Uh-oh.
Congratulations on winning. Incredible, incredible gameplay throughout Fortnite World Cup Pro-Am.
Let me see. Oh, it's touchscreen. What time is it? 3:48. Wait, what the? Oh, it set the date.
My name is Serpent. We qualified on the last week.
Whoa. I'm highly confused right now.
We knew it was the last opportunity we had, so we were just completely focused the entire time, and it was just a huge, huge relief after we qualified.
Yeah, it was such a relief. I was waiting for this
27. 7.
Well, before the leaderboard updated, we was almost positive.
Time.
We were freaking out, and then when we finally saw the leaderboard update, we just started screaming the entire house down. We started playing back in like season 3 of Fortnite. We just found each other through a Discord community.
What? Nah, bro, chat. I ain't gonna lie. If you see the numbers on this thing, bro, you're gonna think like, damn, Ju, you're really not that stupid. But I think I'm dumb as hell. You know what? I'm gonna go ask my mom. I'll be back. When in doubt, ask your mother.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
Things we're a little bit better at, but we try to take the roles like evenly. I'm just really excited to play with everyone from all the regions. Yeah, I would say from what we've seen, OCE is a lot more aggressive play style because we go for a lot higher point games, whereas yeah, NA and EU they have like
my stream now, you know the vibe. You talk about stream, what's good stream, the big dick in the spot, don't make it hot. Little vibes.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same, but yeah,
Little
just crazy
vibes,
opportunity
man.
to be able to play against the best players in the world.
This is my chat, you know. We in here. Let's go. Yo, shout out to the 1.1K in the stream, man. Make sure to drop a like, man. Drop a sub, man. To them, man. You know, man. Oh, we watching the World Cup right now, man. We lit. We turn scatter. Yo, poor banana. RP Banana Man. Damn. Who won? LeBron James. LeBron James won the 4th game.
The Rockets gonna
He
come
was
up
cracked
through.
out there.
Are they all coming down? Moon PBO.
我叫小蒙德，我来自中国。
我们是在那个亚洲锦标赛第6周海选的时候，靠双排拿到了亚洲第1。
A second rocket going to catch both players.
I'm back.
How do you even find that angle?
当时我超级高兴，从桌子上跳了起来。
These guys do not miss. You have to be careful. You cannot sleep on them.
我们为了准备这个比赛，我们每天基本上要训练12个小时以上。
我想我到现场的话，我的心应该会蹦出来。
我希望他们可以好好的去看这场比赛，因为能学到很多的东西。
And it's over before we could even say anything because X-Mende and XXM just destroyed them. Plan on these guys.
因为我平时很喜欢购物，然后如果说获得这么多奖金的话，我一定会买。
也许我会在一个很悠闲的地方买一个洞，放着书。
Bro.
Bro, I don't have nails, so like these little pieces, like I bite my nails. I can't get into this. Hold up.
There you go, bro. Nice to meet you. Enjoy your weekend, okay? Thank you.
Ali, oi.
First time. Yeah. A lot of skills. Good fun. It's it's pretty cool, man. Very impressive. Hey man, how you doing? Nice to meet you. I've been following you for so long.
That boy Elliot.
Can I get a video?
Bro, he's the best Fortnite player, bro.
Okay. Can you say Lucas is the best Fortnite player? Lucas is the best Fortnite player. Okay. Alright guys, we're here with Elliot and he has a message. Very important message. Lucas is the best Fortnite player, okay? Thank you, man. Thank you. No worries. Thank you so much.
Lucas is the best Fortnite player.
Hey, he a bot. Like, he could probably be nasty.
Yeah, it was crazy. $1 million jump. My team
Probably going for the no varsity.
Have a good one. Yeah. Boom. There you go, buddy. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good one, man.
Here with my brother. That's your biggest fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome. Love that. Love that. So, man,
Bro, where's my damn scissors, man? I'm over here struggling.
And Justin, how we doing, boys?
Where the fuck is these scissors at, man?
Having fun at the event? Good. That's what I like to hear. Yeah, it was fun.
What's up, guys? It's Clicks.
And it's Skeptic.
And we qualified for NA East.
Alright, so me and Clicks' main goal, we even said it the day before in semifinals, we wanted to shoot for top 25 because we qualified the first week that it was duos. So we wanted to shoot for top 25 and we just blew out our expectations of how we played that day.
This is my first LAN event ever. I'm 14, so before this, the required LAN age was
He doesn't
16.
look the same,
so this
bro.
is a life-changing event.
He looks different on stream than he looks on like in real life.
Good journey.
Clicks.
So one of my friends back in December recommended me to play with Clicks, so I tried playing with him once. We played a few games. We didn't do amazing. Well, we played pretty good, but I had to do a partner at the time, so I was good. But after he started competing high levels and Share the Love, he got first place and all that. I hit him up and we decided the game.
And then the first week, we probably played for 3 days, and that week we qualified.
Yeah.
So we had 3 days of practice and somehow qualified. Yeah, before a big game, to get my nerves out and make sure I'm on the right track, I literally just scream as loud as I can. Like, my stream knows it, so hopefully that goes a long way.
I wash my hands. I'm not joking. No, I wash my hands. I have to get the perfect grip on my mouse, so I wash my hands a lot. Like a lot a day, just to make sure I have a perfect grip on my mouse. Sounds pretty weird, but it helps.
Tons of people ask me questions on a daily, like, how do you find the right sensitivity? And I feel like that's obviously the big mechanical way for the game. So I just tell people to stick in one sensitivity and just work your way at it, and it really comes a long way with my aim, my building, everything like that.
I say practice makes perfect with everything in life. Just I think about the game. The more you practice, the more you play in creative, the more you'll get mechanical, game-wise, and all that up. So I think practice makes perfect.
Appreciate that overshot.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The World Cup Finals Duos competition. My name is Dr. Lupo, and I missed you dearly. Joining me on the desk for the final 2 matches, Courage JD. You know him, you love him, one of the best men in the industry.
Oh, stop.
I'm super excited to see what these final 2 games have in store. We've watched a ridiculous competition thus far. Honestly, it's been insane. I've had a chance to watch some of the plays, some of the shots from some of these players.
Nobody about to win 3 mil, bruh.
Jack, it's been insane. What do you think so far?
It's insane, Dr. Lupo. It is great to hear your voice, and I am so excited to be casting these final 2 games together for the Fortnite World Cup Finals Duo competition. We are 2 games away from crowning our first ever Fortnite World Champions, who will win a combined $3 million US. That is a lot of money if you don't know how much US dollars is worth, because this is the World Cup, as you know. But Ben, I'm so excited.
It's insane. The $3 million for first place. That's not the only position on the leaderboard that takes home 7 figures. And to look at that leaderboard, we're going to throw it over to Sundown just to see where everybody stands thus far.
Thank you so much, Lupo and Courage. And what we have here is the current top 10 on the board. Now, we talked about this being the World Cup representation coming out in the top 20 from all of the regions in there. You can see NA currently sitting on top, but EU just behind them with representation from Mitro and Mongrel, Rojo and Wolfies. And then during the break, we got to talk to Hype and Serpent, who have also made a great play. Let's not forget about our most recent victory royale out of Nyrox and Aqua, climbing them into the top 10. Now, what we want to take into account, 2 matches are left. The highest elim totals we've seen out of a pairing is 12. We've seen it twice. What we have seen on the Victory Royale end, we've seen a 9 elimination, but more commonly, it's right around 5 or 6. So what does that mean? We can expect about 2 of the winners to come out with 15 to 16 points. If you look at that top 10 right now, the spread is 17 points. With 2 games remaining, everyone who is on this board has the ability to challenge for the top spot to be the first ever Duos World Champion at the Fortnite World Cup. No one is out of it. The Chinese pair is just off the page as well. Anybody can make a play. 2 matches are left. Let's head back inside, back into the action. Lupo and Courage, take it away.
Sundan, thank you so much for your analysis of the board thus far. And you're right. Looking at the board, the limited spread between first and 10th, 17 points is incredibly close, but that's not even the beginning of it. You have to realize that across all 50 duos, just 2 games, these last 2 could push any duo all the way up into the top. That top 10
my boy destroyed.
Crazy amount of prizing home, Jack.
Yep. It is a life-changing amount of money, to say the least. As you know, people watching from around the world, millions and millions tuning in today. Use the hashtag Fortnite World Cup. I want to hear from you right now. Tweet Dr. Lupo, myself, Fortnite. Which region will come out on top? Will NA remain up top? Will EU surge back? You heard some of the Asia, Oceanic, Brazil region still trying to push on through. I think NA is going to do it. I really do.
It's anybody's game, to be quite honest, but it's interesting to see trends from the qualifiers of previous weeks. You know, the 10 that we had leading up to this moment. Some of the names that were stars then, stars yet again here, and that consistency is going to shine through in a big way as we go into late games. We've had some of the highest player count final circles that we've ever seen. We've had a lot of aggressive gameplay from people at clutch moments. And that's not the end, Jack. We've got 2 games left, and Game 5 is ready to go, Jack.
Ladies and gentlemen, this crowd has been incredible live here at the Art Thrash Tennis Arena in New York City. Which region will reign supreme? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The battle bus has launched. Game 5 is underway.
For the last few matches, Jack, we've seen some relatively contested, popular drop zones. I've been watching on Twitter, and a lot of people have discussed whether or not Loot Lake right now is one of the hottest drops in the game. You have a number of duos, high-powered duos that have dropped there consistently thus far. Do you think going into this game 5 and 6, we're gonna see similarly contested early drops, or are people gonna change up the strategy with the amount of prizing on the line?
I think the thing that we've seen so far is the teams that stick to their strategy are the teams that are, you know, staying out on top. It's why they're consistently placing Sap and Zate, for example. Wouldn't be surprised to see people stick with their normal game one more time. Again, as Sundown did a great job of highlighting, Dr. Lupo, one big performance, 12 elims in a victory royale, 22-point game would shoot you way up the leaderboard. So you can't count yourself out yet. You see our last match winners currently on our screen.
Uncontested there. Nyrox dropping in an early baller, a very pivotal piece for late game survival. Going to farm up all the materials he can inside. Not going to smash too much of the outside until maybe the last second, just to prevent any reveal of his own position. He's just going to go and move on. And actually does see targets down below. A couple attempted shots. That scope, they are accuracy at this level. Going to have to be very key if you're going to try and pick up an elimination that early. The scope might be exactly what Nyrox needs to establish yet another elimination to put himself behind the leaderboard. Let's do it.
Remember, the scope, assault rifle, a hit scan weapon. You aim, you point, you shoot. If it's on him, it'll hit him. And these guys have pinpoint accuracy, as it's known. You know, when you land on the southwest side of the map, if you don't land in an exact big area, it's a very, very scrappy start. It's a lot around getting a baller, rotating on through, and just trying to, you know, pick up one chest here, loot one building here, and piece some things together. It's known how tough it can be, but Nyrox and Aqua currently on their way. Let's shift our focus towards Neo Tilted here. You see Mongrel and Mitro, who so many times have been contesting here with Clicks and Skeptic. Clicks and Skeptic so far, pretty quiet day today.
I would agree. 4 duos, though, in Tilted. Going to be interesting to see who opts to take an early out. Maybe go for the ballers that spawn in that slipstream around the outside, or maybe get a little aggressive and push on another team that spawns in there. Potentially from an earlier game, though, Skeptic hopefully learned his lesson. You don't want to L the camera necessarily too early.
Yep.
Love to see the confidence, though. He's a very confident player, which does not surprise me. Extremely skilled, so that kind of gameplay, you're going to see it from Skeptic on and off the stream and on and off the land here. Arthur Ashe Stadium, one of the coolest arenas I think we've ever done this in.
Oh, incredible. It's, you know, you walk on through, you see all the tennis greats, and you know, I hope they put up a poster of the winner of the Fortnite World Cup there. It's Serena Williams, Sap and Zate.
Honestly, it would be incredible.
It would be. I think that sounds good to me. I think that, you know, people wouldn't be confused at all. But maybe it's the start of a great legacy here at this arena. But right now, you begin to point out Mongrel and Mitro landing here every single game. 4 teams though, still in Neo Tilted. When will the battles begin? 97 players left. Every duo still represented.
Crazy powerful loadout. You saw he has 4 shadow bombs this early in the game. Those are incredibly powerful going into late game, especially when you're attempting to avoid confrontation as much as possible until just the right moment. You can shadow bomb out of almost anything. Granted, the people that may see you rotate don't have pinpoint accuracy, which honestly is typically the case in a lobby like this.
Well, we go ahead and look at Lucky Landing right now. 2 teams currently here. This has been the case so far this game. Gustavox, 8, and Wishy DP up against M11Z in the duo right there.
At this point, yeah, I was going to say, it looks like they're just opting to do a little bit of a split here.
Come on now,
just
you know it's
watching the
Jumerica
opponents move around down below. They don't necessarily have to push this yet. You do have a little bit of time before the Storm starts to make a move here, so pressure is going to be applied before you know it. But a loadout like this, there's no shotgun in the inventory. They have the shockwaves to rotate if they need to, but those are oftentimes saved for late game if you can do it. It's an easy way to push through opponents' builds that are above you, as we've seen in previous matches countless times. Take the high ground without maybe being challenged. The only downside is you put yourself way out in the open. We did see a number of players get eliminated on the fly, literally, while shooting through the air with a shotgun. So we'll have to see. Drops from behind, Gustavox 8.
Started dying.
And M11Z decided to push off his Wishy. Feels that he does have that heavy sniper grenades coming on through.
Because she was like, she said, you already know, and you said, shut the fuck
Remember, when you get that shield broken, there is a unique animation and sound effect. So Daedra and M11Z What
does that mean? That's
top has no shield left, and that heavy sniper rips through the wood right there. Good coordination to get some damage done on this player.
I'm doing item shot. You know to beat that, baby.
Edit that pyramid at the top, so we can look through and
can I say that?
Shots from the duo up above.
I'm really about to go outside with this camera down, chat. It's game time.
No push yet. This is kind of a stalemate at this point, which for all four of these players may end up fighting them in the back. That being said, Wishy the fly-in right there, pushing up, trying to get past, moving over to this brick pig. Away into maybe a little bit of side cover.
Different language.
Made for me on the map.
Haven't picked up a book like this in a long time.
Go ahead and loot that chest alongside Gustavax, who are both out of shields. Looks like Daedra and M1Z did what they wanted to, which is to push them out of Lucky Landing. Not sure if they're going to continue to pursue this. It doesn't appear so right now. And all things considered, I don't think they need to, right? They can go back now, farm up this whole area, check for the certain loot spots that may have been missed, and continue to get materials now. Moving towards Dusty Divot. Rogue members Tetra and Eclipse currently building out up with players just below.
At least Derek knows,
duo
he's Spanish.
Underneath. A little bit of a split for Tetra and Eclipse. Hopefully does not come to bite them in the back. We'll see here in a second. Eclipse pushing up, trying to match position with Tetra. Shots on the baller. You don't want to see those things last too long. Nobody was in it. It was just rolling down the hill.
And this could be really useful, Ben, because the players down low that are going to get by this airstrike, I believe it's Clicks and Skeptic, are only building with wood, and wood gets shredded on through. And Skeptic, because of that, now down to just 25 HP, and that might be the green light for this duo to push on forward. One player challenging up top. Eclipse has him trapped in the box. Does take a little bit more damage. It will be a build battle for height. Eclipse with a ton of materials, but look at the elimination feed. Tetra with the elim on the Skeptic, so it's a 2 versus 1. Clicks all by himself.
Even if there's a sacrifice in the 2v1,
whenever I go outside,
that 1v1 afterwards and the pickup, the revive your teammate might be the best play. We'll see here in a second. Pressure from above, not yet. Clicks all in his all by himself right there.
Swear you Spanish though.
Just
to be honest, if we really want, bro, I'm really Chinese.
Get a little bit of HP might be the key to staying alive.
And this is where I believe adjustments need to begin to be made, right? Eclipse and Tetra, as they push on forward. Clicks now all by himself, trying to force him to happen. There's no shot right there as he goes down. The day of struggles for Skeptic and Clicks continue. But the point I was going to make right there is now you're getting to a point where you need to go and push for those limbs if you want to make the climb back up that leaderboard. Eclipse and Tetra obviously still have some work to do.
I learned that one from Nihao Kailan.
Another team can begin to push on in and try to steal that last elimination. They have to force the 2v1. Thankfully, Clicks does it for him. They get the free limb and win that fight at Dusty Divot.
Meanwhile, Saf and Zayt, first game winners, current leader. Saf beat from above. Oh my gosh, the heavy snipe to knock the pyramid and immediately capitalizing on Saf being exposed. Leaves Zayt in a 1v2. A little bit of a panic, and the Shadow Bomb may or may not be enough. Right into the slip to try and sneak away. Run down in some previous builds. That's a quick pick off there from 4ZR and nowhere.
And that's the second time we've seen that today. The player with the heavy sniper, they can see that the pyramid is being edited on through and peeked through. So they immediately call that out. They time the shot alongside AR shots, or that one, I believe it was actually shotguns. And Saf is eliminated before he can even build a single wall. As right now, it's Zayt all by himself.
City girls,
now moving towards the northeastern side of the map near Pressure Plant. Our mech friend no longer there, but Nyx just took a ton of damage. Close by, I believe. Did he get sniped? I think he got sniped.
I believe he did. Sitting on quite a bit of healing, though.
It's a hot girl summer, man. They out here.
That campfire all going to be big there. You see he's waiting for the campfire to finish. He's going to pop that slurp, get back to 100, 100. Meanwhile, Airwax, Nikov owning the top of the ship here. Just taking shots at anybody that rotates.
Fortnite,
bro. High ground advantage, even early game.
Don't waste the time at this ass.
Late game. Yep. A lot of the build fights and late game rotations are capitalized by players that have the high ground advantage. But even early game, high ground gives the ability to scout. Sean goes down. Aiden, an attempt to push on through and try and pick up the elimination on his opponent. Quinton inside the box there, does knock the wall out, picks up the materials, and grabbed the card of his teammate.
I was going to say, I think that the teammate was not. So it is a 1 versus 1 in this fight. Aiden at max HP, gets the high ground for the moment. Quinton, absolute the health disadvantage. Aiden most likely knows this, continues to push for this elimination, wants to clean this up as quickly as possible. Wondering if Quinton has any traps to be used right here. Doesn't appear so as of right now. That edit was just missed by Quinton as he tried to go push back up to the high ground. Just get above. Aiden pushes on in, spraying. Unfortunately, not able to connect. Takes 44 damage right there. Quinton, a masterful fight so far. Aiden's health advantage now gone as they're about 15 HP between each other. but Aiden has the chug splashes, and Dr. Lupo, they show off just how good they are right there.
Quentin stuck all the way up top, popping that med kit, trying to get back to 100 HP. Aiden and Quentin in a little standoff here, a back and forth of epic proportions. Quentin,
there's the storm.
A little bit of pressure. You got up above. Quentin trying to watch that, holding that pyramid edit with a peek. Trying to catch himself up inside the pyramid by resetting. Can't quite do it. Does fight for high ground. Aiden on controller. Don't forget that. One of the best controller players we've ever seen. 101 HP remaining. These inside the box fights, the combat for who can own a wall, the back and forth is insane. And the top down view, Aiden can't quite get that pyramid edit and gets caught in his own door.
Did he miss? Yeah, I think he missed the
edit
out. Did wind up building a door, and Quentin makes it back in time to grab the reboot card. So Aiden and Sean go down quite early in game number 5. 74 players remaining. Storm Surge still currently in play. Zayt and Sap far above it, 385 damage above. Shouldn't really have to worry about that too much. As Zayt is in another skirmish right here. Dr. Lupo not deciding to use the chug splashes to get that health up.
An interesting note here, you see Zayt taking single swings the wall that he doesn't own. He's attempting to bait the player from stopping a heal. He wants him to disengage from that so he can basically force a fight. He doesn't want them to get any of that HP back.
He got the floor.
Shield.
And he already had that wall!
Oh my gosh, and Tux goes down. What an angle shot from Zayt there.
And that right there is Zayt baiting his opponent into making that exact move. What you just saw was why Zayt has remained one of the best players in competitive Fortnite from the very early days. He replaced the first wall before that fight even began. Then he moved towards his opponent, shot out the floor to push him towards the wall he already replaced. And once he did that, once the player ran and thought he was safe, he quickly hops on up, edits his own wall that he placed earlier, and gets the free elimination. It's one of those plays that separates Zayt from the millions of other players that play Fortnite.
There's a reason they won that first game, Jack. It's going to show through and through throughout all these matches. Ziff is called on your screen here. Game 5. 2 matches remaining.
It's a very easternmost zone, Dr. Lupo, so you're looking towards it right now. Lonely Lodge will still narrowly be in play. Outside of that, just the drone ship from up above.
The right side of your screen, don't get the format for these. Oh, Quinn goes down.
I think he got caught with his build still in his hand. He wasn't expecting it.
See the blueprint out, you hate to see that. The victory royale with 10 points, top 5 is 7, top 10 is 5, top 15 gets you 3, and every elimination, that single point, and every elimination so valuable in 6 matches. We're not looking at the same 10 that we saw in the qualifying weeks. You have only the 6, but it's a guaranteed 6. You have to take advantage of every elim you can, because looking at the leaderboard like Sundown did earlier, 17 points at that time spread 1st to 10th place.
Yep. Here the fights continue. Tyler 15 and Lanane in an awkward position right now as Tyler 15 has gone down, and there's pressure from both sides. And you've got to think these players know exactly where they are, and that's what they're going to do. Already 4 eliminations between 4ZR as well as Noward, and they're trying to get this wall replaced. They've got one. Did he get the pyramid as well? I can't tell as of right now.
Interesting note about Tyler 15 and Lanane. They had planned to run just the first qualifier, week 2 together. And if they did not qualify for the World Cup, they agreed that they were going to try and hook up with their normal duos.
Yep.
And lo and behold, they qualified for the World Cup. So here they are. They have not spent a whole lot of time together. And it's amazing to say that, because the cohesion between those two, oftentimes when we watch them, they're on top of each other's game the entire time.
Yep. And that's why they made it this far. 65 players left. The next Storm Surge could be happening soon. You see the shockwave grenades used as Crims right now eats a rocket to the face, down to just 79 HP. Thankfully, if you're a Crims fan, he does have 5 minis to pop, 2 big shields. I'm sure Spades. Oh no, Spades is full health, so I was gonna say, I'm sure Spades, if he needs some shields,
they are good to go. They are good to go.
Spades just needed more AR ammo to keep shooting, Dr. Lupo.
Exactly. Hold down that left click and see what you can get.
Oh,
especially in situations like this. We even saw that kind of thing happen in the Pro-Am. I think Tim the Tatman faced attacks from multiple sides while in the box.
It happens.
A number of players know how that feels, and so the ammunition does get chewed through quite quickly.
Absolutely is. You see where all these players are stacked up. Rote DW and Blue T taking over that main lodge right now. Sid's Lucky. Don't see the duo anywhere, so Sid's Lucky might be all by himself at the moment. 62 players left. Zay, remember, by himself. Saf did get cut down earlier on. And it looks like Vinny also all over. Maybe Zexro dropped earlier on in this game, too.
I can't ask you from, like, damn.
Going into these late games, Jack.
Yeah.
Especially when
around
we're
a lot of
the
South
second to
folks.
last.
So
Pressure is at an all-time high for some of these players, especially the ones that have never experienced a LAN event like this. And this is the biggest one that Fortnite has ever had. Do you think
Brooklyn,
they're going to be able to capitalize on that, take advantage of their own nerves, and use that?
This is John lit as hell.
To climb the leaderboard.
I mean,
John lit as hell.
I'm just really, I can't even speak from experience on this. I mean, yeah, sure, I played at a few pro-ams and sure outplaced you, Tim,
John
Ninja,
Leedy Hill,
basically everyone yesterday as I got top 8. And that was an
John
incredible
Leedy
performance.
Hill, bruh.
Jack, you outplaced us in both winnings and week.
But as we take a look at this again, I actually forget where I was going for this because I was complimenting myself so much. But Nate Hill and Funk Bomb, two players who had a very quiet day so far. 4
You
points
from New York? Nah, bro, I'm from Alabama.
They've matched that in this one alone, so they're at 8 overall. And, well, that's that moment we're talking about. With the shield broken, the entire lobby has decided you are the player we're going to shoot at. And Nate Hill is burning through materials. This is looking like it's going to end right here for this FaZe Clan duo. Nate trying to make it through. Just a frantic flint knock shot. At that point, it's desperation. 6 total builds, no healing, only 34 HP.
Imagine if Nate had caught Wade.
Did tag him. And no.
Gospel side is caught between multiple teams, players rotating into the zone, players that were originally taking shots. A tough break there in Game 5 for Nate Hill and Funk Bomb.
Keenstar and Hunter do wind up finishing off that elimination with the help of Serpent and crew. 57 players left now. This zone, Ben, is in the middle of basically a forest, but most trees are now gone on the minimap right now. This is a pretty central zone where everything's remaining. So players on the outside will need to move in from all areas. The zone pushing forward. Here are Mitro and Mongrel. A quiet game so far. 0 eliminations up to this point. The question remains, will EU climb up into the top 3? They're just on the outside right now. I know this is NA home turf, but I know the hundreds of thousands of European members of the Fortnite community are out there rooting for duos like Mongrel and Mitro to pop on up. And unfortunately, when I mentioned EU duos, I just saw Benji Fishy and Mr. Savage go down to the duo of Arkram and Falconer as they continue to perform well, a team also in the top 6.
Not out of this just yet. 1 game still remaining. This circle, a east-southeast push. This is the 50-50 where you're going to see a number of players sit inside the next safe zone and take advantage of that ability to watch people rotate in. That's where a lot of the eliminations mid-game happen, is people trying to get into the next position, and players like Mongrel, Mitro, they are in spots to take advantage of that. That being said, Ronaldo does take out Mitro on the feet, picks up that elimination for the duo. 28 duos remaining. We're not even close to placement points yet. That happens at 15, Jack.
Yeah, and Mongrel knows this. When you look at his inventory right now, no combat shotgun, still this epic tactical shotgun, quite good. The big question for me, 2 shadow bombs, all the movement, how exactly does he play this? Mongrel looking for an elimination, shot comes on in, does get a small little shield tag, but not too much to begin to push that. Good job at least getting up this layer of height. Remember, it's so tough in elevation here when there's so many builds. Bottom right of your screen, another solo still remaining. It's Zayd, who still has, I believe, 3 shadow bombs left, Dr. Lupo, to make plays in the late game.
2 of the biggest players we've watched thus far. A lot of people just waiting to see how things are going to play out. Mongrel holding this edit. He's waiting for that opportunity to pop up with that purple tack. See if he can do enough damage to pick up an elimination or at least a knock, especially as we get into the circles where movement of the entire zone is going to happen. A knock will translate into a full elimination. The siphon will kick into the HP or shield. Those last second elims before things start to move, those are huge. They give you that little boost you might need to engage another fight on the move. Falconer, Arkram sitting in a great spot right now, kind of smack dab in the middle of the current safe zone. Yeah. We have 21 seconds.
Shut the fuck up. Leave me alone with my fucking nails.
We've spoken about a ton so far today. They're currently top 5, Dr. Lupo. In another place where
incredible players.
Yeah, they can absolutely make some noise right here in this one if they can finish strong. Remember, other teams in the top 5, those still have representation. With Zayt still in this one. Falconer and Arkram. Arkram quite weak at the moment, though, about 120 HP in total. 27 duos left. If you're keeping in mind the format of this game, it's top 15, and they're going to go ahead and shockwave across. They both use one shockwave together, and now the push begins. Falconer slowly inching towards this zone. He's being pressured by some stinks at the moment. Only 7 total builds left. He's got to follow up his teammate, and that's a great recovery by this duo. He's made it back to Arkham, but look at the high ground, folks. The battle begins now. Aqua and Nyrox are winners from last game, already back on height, and high ground has been the key to victory so far today.
Just underneath Airwax, the back-to-back Pro-Am winner, and his duo Nikoff below. Previous game winner sitting all the way up on top. Cease and Elevate rotating across the very front of the circle. You see players flying across the current safe zone. The shockwave grenades so key in movement late game right now in the current meta. Players on bottom fighting it out. Only a few ballers left in play right now, and they're most likely, if not already, going to be eliminated very quickly.
19 duos left.
Aqua on the top. He'll come floating back down here in just a second.
Battle's still going. Nyrox
I want to move to Dallin when I grow up. I don't know why. You got to do your homework first.
Elevate and C still on the low ground. Punisher there as well. Mongrel still making plays happen without any movement items left. We are one team away from placement points being earned, and there it is. We are now in our top 15.
Zay getting caught off guard from behind. Name drops in.
He wound up dropping in 16th.
It's just outside of placement points.
Zay and Saf will not earn placement points this game. The lobby beginning to drop like flies, and look on the high ground still, folks. It's Nyrox and Aqua setting themselves up for a great spot at the end of this game. 2 players still left in ballers. Somehow, Mongrel is, oh no, he goes down right there. 11 players left, Dr.
Oh, y'all said there was no black people there. Look at my boy
Still
Wolves.
Aqua and Nyrox, they have absolute ownership of everything underneath them so long as they stay
Aqua
on top
gonna
of their
win
material
again.
count. They don't get overzealous with those builds. You have to save
that
those.
EU or they
right
NA?
now there's nothing left unless you pick it up from a player that gets eliminated. Item at the edge of the zone goes down. Spray from that minigun from Aqua. He is not letting anybody move unchallenged right now.
So powerful. 2 duos left. It's Aqua and Nyrox, Cease and Elevate. The rest are all solos down low. Clusia with the elimination on the Chappic.
Do they not care
Cease
about
and Elevate
duos?
decided to drop down low because I believe they're out of builds.
Qualified,
They
bro.
just
There
got to go
was
brawler
10
mode
weeks
right
qualified.
now. Cease getting chunked by this minigun of Aqua as he continues to rain down fire. Down goes Cease. Elevate now weak as well.
The circle's moving back the other way. Wolfies is at the forefront right now in one of the best spots because of all those builds potentially already owned. He can just make his way on through without challenge.
Skype trying to challenge for high ground and gets absolutely beamed. Daedra and Wolfies in this game as solos. Clusia as well. Aqua and Nyrox. Could they get another victory royale? Currently at 5 eliminations this game.
Aqua, stink grenades from above, still riding that minigun, still 250 small ammunition remaining, and this thing is so punishing from above. You have that high ground advantage. You have the shots on Wolfies from above the elimination. A 3v2 situation. Aqua, Nyrox looking to pick up the first World Cup back-to-back victory royale, Jack.
Pressure coming on in, they drop down low, the tag's coming
Oh my gosh!
Back to back.
A 17-point performance from Aqua and Nyrox as they win it again.
That alone.
Holy cloud, they're about to get so much damn cloud off of
push
this.
them all the way to the top of the leaderboard, and they are 1 game away, if they can hold that, from $3 million.
My goodness, folks, here it is again. Aqua with that minigun up top just made it impossible for any other team to even try to contest them on high ground. They send Nyrox down, Clusia there as well. Here, Clusia was doing everything he could, but again, when you are at a number disadvantage, Dr. Lupo, a health
I do
disadvantage,
Clusia missed so many
from a
shots.
low round as well. I mean, I just
He
don't
choked
see
2
how
shots.
he would win the game. He tried to edit him down.
Damn, cool Clusia. He choked 3 shots.
Drops him with 200 HP. And again, much deserved as they take the victory royale.
The reactions from these players.
Yo, appreciate everybody that came out to the stream. No, I'm not watching this last one. I'm out of here. I'll be live around 11:30, 12 o'clock. Well, not 11:30, 12 o'clock, 12:15. Y'all know the vibes.
And the best
I'm out of
players
here,
we've
though,
ever
chat.
seen in
About
any
to go
lobby,
lay my
literally
bad,
ever.
bad.
And we're here along with
And we got
Literally
1.5K likes this stream,
people at
too.
Arthur
Shout out to the
Ashe
1.3 up in here.
And they are
Hit the like button and the sub button if you haven't. Throwing those noties
what
too.
What a feeling it has been. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage
I'ma
so
see
far
y'all,
of the
man.
Fortnite World Cup Finals live from New York City. A reminder.